Fitnet që mbosa Si na s'ke po dridhe toka Kur dhim në dosa Fitnet që mbosa Si na nuk ko Dridhe toka tërmet Qive ka 27 kejt njejt Kej për njo e njo për kejt Jo be met nuk mojna hejt Qipe gjakun në strejt Halo këtu dridhe toka Fitnet që nuk ta falin Prejhet jeta si torta Ju këto si pes kalojna Se na në pak se lojna Jeta o shumë në shkurt Kejt lek me t'mitin dojna Jeta o zema zi S'kom shok kejti kom lazi Respekt zdo ven ku hi Se kejt e din që s'ka ma gji Flegi bir Halo ta mojna tregin Kush ka menu që zvim Na vim bi prap ta dekim Dash bin dash rrug ju presim Qojt fola nëse vesin Halo nuk jena shpraz Kta leta mushin thesin Po driva toka Kur vim në dosa Fitnet që mbosa Si na s'ke po dridhe toka Kur vim në dosa Fitnet që mbosa Si na nuk ko Yeah Okay Yeah Po dridhe toka Kur vim në dosa Fitnet që mbosa Si na s'ke po dridhe toka Kur vim në dosa Fitnet që mbosa Si na nuk ko Dridhe toka tërmet Qive ka 27 kejt njejt Kej për njo e njo për kejt Jo be met nuk mojna hejt Qipe gjakun në strejt Halo këtu dridhe toka Fitnet që nuk ta falin Prejhet jeta si torta Ju këto si pes kalojna Se na në pak se lojna Jeta o shumë
Përshëndetje bosa, qysh ju kom a jeni mirë, a jeni gati, edhe 3 minuta në ndoj nga ndeshja, Bad News Eagle, Dynamo Eclot, ekipi nga Çekia. Kjo është një turnament tjetër, do me thonë, është Elisa. Të shojmë, a do të fitojmë pas kanë lusë sprot, hot spurs, 2-0 pas kanë fitu. Të shojmë Bad News Eagle tash edhe 2 minuta e 53 sekonda. A jeni gati? A jeni gati me bo masakren? O, flerë ku jo gjigant, hello diari. Tja përmeni ke demna që të pej fillimit kanë komentu shumë herë, për asë me njës live, Drinosi, Doni, Bomb of Fone, Viktori, Bloki, Moki, Era, Flatro, Jetoni, Dedri, Kozaki, Megalox, Gëhëzop, Dërën Nob, Nache, Babloge, Drake, Sagovan, Kamenica, Jet, Jet, Dërë Jet, Bez Video, GTA, e shumë të tjerë. Mos harroni me kliku butonin like edhe subscribe edhe 2 minuta vetë se pas arta ndoja jena best of 3 dhe më thonë 3 mapa kanë me du shpresojna me 2-0 me fitu edhe ku gjo kërkujna edhe kjo turnament është $25,000 dhe më thonë nesër jena në gjysmë finale në Prag kanë me lu në Prag për 25,000 kokra. Allah njerë flerë këna me këshirë bënajet se këna gajlën e stumblës. Mëse hani belen edhe jo. Bënaja të lu jo stumble. Mësë shteni mu qartë Allah. Po dridhë toka, kur i me dosa, se t'me t'jom bosa. Syna s'ke po. Moj dashnia jeme a je gjall. Ua kjera mi rjepi shalave. Jo, pa pëllum hecë njerës luj pa kjuve nej. Alloj, PUBG na të luo fler. Po lujna ka njerë PUBG që shto ka akshame. Që të skrim sa ja për pik. Po dridhe toka. Kena me hi live një ditë stumble. Po ka mundësi që nesër ka me lua pet bënej atë që dijone. Ose më këshyrëm me najtë shtune me lom. Së dhe hanë. Ashtë së dhe hanë. Edhe 2 sekunda, 1-0. Dhe start on. Only one for master. Qëra, 25.000 kukra, o gjigonda, 25.000 euro. E di mërsa janë 25.000 euro, dhe 25.000 me një lëvëllër. Ja, në më zoni se përna kop në copyright, ne kam e këtë muzika, se dhja janë me copyright ajo. Që më për siguri e në në zonin. Për siguri, edhe. Siguri janë një vend me konë. Këto reklama janë të këti turnamenti, dhe më thonë si janë të minjat, më smena një jo që janë të përrejbojo të 34.000, pas ka bitcoin i bësi. Ta këshyrëm cilat mapa kanë me lu lejtarët tonë të dashur. A pas ka njësa? Jo më shërti. Klep kaka. Hehehe, boy. Po dridhe toka, kur vi me dosa, set me t'jon bosa. Si nga s'ke po. Bad News Eagle. Qëtë ekip se kësha pas njëra, e njeni këtë ekip më vëllo. 200.000, a ke 200.000 a 2.000? Qaja? Sport Master. 3 stages. Only one master. Total prize pool. 25. Let's go.
A 2-0 for Sprout leads us to our second best of 3. The Kosovian Kings of Bad News Eagles
And at
taking on
Kosovos.
the Czech lads of
Let's
Eclot. I'm Retro,
fucking
joined by Ted,
go.
running you through the action
Kosovo
today.
to për me.
First best of 3 was a
Para.
banger. This next matchup, though, I am hyped to see. The Czech delight of
Action
Eclot
training
have
in
really
Chile.
surprised me in recent times with how well they look. And I don't know, a bit of a rough patch for BNE, but I'm here for it, man. I love the Kosovian
News
guys.
Eagles.
They're
Eclot.
super nice bunch of people. And hey, man,
Kosovo
I'm ready
versus
for it.
Czechia.
Yeah, absolutely. Got really excited when I saw that we were going to be looking into Bad News Eagles today. You know, always a pleasure to cast those guys. They play.
Today is
they might
today.
not play the most structured CS out there, but they're surely really interesting to watch. And you know, after a pretty good appetizer of a best of 3 to kick things off, I think this is the main dish. I feel like Sprout taking on Hotspurs. We did have a clear favorite. We do have Bad News Eagles that are coming into this one as kind of like the favorites, but I wouldn't say that I'm not giving chance to Dynamo Eclot, right? Because even though Hotspurs did put up a fight, they're just a mix. Dynamo Eclot is a proper team that's been doing, I'd say, all right since the break. You know, they've been playing a lot of games, they've been participating in a lot of tournaments, even making playoffs in some of them. They even made playoffs in the first Central European CCT, I believe, where they lost to Falcons, but they managed to still pick up a map of them. So yeah, they've been doing really well. So I feel like we're in for a solid game here, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's any denying that the Eclot guys have proven their value as a team. You can see the overall stats now. It's leaning very heavily, though, in favor of BNE, right? I think you kind of exclude the best map statistic there. Like, apart from that one, they vividly go in the way of BNE. Younger players, higher HLTV ranking in terms of closer to number 1.
Motion ma 3 pasme, 35 në rang, këta 63.
Yeah. I don't know, man. HLTV stats
Dos
are
dë nja
interesting.
75%
As much as I
fitore.
love HLTV,
Këta infernën e
the
pas kanë.
page,
No,
I don't
map
know.
ton
There's some
këkana.
of the teams that I would put above. I put BNE above in terms of being in the top 30, you know. So I don't know. Maybe it's correct, and we'll learn today that they could struggle to get a lot right now. But for the here and now, though, Ted, they are looking like a mean machine. Obviously heading into the RMR soon as well, no doubt about it. This is like the warm-up, the prep for the big stage.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same with Sprout as well. I believe that like we made that point earlier on. I feel like for B&E is going to be there's going to be a bit more pressure though, because you are
Inferno per lui
that's
ka
already
mirë këta,
invited
kështu
into
që
the RMR, so
ka Japon
there's going to be a
keq
bit more
pas, ja.
question marks. You didn't really have to make
Miro
your way through
Kosova
the open qualifiers and stuff. But,
duke e shtyr
yeah, it's
kështu.
going to be an interesting
Po
fight.
shtenaq.
You know, it's going to be an interesting matchups. Not only because
Juve
those
që
two
ka
teams
ma
are
jeni
really
mirë.
sick, it's going to be an interesting matchups.
Si po ja
because we have
kaloni
a really interesting
dit
fight in terms of individuals. That's going to happen in the server. We're going to run through the player comparison straight away.
Teoria sot e
Obviously,
pa
we
diskutueshme.
can't spell
16-0
bad
jena të
disease
prit.
without Rigon in it, right?
Rigoni
I
do
mean,
më thonë më i
he's
forti
been-
i
I think he's
ekipës.
the most famous player
Do
out
më
of
thonë me
this lineup,
statistika,
right?
okay.
Living in Switzerland, he's
If you
been,
know, you know.
this
Ky ka
guy-
ma i
this
fortë se
guy is-
Rigoni.
I'd say a lot of people have been looking at him as the next Sphinx. let's
Veç
say.
vjeti
I
pas
was-
ka
I was
Rigoni ma
actually
shumë se
expecting
ky.
him to go over at Ant
Po
or
Rigoni
MG
është
or something
one
like
tap
that
baba,
after the
a
Young
përshë
Major.
ta
Really
çpën
surprised
ballen.
that he
Pa pa.
decided to stick in with the
Do.
Bad News Eagles boys, but you know, you don't
Regan
forget
Bala.
where you came from. And on the other side, we have Detour. Both these guys' entries, both these guys extremely sharp and extremely talented. Let me hear your thoughts about this one, Ryan.
I got the pleasure of watching Dynamo
Ka
Eclot
ish
in
drejt.
their
Po
run
stumblet mu kanë
through
drejt.
the,
Mu ka bo
Still
update
Series Nova Cup.
0.4.
Did you cast the
Obviously-
Movie Star Riders game?
I did.
Po sot s'pa marrëmendja që
Um,
luajna kena
and
liqur
it was
bërajet,
a big
janë 3
upset.
mapa,
I'll talk about the
kështu që
Movi game a little bit more,
problem që
where
bëna me du.
actually, as a team, Movistar
Stumbullaj.
Riders looked like they outperformed Dynamo Eclot,
Yeah.
but they just super close best of 3. They closed one map out of the 3, and well, it was really disappointing. Eclot's pick of Mirage goes their way, 16-12,
Kosova
Overpass
këngë
16-13 goes to Movi,
Nuk e
and
di
then
sa po
Inferno
s'ka.
16-14. So although a super close best of 3, they are toppling some pretty decent sides. Not
Kena
to
bo
mention they took
74
6 rounds
lojka
off Fnatic
djem,
in a
shkojna
best of
për
1.
100
They
baba.
played against the
Bajeni
the
shirë
prospect
live,
side as
shpërndajeni
well, in
live,
between
më
that in the,
shpërndajeni
regional
live.
Swiss.
Se kena me
And
fitu
the
një
prospects are a side that I have a
16-0
little bit of respect
kismet.
for as well. Obviously, the Swedish team, and they beat them as well. So the performance that they've been putting in as a team, other than the loss to SC and other than that 16-6 loss to Fnatic, like they've been on a pretty decent run of form, and I'm excited to see what they've got. But I'm a massive B&E fan, man. Like I was back in Antwerp.
Yeah, I remember the tweets.
Yeah, man. You gotta love them.
Yeah,
And
man.
I think as you highlighted quite nicely, like you've got 5 very hard-hitting players on this B&E side.
Yeah. Aim has been the main thing when you point
Po na
out
livdoj
that
neve, po thojna
Bad
imin e
News
keni
lineup.
e
I
kanë
feel
të
like
fort.
this is a team that just can't
Alla
disappoint
që
you in
nuk
terms
ka
of
hajgale me
individual
neve,
skill,
nuk
obviously.
ka hajgale me
We have
shte.
Rigon in the player comparison.
3 mapa jam valla.
You have as well with GX, which in my opinion is one of the best
Nese,
overs in
kur
terms
ju
of like
ka mundësi
pure
më kryt
mechanics
2-0 për neve, po
on the
ka
tier
mundësi
2
edhe 2-1
on the tier 2
për
scene.
neve.
And, he proved that in the Antwerp Major. It's not like I feel
Yeah.
like at this point it's a lot
Oh, 2
easier
minuta
to
do të
make
me
the
startu
point
loja,
about
tash
player
ta
being
s'di shka
really
janë të
good
bo.
mechanically when he's been able to perform at a tier 1 LAN at the best tournament in the history of CSGO and do well there against some of the best opers. So I guess every single point that we can make about Bad News Eagles being really individually good has been it's been a little bit overused, right? All of us know that. All of us know that those guys can hit shots. What I'm looking forward though, I'm looking forward to seeing them have the structure in their play. I'm looking forward to seeing Bad News Eagles becoming a good team with those good individuals. And I feel like if this happens, we might as well see them play another major and maybe even do a little bit better compared to the previous one, even though the scene is a bit harsher
Alla
nowadays.
shka Barcelona këto.
Yes, absolutely. I think we can look at the teams overall as well. We'll bring it back to
Qash
us
me
and
zara s'ka
discuss
sot për të
the
kallëzaj.
rosters
Mabre,
as
mas
such.
na i dek
Eclot
shpresa.
themselves, I wanted to
Mabre,
bring
se
up
s'ka
Vitor,
koptim.
obviously, as you said in the player comp, but someone that surprised me in recent times, I think deserves a bit of a
Po e
bit
pas
of a
na
shout as
shkruan
well,
e
is
2-0
NDQ.
këto.
25 years old, one of the
Hajde,
oldest
sholla
we have
jako
on this side.
mjell.
But he's got a 1.0 rating for the side of
Allo
Eclot
janë
throughout
0-0.
for the last
Bad
months.
News
So
Eagles.
I'm pretty excited to
Titull e
see him
pas na
on the
pas
server
shkruan
again
2-0.
today. I think for the Czech side as a whole,
Rallëzoni o gjema.
they
Ja,
might
kom
be able
mjell
to
që
take a
kena
map
me
off
fitu
B&E
2-0.
like they did in the outings over in ESL Challenge League season 41. Do I see them winning this best of 3 though? Well, I guess the veto is
Gen që rigoni, senere sinopsi dhe ju anë kladra. Ta shevrejta vëllaj, ta shka o të dolat e 2-0. Po të thatash, kur u kry loja. Po që shpërshijet, janë njela, edhe kena me këtu.
You know, in the spring they did manage to make it into the finals. Fair enough, they lost 0-2 to Heat there, 16-10, 16-10 were the scores of the two maps, but in the end of the day, this is a team that's really familiar with those tournaments, and most of the time, if they experience any struggles, they're going to experience them in the latter stages of the competition, around the playoffs, semifinals, the grand final, if not so. I think that for them to kind of make a statement, and once again, like same point as well. Just gain up that confidence before the RMR, because this is the most important qualification and the most important, or rather qualifier, and the most important tournament you're going to play probably during this season. So yeah, you want to be on your top form. You want to be top notch. You want to have everything aligned for you. So in a tournament like that, you need to be winning your games comfortably. So when you go over against the Navis and the FaZe clans and the Astraluses and all of these guys, you're going to be able to bring up your top game, because unless you're able to destroy those teams here, well, let's say it's not highly likely that you're going to be able to upset some of the best teams in the world.
Yes.
I think it's about time we can talk veto, Mr. Ted. I think we want to run through this a little bit and discuss. Both teams have a perm ban, right? So that is obviously something that we'll discuss a bit further. Eclot ban nuke all the time, BNE ban overpass all the time. So those are two maps that I don't think we'll be seeing. But when we head onto the picks, now this is where things get interesting. I think Dust 2 can be very quickly punished. By both parties, I'd argue. BNE have got high win percentages, but Eclot have the experience. Maybe Mirage as well is quite similar for BNE in that sense. If I'm honest with you, though, I don't think there's really a clear route this veto is going to have.
No. Bar those two permabans that they have, obviously, you pointed out the nuke and the overpass. I feel like in a matchup like this one, obviously those two actually played in ESL Challenger, I believe. It was in July, like the middle stages of July. We had the old school, I think. It was just a Dust Mirage.
Det var starta i dörren, dyker ni hon till Anis.
We're going to see something similar. Bad News Eagles did win that matchup in a 2-1 fashion back then. And it was, I believe it was Dynamo Eclot to actually pick up the first map victory on Inferno. So I guess something similar, but all of the time, or at least most of the time, when you have two teams that have 6 maps in their vetoes, it's always going to be interesting. Someone might try to catch the other one off guard. Someone might try and, experiment just a little bit. Considering this is only their first game in the tournament, you don't really lose that much if you try to be a little bit more interesting. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. Bar the first 2 maps, we're not going to be seeing a nuke or an overpass, but anything else I feel like is on the table. And I really hope that we see some kind of a Mirage or a Dust 2, because we have so much individual progress. Apparently we're ready to kick things off. As you said, Ryan, nuke out of the way, overpass getting out of the way. I'm going to throw you in for a quick prediction. What map are Dynamo Eclot going for?
I
think just shoot for it, you know.
Taas kan myös geelat, atak shootim kan myös geelen. Ata sigurt Inferno kan myös geel, se production mirate.
Even though they played 27 maps of Mirage in the last 3 months, which is a ludicrous amount. I think Dust 2 just makes a little more sense because BNE aren't showing the wealth of experience on this. Sure, they've won 3 out of 4 games, but when you look at it, it's twice they play Classic, and both games run very close. One even, in fact, to overtime. They lose to Forza 16-5, and sure, they beat Eclot previously, but Eclot got double digits off them. So honestly, I think Dust 2 is the correct pick. There you have it. BNE now, they get the big choice, and I don't know, do we think Ancient is a pick now for BNE? I'd say that would be my best guess.
Yeah, maybe an Ancient. I feel
Ansiedin ne moromna. Opa. E kan leġi kobol se Inferno tapeli kan mir.
So yeah, the Ancient is gonna make a lot of sense. You know that Dynamo Eclot isn't really that comfortable in Ancient. And, you know, I love the way that Bad News Eagles are going with the veto here. I feel like they're not trying to counteract Dynamo Eclot in a way. They know they're going into the matchup with the clear minds that they are the favorites, right? So right now they're just playing the game
Inferno,
that they want to play. They don't really care what their opponents are going to pick into them. They go for the Ancient. It's a comfort pick for them. Dynamo Eclot remove Mirage. There is a big chance that we actually might not see in the end of the day that Inferno that we were speaking about.
GG, Inferno mopat 3. Let's go baby, Dustin Ansientin Inferno 3 mopat janë tonat, kështu që ishli bedesh babo, ishli bedesh.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Jag kan showa.
Since the last time we saw them obviously play each other on Inferno, there is a bundle of experience that comes with it.
Just
Right?
like that,
I think, you know, for B&E, although it hasn't been like the healthiest of matchups and they haven't played like the most Counter-Strike ever, you got to think they're prepping for a major, right? So the strats and whatever definitely would have developed from the last time we saw them. Whether, of course, it's going to run to 3 maps, I still think there's some likelihood that it happens. We'll just we'll have to wait and see. I think there is a definite question mark over that one. Run me through your key points, though, Ted.
Well, first one, I guess we already spoke about it just a little bit. Bad News Eagles need to regain their form before the RMR. We saw them showing one phase around the Antwerp Major. Before it, they were a little bit lackluster. They managed to qualify. They were maybe the most pleasant surprise alongside Imperial, I believe. Making it into the legend stage. Post the major, they looked alright. They managed to make playoffs into a couple of tournaments, obviously including the Elise Invitational Spring that they managed to play. But ever since, they've been alright, but not necessarily one of the greatest teams in the tier 2 space. Even falling off the top 30 is a bit of a sign. So I feel like now they need to get showing here. They need to get performers here before the RMR for sure, just to gain up that confidence.
Second key point, Ted. Eclot looking solid after the break, but still need that consistency. And I think that's always an issue in tier 2, right? Is that you can just have good days and bad days. Like, overall, there's a lot of green in the history, but there's sides that probably they're beating that they shouldn't be beating, and then there's sides that they're losing that should not be beating them, right? I think when you look at the match history, you know, the Fnatic one's a bit excusable, but SC, I mean, they are looking pretty good right now. Maybe you look even just in-house at this event, you're losing 2-1 to Hotspurs, which is a mix, right? And you want to look outside of that as well. Over at Tipsport, you lose to Titans, which are just having a horrific run of form recently. Admittedly, there is a couple of decent wins here and there, but, you know, you lost to B&E previously. You've lost to eSuper. You lost to Big Academy in a BO5 on the 8th of July. Like, if you're taking the last 3 months into account, post-player break, Eclot have been on the little more inconsistent side, and so for that, I think there is a definite chance that 100% they can work on that a little bit more. But that only comes with playing more games, so we'll give them the floor at least.
Yeah, we'll give them the floor. I feel like they can push it into 3. I feel like they can put a decent fight, and that's the last key point. I think that this is a matchup that might as well be a 2-0 for Bad News Eagles on a good day, but it might go all 3.
Nézd, Bayern Barcsát under match. Smajlom is
taking a look at the veto, I feel like there's a really clear answer to what's going to happen. Either Eclot are going to win the first map and then go
Lewandowski, ju kom thon herën me Pallxhenin, ajo thësha Lewandowski hat-trick. Ajo kom thon, veç ajo kom thon. Mos thoni se s'na si kom thon.
There's a lot of time, you know, a lot of factors. You're starting on the CT side as well, so things might go wrong for Bad News Eagles, might go right for Dynamo Eclot. Still, though, this is going to be a tough fight for both teams. Historically, those matchups are always interesting between those two sides.
Lewandowski hat-trick.
Ready to jump in the server, ladies and gents, for the pistol
round. Edhe zit kom thon kom harru ty, veç e di që Lewandowski hat-trick kom pas thon, që ka me bon kundër Pallxhenit. Ka startu, qëre mërlloj pas ka startu. Fillon rundi I parë të ndëruar meq në 2-2.
Have you actually missed us too? Or
no, I'm
GG qati.
Thanks, man. I think the same. Honestly, what a horrific.
Shpresojna përfitore qetësi maksimale.
It's like we have a Bulgarian saying, I don't think I've told you that one. When there's no fish in the fridge, a crap is a fish as well. So if I need to choose between Vertigo and Dust 2, I choose Dust 2 every day of the week.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love these. I love
Smadoj në këshyrë të live se copyright.
I don't know, man. Rig on. We'll find
Shedin
the
kanalen.
kill. It is
4-4. Opa, dejtore atë. Flatro, këshyrknena marr. GG, 2-2 jena. Seneri është në lov. Fida ka hin. Enzera atë. Synopsis. Mos! No, ama rundi par. Ryet për Eclot.
What a start from Capson. I mean, didn't really give us a breather there. From the get-go, Synopsis did his best. That was a really chaotic round. I don't know where to start from. I mean, the fight from middle, the contact play towards long, the fact that Dynamo Eclot were able to just cross into the bomb side, but then it was really quickly rotating. A lot of fights happening. Dynamo Eclot, though, they're going to be able to pick up the first one. The force buy coming in. from the CT side. A massive HE to open things up here. And that's going to make it a bit more fun for the scouts now. Synopsy and GX, they're going to be really dangerous with the scouts, considering that MBQ, Dieter, and Kipita, they're just one bullet away from going down.
Obviously having a good looking middle hit.
That's so much.
Mos harroni t'jam
They
bëjni
can just
like
rotate
sa më
it
shumë
and
edhe
towards the bomb
subscribe.
side now.
Hare të fitën
Exactly
bëneja.
what I'm saying. It's
Dy sniper ka I kena,
Big
janë të desh një
opportunity,
aja, janë të lu gambling, komplet aja 8-5. Genci aty, a boni taga?
doesn't quite connect the dots.
Tre veta janë,
Three of these
help
players
HP.
tagged up right now, Ted. Three of
Flash
them.
aty bot.
Yeah, that's so risky. They would have loved to have
Ja,
it
bo me
on the
fitu
HE
që tron,
right
na i
now,
thej.
CTs, but still the pistols and the scouts
Tre
are
me
gonna
njom.
be really dangerous
Mos,
considering the HP
bravo.
Capson is trying to open up
Mos.
some space, but eventually they'll have to make their way into
Po
the
hin,
outside.
po hin. Super, ava na jena 8-4 të knena, super I kena pun.
Jump across the
Mojna mi
back,
hek easy.
BQ's having a
Qaja,
look.
Genci!
So many
Hale
players
Flatro,
for the
Flatro,
check, but it's
e roka
not
tjetri.
one Flatro to open things up.
Mirë jena,
Still
4 vs 2.
try and push Rigon through the smoke, another,
Do të më ropi
and
ati
they're
na push.
crumbling to the B&E side right now.
Super.
3 versus 2, Detour.
E ka
No
gjusë
ammunition
në-
has to get the reload off, fires
Ka
off the
begale.
scout, picks up the Galil.
Ka hi me montu,
They
more,
know the
ej!
position of both players, and the bomb, it will be attempted to be planted, and they will
Moq,
not
bravo.
deny Galil. Messi
Dili,
spray,
dili, dili,
and
ma
it's a
samit.
1v3 for Detour. Knows where Synopsy is, but he'll have his
Let's
taken off.
fucking
And
go
what a
baby!
response. The
Shkojna
B&E
për
Apocalypse
3 me
continues.
një të
Yeah,
ndëruar
that was
meq.
a scrappy round for Dynamo Eclot. I feel
Para
like
so
mid-
zgjosh ka
midway
në
they
rrugën e
realized
parë.
that they were just circled by the
Qore
players.
si nop se
And
me
Eagles
dy
were
HP.
like, oh yeah, they've stacked the A-bomb side, everyone's here, but we can't really rotate back
Super,
because there could
super,
be a
ata
player
janë full
pretty
echo,
much everywhere on
let's
the map
go.
just holding for that rotation, and we have to commit 100%. Some pretty
Bëna
decent
jep,
tags. The early
babo.
damage as well being really useful there.
Nuk ka
by
hajgore
the
me
HE.
shtet,
You
o të
can see
ndëruar
those
meq.
players were softened up. The pistols had an easier task finishing them off. The Deagles needed only 2 bullets to connect rather than 3. Well, Rigon needed only 1 through the smoke on the headshot. We're not going to speak about this one, but Dynamo Eclot,
I
at
pasi
least
bo,
they get the- at
Jem
least they get the bomb
103
down, which is
like,
good.
aj, shkojna për
Bring
200,
down
për
the
200 ball.
Eco now and actually have a buy in the next
Bëjeni
bit.
like
They
edhe
don't
subscribe
really
sa
have
ma
to go for
shumë.
the scrappy force.
Shpërndajeni live-in më, shpërndajeni. Hare me një bom aty Flatro. Çfarë bën Flatra aty? Hade Gens.
Now it's just about picking up the rest
Ma
of the casualties.
3 vs 3,
GXX
ama
can't hit a
njoni o
shot.
tepër love.
All of a sudden,
GG.
this is looking scary because
E ka montu
another tag
bumën,
comes
s'ka
in
sen.
Rigon.
Let's go, 2 me 1, 3 veta gjall. Super, super babo,
And
super.
there you have it. So,
Ku kush e ka bo Flatra me qatë
for both
bume?
parties, a bomb plant goes a long way for Dynamo
Thash
Eclot.
mo rejs me
BNE
bume
take
ja
their
kojti
second.
belon.
That's actually a decent eco, you know. I mean, you get 2 kills.
Yeah,
A
really
bomb plant,
decent.
that's
Yeah,
alright.
yeah.
Kam prej full buy, GG.
Maison de
Shtron do të me fitu.
du Charme.
Je m'appelle
Yeah, I
Kida.
think that's how you pronounce it.
Zemër ty atë kamer
Hey,
mali.
I did not expect that from you.
I graduated from a French high school.
Oh, okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I don't remember anything pretty much. Like to
Onshore and all that.
a person like you that doesn't know French, I can sound like I'm the president. but
Frenchman.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I took Spanish for a few years. We'll leave it at that because I did not do well.
Yeah. Me amo
So,
biblioteca.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
yeah.
Flatro!
Make it 4
Top
because
form,
Synopsy's got
Flatro,
another,
top form.
And the M4A1S spray down has delivered in dividends for B&E. One man for the job against 5. I hyped him up earlier on. It's
Tre me
MBQ
një,
against a
flash.
lot. And I
Kur
don't
ju
think
kom
this round's
rajta.
going to be happening. GXX has his
Flatro
eyes
së
dead
normale.
set on the lower tunnels push. And as he starts to maybe edge forward, he would be walking into the AWP. So
Jo, as në kill
checking
Flatra.
behind and trying to hinder his fate. Looking for the time being. Oh, GXX missed shot and a great recovery from MBQ.
Yeah, try to do some damage right now. Try and thin up that economy of the CT side. What a shutdown from Juan Flatro. I mean, that's absolutely insane. This is your second buy round and you just get destroyed by something like that.
Flatro,
This is
jo. Ma
demoralizing
Flatro
right
përst.
now, and look at him go. He's just looking for a kill. He shouldn't even be doing that, but he just climbed on top of Xbox, picks up his 4 kill.
7 killa Flatra për 4 runda
Juan
e.
Flatro with a
Së
lovely play
normal,
there.
së normal. Ky njeri, bo. Ka
Absolutely
lingbe
shutting
për
down
CSGO
Eclot,
kë.
and as we said, it's demoralizing. It doesn't give you a bomb plant. It resets your economy, so you're not in for a fun ride in the first opening rounds or the first couple rounds here on Dust 2.
So, see what the response is looking like for the Dynamo Eclot boys. Any damage could be done with these pistols would be good. GXX, a missed shot. Just has to back away. Synopsy going to provide the flashbang. And for the rest of Bad News Eagles, well, a little bit clued. Maybe that the mid position is there, and the HE onto short. It's going to do decent damage. One flat throw, though. Insta-dinked, low HP, trying to escape. A great flashbang from GXX. Scenario here for support. And they have dismissed of a short push that looked very scary for the first couple of seconds. One flat throw will get his second. And MBQ coming late from long. Rigon should have his number dialed in. And indeed, so 4-1, flawless.
I want to highlight something, by the way. Juan Flatro is currently on 307 utility damage after 5 rounds on Dust 2. I don't think I've seen that happen in a long time.
He's not bad, he's not bad.
Now, this is normally not a map where you'd expect something like that, though, right? You wouldn't expect him to have, but he's had a couple really nice HEs, right? The HE that he threw towards long when they had the forest by, and then this is the second time that he's thrown a nade like that towards short when they've just had a Fuiko running at him. So, yeah, they've been doing really well in the utility department. I say that, a failed Molotov might actually be in for some chaos. Scenario has no idea that this is a possibility.
Like a pixel further forward and that probably spreads into that corner. It's just Counter-Strike, mate. That's the only excuse that I have for it. 4-1 right now, smoke on the corner. Or for GXX, yeah, smart decision. Back away. Do not want to be giving up anything to the side of Dynamo Eclot, who have already established that man advantage from earlier on.
Yeah, and you're going to play the A-bomb side on a bit of a retake scenario. You hope that after picking up that initial kill, Eclot are just going to fall back and find, or rather try to find something towards the B-bomb side, but they haven't actually been too invested into the idea of going for a fake so far. It's been pretty straightforward. Every single time they have a small bomb, they just go fight for it. Then play towards the A-bomb side. And unless GX gets lucky through the smoke, there should be smoke. That's another definition of lucky. Out of 5 players, you just get the one with the bomb.
It's alright though. Will eventually get set down.
Now they can play for the round because of that kill. It's a 4 versus 4.
Yeah.
This is completely doable. And look at the utility that they have as well.
Nades lobbed in. Rigon finds the first. So now Dynamo Eclot down to 3. Who's going to be the check that stands on the podium tall? It won't be Capson as he's dropped by one. Flatro's M for a boost. Etor though with a double. Snappy very accurate with it. Feeder now left. Head off though. And another retake required. But BNE do it in style.
Yeah, there is no way that you counter that. This is an insane round to pick up for Bad News Eagles. This should be so devastating for Dynamo Eclot. You just walk into a free bomb side in a 5 versus 4. Your bomb carrier gets dropped on the random timing through the smoke from GX, and then the retake was just picture perfect from Bad News Eagles. They were just so good with using their nades. The first one, Valencio, I believe, just got dropped by the double HE. The flash was good enough to isolate the offer of Capson that was towards long. He missed his first shot. And even though Dieter tried his best, it wasn't enough. Scenari decides to fight for a long distance.
Ale Scenario mytet ett pääsit kojabilaan. Šaja, brebo. Masakre, naira tu popožen me bokta. Amo, bravo, Molotovi, niplom kim javan. Let's go, baby. Bad News Eagle. Top form. Top performance nuk e lujka.
Yeah, that was such a shutdown. Every single Bad News Eagles buy round so far has been an insane shutdown towards Dynamo Eclot. They haven't even been getting the chances, right? The only moment that they were close to winning a round was when they walked onto the bomb side in the last one, and they still got, I believe, only 3 kills. It still doesn't go down to the mark. Pretty much every single time, there is a Bad News Eagles player that gets the multi-kill and just completely shuts them down. BNE...
Ta, love čas. Di kanë që ekziston bëja.
On the defensive side of things.
Sash kanë hin med.
Bit of an outside of the book play here.
Do
He
të
does
me
already
kanë
walk
ne
out.
meritë.
That would be a surprise. They line up for him somehow.
Ka dal da, nuk ka nevoj më gut.
One Flatro is there to help him out.
Ti bo pol, që.
One Flatro, really nicely done.
Push, Allah, push. Ti u bo push. Are Flatro, dil mete.
He'll be able to pinch away the low HP player. Now it's just Dieter against
Ja,
the
flash
flashbang
aty, edhe
Rigon, it's an easy
I
pick up.
shlibedesh.
Really nice teamwork there from BNE.
7 me një këto.
Really well you know,
Allah,
basically
skena.
saying, flash mid, I'm gonna swing, and I'll
Masakra.
get this kill. I know he's
Masakra
lower.
të së.
And
E,
B&E,
para
they
me,
have
shka e zgjellë Allah këtë
7-1
më kur zëni me
Brazil
lu.
and all that, mate, because B&E are on an absolute roll.
Yeah, yeah. You know, those are positive signs. This team, I think the only, like, problems, well, I can't call it a problem. The only criticism I've had towards them was that in moments like that, they just get carried away, right? You would see just Rigon just solo peek this and give his opponent a chance, but they've looked really disciplined so far. Even when they go for aggressive plays, they are still disciplined. Capson gonna be able to drop GX. This is a lovely opening. The T's needed something like that.
5 versus 4. We've seen B&E in these situations beforehand, though,
Get
so
me hack and snipe sos.
can't exactly say that this is all shut book.
Do të më rotash, mos me bë fort
See how they do,
poshtë.
though. Time continuing to
E kena
expire.
marrë
Still a
dyqysh
bit of
shumë
to work with, though, for the side
agresivin
of
atë.
Dynamo Eclot.
Do të
This
pak
should
ma
be a
qetë, me
one-round
qetë
hit.
su
I'm
pak
not
lojë.
going to lie to you. I'm looking at the situation. The utility for B&E is pretty poor as well. This should be a done round. Very, very done round.
It really depends, though. They're still a little bit undecisive about where they want to go. It looks like it's going to be the B split in the end of the day. Pretty sure Rigon heard that drop, so he's going to have an idea that someone's dropped from Xbox right now. Scenari should be able to just walk back towards the B-bomb side any moment now, and you can see Rigon, he's trying to cross back as well. They know what's going on.
This could be massive. Flashes over B. One in response, Scenari just dropping it in to counter whatever Dynamo Eclot want to throw at them. It's a double stack towards the site. Scenari's found the opening kill. Rigon's still around the edges, though, and it's going to find himself another. Netting 2 kills so far for B&E. Jumping up high, Synopsy with a third. And it's a 2 versus 2 hit here, but a bomb plant. Now a vacant B site, a reset required from Synopsy and Juan
Mira
Flatro.
mos më
They still have a
kuto.
smoke flash and an
Edhe,
HE to
tash e
work
kena
with. Both
përparësi,
players with
jena
the use gets
rezultat.
Capson isolated towards
Mojna mi
tunnels for the
prit.
time being with the AWP. He's
Kjo
gonna
ose
get
dy,
smoked off the
e
HE.
kena bo
Defeat on the bomb site. He needs
Kaspenin.
to find the first kill before the Oper can play, but he's
GG
gonna get
Flatro,
overwhelmed. The
hajde.
Oper swings, manages to actually get back into the smoke. He's gonna get spammed through. Juan Flatro runs out of ammo. Capson has the HE, is not gonna finish off Juan Flatro though, but the spam is gonna do the job. An 8 round for Bad News Eagles. Juan Flatro holds his own. 16 and 5. This man
16 me njën
out
ashta.
of his mind so far on Dust 2.
Insane. Another close round, but that is brilliant from B&E to find 8, because they were, what, 4v5, and it was a B site take.
Yeah.
Scenari did a really good job on holding for time. His teammate as well, just able to claim a bit of the damage, a couple of kills, and more importantly, it buys such valuable time for the rotates to happen. Utility was okay. B&E just walk right in. They get both kills. Sure, it's to the wire, but it's an 8th round. Dynamo Eclot on their pick, starting to really struggle. And yet again, standing in the flames. It's so much damage done. Capson has to try and slip forward.
Scenari
Valencia.
mire ka vani më skivrit.
Scenari in the corner.
Madre
Absolutely
Scenari.
not Scenari.
E ka gju bumën?
Tries to right-click the
Pak e
nade.
ka.
Yeah, not going to finish the job. But GXX is all able to claim MBQ from shore.
Yeah, and that's the only player from shore that they had. Synopsis there to take down Dieter, who was towards lower, which means that Capson is left in the clutch. Such a quick round, and look at Bad News Eagles. They've already locked him in. There is no way Capson is walking out of this one alive. He's just gonna go down any moment now. Insta headshots from Synopsy. A 9th round. Bad News Eagles. They've been just running over Dynamo Eclot. This is a massive result right now. This is not even their map pick. I know it's CT side does too. A point could be made, but it's
Valloj
no,
zdia
they
bëta,
just
që
went
bëta
better
veç.
by a big margin.
Tas janë
Even in the
bëta, po
close
na
round,
jena
they've
shumë
been
të
able
fort.
to get on top in the clutch, so yeah, Valencio yet to pick up his 2nd kill of the game, 1 in 10, and we were about to make a point about him. I was about to make a point about him. I feel like he was one of the most
Çfarë bume.
convincing members of that consistent.
Shfaj ka
Yeah, so
boj.
far they've just been destroyed.
Are
What
Flatro
these
veç
HEs
merre
that we're being
killa.
treated to.
E çej
Juan
bume.
Flatro,
There's
lobbing
another
another one in.
Yeah,
Surely there goes one, yeah.
Are
brilliantly
Flatro.
taken care
Gjuj
of.
që aty Flatro.
Gets the low HP of Capson gone. One
Easy
Flatro
2 killa.
does not
Ai,
take no
shumë
for an
lavë,
answer.
bre.
He wants more, making it a 3K in the round. Scenario will close
he's
the
on
show.
so
Mika.
many kills already.
10-1. I was just
Hajde
about to
marrë
bring
çuna,
that up.
shpërndajeni
Look
live-in.
how
Bëjeni
top-heavy
like
that
e
scoreboard
subscribe.
was for us, Ted.
Çfarë
Obviously,
më fal.
we
Bume.
can't exactly show the scoreboard, but you'll see in just a second. One Flatro 20-7 with 6 assists. Rigon 10-3. Scenari 9-4. The best performer
keni
right
bo
now
like
on
e
the side of
subscribe, o
Dynamo
çuna.
Eclot, as you can quickly see, is 6-11.
Se
on
16
these
me njën që shpëshjet.
I'm just gonna say one thing and I'm gonna shut down. Shut up. one flat throw is on 576
Shut up
utility
if I
damage,
wait.
and
What the fuck?
I believe Bad News Eagles are really close to getting over 1,000 utility damage as a team. Really close. They're above 800 right now.
11 rounds that's done in as well.
Yeah, and they're already at like the edge of 1,000 utility damage, which is insane. Like, this is Dust 2. This is no Inferno. Yeah. This is no whatever other map that you might think of where utility damage is easier to. This is bloody Dust 2, and they have 1,000 utility damage after 11 rounds on the CT side. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, to like put it into normal numbers, it's 10 kills worth of nade damage. Well, currently 8 kills worth of nade damage from 100 to 0.
Yeah.
It is a crazy amount. And 10-1 the scoreline, Ted. Like, we talk about utility damage, we talk about the kills. We haven't even discussed the scoreline. Dynamo Eclot have played 11 rounds and scored 1 on their T side.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for Dynamo Eclot. Some of these rounds have been a little bit closer. We've seen some good moments from Detour especially. Valencio going to be able to drop the offer, and actually now they have a chance. You have a solo holder towards that bomb site. Synopsis is all alone. How many kills does he get here?
Should be a few, shouldn't it? Well, there's your first. The second no denied. 2 versus 4. I mean, listen, talk about the B&E magic, but this should be a step too far, and a brilliant double from Detour to close it out. Dynamo Eclot have their second, and a pretty resounding result at that with 4 surviving. Problem is, B&E have already got double digits, so you're fighting an uphill battle no matter what you deliver.
Yeah, you needed that one though. You need it around like this. You know what? GX has been actually punished quite a lot in the early stages of the rounds, right? I mean, he's been going for a lot of these high-risk, high-reward scenarios. This is the second round in a row where he just gets dropped early on. But this time around, Dynamo were able to convert him advantage. He's already in lower. This is the first time they're going for a play like that, and it's going to be successful. Well, partially successful.
I was going to say it was a nice first kill, but he goes 1 for 1. And, I mean, for the CT side, especially on a map like Dust 2, where the rotates are so long, it does hurt you a little bit. One flat throw to bring the numbers back in their name now, though, and that really will settle the nerve.
Yeah, and another Ryan, by the way. He's going for the 600, 700 utility damage mark in the first half. That's crazy. I think that's a record. Well, it might be for Dust 2. Kipita, though, with a really good shot. Scenario's going to go down. GX with a nice refrag through the door. Detour's already walked his way onto the bomb side. One flat roll doesn't realize it. Detour gonna be a bit scrappy, manages to control the spray, manages to tame it, and gets the kill, but oh, that's dangerous. Recon, he's seeing the bomb. If he drops him, that's round done, but he's actually not gonna pick up the fight. They're gonna focus on taking care of Detour first of all, and that's gonna leave Valencio in a 1 versus 2 clutch. GX, he's gonna go for the peak. A bit of a mistake here, gives Valencio a chance, and now it's a 1 versus 1.
And Rigon expected a B play, not an A play, so he now has to make a pretty drawn-out rotate. Valencio will drop the molly on short. Rigon stands behind it. He'll wait for the molly to expire, and then that's his cue to go in. The HE just to try and land on sight, do a little bit of nade damage. Still expecting the headshot angle to be played. An AWP in the wall. Now, I've never seen that before, but Valencio is in such a good position.
Smoke.
Unless there's a smoke, and that's exactly what Rigon's done. It's going to be... Oh! Wow. I was going to say the stick, but Valencio just nails him through the smoke, Ted. And that's a third on the board for Dynamo Eclot. Valencio knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, you know that's a desk slammer there for Rigon as well, right? Because he played it perfectly. He saw Valencio picking up the AWP. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to smoke the bomb. I'm going to defuse it. There's no way he lands the shot, but it's just the insta-headshot. Valencio doesn't really miss in that scenario. Oh, that was actually a lovely flick from GX. I don't think we caught I don't think we saw that when the round was going, but that was actually a really decent shot. Still, though, Dynamo Eclot picking up the 3rd round, looking to make it potentially 4 or 5, and make it a bit more competitive. Scenari says no for the time being. Dieter is going to go down. One of the best performing members on the side of Eclot so far in what is a bit of a harsh reality game here on Dust 2. Another H.
On short. Yeah, because why not?
Hienoa,
Good
vetäjä.
damage
Tää on
done.
lovisaja.
Speed
health.
GX holding a very narrow angle on short. This shot, not really the conventional one, but a molly to stop all pushes. Scenario in the meantime taking a fight on long, in which he's second bested.
Oh, Valencia's dead though. There's just gonna be tunnel vision. One Flatro actually takes a decent amount of damage, so good job to Valencia. Synopsis is gonna go look at him. Oh, he's gonna catch a perfect timing. Actually misses the shots, and MBQ's gonna punish him. Are they gonna be ready for Regan though? He's really close. Gets the damage, but not the kill. MBQ with a double one Flatro lands the headshot through the smoke though, and this is the only high HP member of Dynamo Eclot.
MBQ, oh, just slips under the smoke. Massive chance. One Flatro looks onwards, but MBQ he's able to slip the 9 just a little bit. Now this is where things get interesting.
Çatom ek në snipe, na kish pështu genci. Flatreka.
They have no clue. GX.
GG.
He was thinking about it, but oh, Captain is actually gonna go down. Do they think about MBQ?
Hini mrana ma shpejt. Super.
He's not gonna see them. Oh, this is a disaster. Do they realize? Surely they do. They're gonna tap the bomb now. Do they start thinking about MBQ coming in? From mid though, while Flatro turns around, the defuse is coming in, but MBQ manages to find the first and the second. Hold on to the A to B. But it doesn't really matter. Dynamo Eclot, they pick up a 4.
Nuk e fosh për sa.
A 10-5 is looking very likely. B&E's funds starting to run dry at optimum time for the half-time whistle as well.
GG se kështë me pa fryme, hajte mojt fryme na për defuse.
But a brilliant round from Dynamo Eclot in number 14. Just laying down the hate head and finding these kills. 2 players low HP in the 2v2. They've got it covered anyways.
Yeah, things are looking alright right now for the Dynamo Eclot side. Previously 10-1 down after picking up the pistol round and losing 10 in a row, but now 5 rounds on the C side might actually be enough to give him a bit of a chance, a bit of a fighting voice in the second half. That's a mad play from GX. I don't know if you realize that. He just run full W towards top middle with the scout. Decides against it. Regan is going to get dropped in the meantime, but Synopsy is quick enough to take his plays. This could be a smart play, but Dynamo Eclot deciding to actually double back here. Dieter is low lane, so he needs to be careful. There's going to be a weapon switch. They go back towards long. They've given enough time to Koment to think about it a second time. And he's actually going to get himself towards car.
Haj Flatër më konë që ekë që sniperisin. Superish. O, këshëra ne Flatëra. Flatëra këshëra ne, bre.
Play passive to one of the angles. He's the solo A hold with 4 players.
Flatëro.
And ready on low. Now it's just about making the contact. As you can see, the other 2 players will now react accordingly.
Hajde që ke bu me na krym pun ka gjë. Super, shumë lavi kalon.
But I think it was majoritively M4 spam. 3 versus 4 still. But actually the HP numbers, I was going to say, slightly leaning in favor of the B&E side until that kill comes in. Valencio finds a second as well. And it's a GX 1v4. I don't see this one happening. This is 10-5.
Ma, bro, mas jahać.
Yeah, GX.
Nice try.
Just going to get overrun by the AK. Pete is going to pick him up. That's actually a really good recovery from Dynamo Eclot. You know what? I'm giving them a chance for this game. I mean, if you try to ignore the fact that Juan finished the first half 24-11, this is actually a good showing. And you know what, Ryan? I might need some time to do the maths and tell you if they went over 1,000 intensity damage in the first half. So yeah, I'm just gonna open up my calculator real quick.
Ka mujt me kona ma mirë, po nuk o keq atë.
Just do that. That would be my suggestion to you. 600, 700, 800. Yeah, they've easily done it.
Pa
Easily.
bajke defuse ata, një mrejt me
I'm not sure if maths work like that.
Nëse I fitojnë atë 2 rundat e parë,
Yeah,
ku ma
you
kene.
know what?
Ka
They
shans me
went
na I
past
këthy.
it, but you just going
Që na vynë 2 rundat e parë mi fitu.
25.
Yeah. Well, that's because, well, no, maybe not that much.
Që bosat
If they
net
had that
posh
much,
janë të
then
bo.
I'd be,
Yeah,
that
it's
would be.
1,131.
There you go.
Yeah. Sick.
Over 1,000, mate, in a half. That's really nice for Bad News Eagles.
Full
But it might
lack,
not mean a
Janka.
lot because now it's time for the pistols where nades don't really matter. It's about these close quarter engagements that
Ma.
Flatros looking to take towards B. Unfortunately, they've been wiped from back to front. And it's Synopsy and Rigon left in a 2 versus 5. P250 on Rigon. You can't count them out.
Rigone!
To find shots like that. And now it's a 2 versus 3. You better not take that fight because Rigon could have your head off. But MBQ confident he'd be able to finish the job. 1v3 now for Synopsy.
Yeah, he might be able to actually cross onto the bomb side and get a bomb plant out of this, which is going to be success. I mean, in that scenario, you're just playing for the money. There's
Po jo, thash s'pas kam ble bu me
on
heq.
the bomb side, 48 HP. He's getting slowly wrapped by long.
Se pedik kështu pa on po bume, ka shto thon s'kam bli bume. GG, bile bumën e montona marrëm pak parë ma shumë. Dhe s'kishin pas as një bume, as flash, as smut. Nese po jem, so në thash full leka. Po ta fjallin kështu bash full, pa bume pasaj.
Well, that was quick.
I think when you look at B&E as a team on Dust 2 as well, it's not like they're incompetent playing this map. It's just that they're inexperienced and don't have the best percentages. Like, B&E are a team that can pull a life round out of anywhere. And when you're 6 away from your goal, when you're full by in the next round, like, I mean, I don't want to say I guarantee they win it, but you know they're just going to bring a new level to this game, a new fuel to the flame. And it will just ignite the whole B&ET side off, honestly. I see it happening.
And we are speaking about a team that normally feels a little bit more comfortable on the T side as well. So I guess there could be some reasoning found. Especially when you remember how one-sided it was in the beginning. Well, it was... A lot of it had to do with Juan Flatro being insane, but yeah, they were quite dominant in the first half. Still though, Dynamo Eclot with everything going on for them in this round, especially with that crossfire towards long. This is going to be the meat grinder.
Valencio. Up close, waiting. One Flatro's Deagle. Edging around the corner, blocking each other. That's the issue with the long doors. Valencio runs out of ammunition, but Daitor able to bail him out. And it's one casualty, but a full house between the long hole. Daitor's triple. Dynamo Eclot 7th.
Yeah, that was never going to work out for Bad Eagles. They needed the first player to
Nëse se fitojnë atë qëtëron, na I barazojnë lejt në lejt.
But that's going to be another half bite coming in for the Bad News Eagles, investing a little bit too much in the previous round, maybe, for them to have a chance here. But they have the B spawn going on for them. Might be a bit of a B play. A lot of nades invested, a lot of flashes, a lot of smokes. The Tech 9s, the Max 10 for Flatro.
There
we go, Capson and MBQ both with kills. Interesting to see for the half by. 2 kills go their way.
Marina jarma gent, qërni
qa
të brava.
The 3 versus 3. Still 2 MP9s on the side of B&E. That's it.
Herre! Shko, merre.
There is a real good
Merre M4 in my
ball. They can't really recover that M4, but it's still a 3 versus 2 and they have the
Ja, sån är märma.
Synopsy doesn't really want to peek into this. They have
Tre flash I kan.
GX
Easy win kërën. Me forza këna fitu.
Yeah, it is.
Let's go! Senaps baba të merni M4, mledhni bob,
They just need the half bite to do it. It's an 11th on the board for the Kosovian Kings, and they have themselves one step closer to closing out that Dynamo Eclot pick of Dust 2.
Yeah, they even had the lurk.
Kush ajo ka bo Synops. Me Uzi, Lil Uzi. A Uzi qka?
Because of the lure coming in. Look at that. Synopsy stepping up massively, getting the 4K into the round, putting his team one step closer to victory. Capson doesn't really want to challenge all that much. Juan Flash was going to be able to actually make his way out of long doors. Now they're going to realize it.
Subscribe, money shumë.
There's the fight of the entries.
130 like e kena bosh, shkojna për 200. Po valla, tak shumë me pas hub qatëran, bërlëgish bo, na I këshim barazët, po mirë, unë zara. Me po me fitua qatëran, tani 13-7, shkoj. Mytni! Hajde mër me ultimën, zara, bre, ultimën. Maz, bre, bor.
And Synopsy left in the clutch, a 1 versus 2.
Synopsy është qartë sot, NZR. E kam një njën që NZR, nëse shkan.
There was just another player. Every single kill that Bad News Eagles got in that scenario, there was another Dynamo Eclot player swinging to get the re-frag. Now it's a 1v2 Synopsy behind the smoke. If he throws the HE, that means that they know where he's coming from. And oh, now they're gonna know. Makes his presence known. He's gonna get re-smoked. That's going to slow him down even further. Dynamo Eclot, surely there's no way.
Bojni like jam ti bojna 200 për bëna e tja kojna belen.
There's a good chance that Synopsy doesn't really get a chance at a clear fight here.
Synopsy is in front of the Molly, but tries to take the fight with the AWP. And that's a fight you will never win. Capson able to close the show. It's an 8th on the board for Eclot. despite winning a pretty wonky round here, Ted, the follow-up has been fairly disappointing from B&E. They have to take another eco.
Yeah, that was really good call from Dynamo Eclot. And I feel like Bad News Eagles are going to be disappointed with how things went here because they were ready for a play like that. You could see that they wanted to hold. They didn't really want to initiate any further aggression in that scenario. They were like, okay, we know they're low on money. We know that they bought into this one. Their buy isn't going to be great. We get the opening kill. We just need to hold now. They're probably going to push into us.
Time
And
out
they had the lure
tactical.
going on towards tunnels, and they knew that nothing was going on there. So it's kind of like, I feel like they had the read. They knew that the push was going to go over
Jag
towards
tog en
long,
dösa
so
med
that's why they're
kan
kind
bli
of taking their time with this
med en
tactical
dös.
timeout as well.
Med
They're
tre
like, okay,
AK
guys, we
ena.
had the right read. We knew what
Och
was
det går
going.
ett nytt Deagle blir
And we didn't
blenias
stop.
fast han
We
bara
still
sniper
lost the
på
round,
Deagle.
which is a bit of a problem. We need to work on that. But now
Alla
they're
i
gonna go
Nes
for
för
another
disha med sån.
investment. It's going to be a bit of a harsh one considering that
Lå
one of
innan.
those players is going to be on the pistol. That's going to be GX though, and we know how capable he is on the Deagle. The rest though, they have the AKs in scenario already. Leading the charge towards long. He's going to get taken down by Caps and Soul.
Down to 4 already here, B&E. Not ideal. Lencio sitting in cart. Not going to lie to you, Ted. I hate that position. I'll talk about it a little bit more in just a moment. Feeder's able to claim a second. This round, it's just not looking good now, is it, for the side of B&E? I think a ninth could be conceded. And although I said I don't believe in the comeback, Ted, I think it's looking awfully likely now that this is just going to see it through to what could be a very close map 1.
Yeah, you never write them off, especially when everyone's playing so well.
Tja bre.
Although GX is going to be able to pick up a kill, but in
No,
the
vi
meantime,
nie mecham
Valencia, he's
balkony,
woken up.
bo-
We spoke about him.
do
He had a
tänk inte
really
en
slow
koll.
start. He was 1-10, let me remind
Het.
you. He's 14 and 17 now, which
Scheisse.
considering you started 1-10, that's actually sick. This is what, 13 and 7 since that point? That's really impressive, and you can see the impact as well. The most kills going in favor of Dynamo Eclot. They've been able to pretty much shut down Bad News Eagles towards long.
Bad
You can
News
see that
Eagles.
Bad News Eagles are just trying to make one round towards long work for the sake of the conditioning, right? You wanna make Dynamo Eclot worried about long and then start exploiting middle,
Wallahi
deep
kanske inte
onside
dona.
and whatnot, but
Med dött
you've been
tecknare.
completely shut down every single time you've tried to go long, so you need to start experimenting.
Do something different. Change it up, Ted. That's what they're hoping for. 11-10-9 the scoreline though. The gap down to 2.
Цу, не
What
ona
was
molotov
originally
отходить.
10-1
Niha
scoreline
pa,
in
blядь,
favour
что я
of
бы на
Bad News
Falcon
Eagles.
motit.
Yeah,
Nah,
they've picked up one round
Niha
since.
pa.
yeah, this is not
Ta
it's
hack
not
som
comfy
czytał.
business. I will agree to that. This round is just an eco though, so we're not expecting the world out of them. And so it should be a 10 on the board for Dynamo Eclot. Things get interesting post round 21 though.
Yeah, they still have the smoke in the pistols.
Nötter bre.
Valencia. That's tough. Molly gonna get deployed. They should have no problems to deal with this one. Sure. Synopsis there actually pick up a double. GX is gonna be able to make his way
Sniper
to
is
the
jag very
outside
love
with the
ammo.
bomb, but
Se han tar
Scenario going
mortal
down should be
också
able
mina
to seal
yard.
the deal. That was the rifle as well. Juan Flatro still
Har du
has
flättra?
the ego to work with, but it is
Bom
a
ja man
versus three.
tog.
It's gonna require some insane shots from the man.
Aj.
And there's not going to be any
Copy,
insane shots
ammo,
hit
bitch.
by him in this one. In fact, it's Dynamo Eclot picking up
GG.
double digits, a 10 round, and just one behind Bad News Eagles.
Something to note, Ted, is that
Tror
was
det
a
blir
bomb
mot i Niha
plot, though,
Pop,
for the
säger
side
Mala.
of
Lala.
the lads at B&E, and that's going to, again, probably put them in really good
Ta med
stead
som sagt on
financially.
drake luja.
Get those numbers going. See what we can make do though in this round here.
Ta
Round
tjena full
number
buy.
22.
Så kör dött med fito.
Desperation maybe starting to settle in a little bit for the Kosovian Kings, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, Ted. We'll have to wait and see. Orp for GXX fires off the first shot. Does
Så
not.
jag kollar myd. Fjäll.
Yeah. GXX, by the way, so far hasn't been
Ja, men har
hasn't been
armat
having the
skvat.
best
Med
game of
den
his
arman
life.
tog.
Same for Capson, by the way. The two opers have been extremely silent so far in Dust 2, which is normally quite the opposite to what you expect on a map that's called the Opers Paradise. Although
ja,
we've been treated
moina
to some
mi-
rifle delicacy.
Nëse hek qafe flatër
I
që tonë
feel like the
Balkan.
rifles have been able to compensate.
A synopsi kaka.
100%.
Ma be synops.
Seeing this round here, what they are capable of. Valencia finding the opener. Certainly is not the way they wanted this round to start, Ted. It will have to do anyways. Already 5 versus 4 in favor of that CT
Fått gärna
side.
Yeah, the short execute coming in, the wall of smoke, the flashes
Let's
as
go,
well.
hide,
As
hide,
said,
hide,
it's gonna
hide,
be good.
henne,
Capsule
henne,
with the
henne.
AWP needs to find the first one. There's going to be a player dropping down.
Hade
CT.
mötte
This is the
Bruno
unknown
säkert in
factor
Johnny
into the
Kompaket.
play for Bad News Eagles. Regal
Rigon doors make shot on.
There could be a chance, but Capsule is
Mas
prepared for it. One flash roll. Gets the kill onto the bomb side though, which means
Montana
that Capsule needs to
düşüş.
be a whole lot more careful.
Super.
The flash is good. The open
Çoramadan iyi hapı apet.
He's still alive somehow. They haven't been able to take him down, but GX is going to find
Güzel.
another. There's the tag. Valencio there to support. And it's 2 versus 3.
Harna folket mörda paskakı.
That AWP of GXX needs to go.
Bra
straight
Gens.
up.
Hadi Gens, palaya lakti.
Valencio could be the second to follow as well as GXX.
Montane?
Plucking
Jag kan
out these
monta
fights one by one.
Hallå.
Now
Jag
it's
tror
just
att jag montar.
MBQ left in the clutch. 1 versus 2.
Mapa par.
He's gone for the
Till jag
round
letar
towards
till
long
matchen.
scenario. He's really low on
Loj,
HP. GXX with
valjar
the
han?
AWP. He's not holding for it now.
Kom
He's
på
going to
kämpa,
turn
ju
around.
kämpa duschbär.
Can't really afford to miss the shot though, and the timing is not good.
bre,
MBQ is going to find a
bo.
kill. Did he spot the gun barrel? I don't think he did.
Och sen
Scenario
är styr
still has
bre.
the advantage. He finds the headshot. He's going to miss. MBQ
Oj, tja,
finds the second, has plenty of time, recovers the
ratten.
AWP. We're leveled up.
Recovery
No.
100% there. Now it's just about pushing for 16. Dynamo Eclot 10-1 down. It's now 11 all. What a steaming
Sen är det
start
säkert
they're
också
having to their
att
CT
jag
side.
Yeah, what an insane clutch once again from MBQ. And you know, I'd say it's fair because Dynamo Eclot were losing all
Sharam
of these clutches
Chetaram
in the first
Pedoras,
half. I mean, we had
Motabana.
all those crazy retakes, post-plan scenarios that Bad News Eagles were able to
Djävulen
pull
så
off.
tycker ni bara like
Now,
eller
it's finally
subscribe.
Dynamo
Bojm
Eclot's
nese
time.
psash
They've
koha
been
e
really good in the
duhur.
clutch. MBQ
Që ti
Teacher
jap një
Valencio
forcë
leveled up
bana
to
jes me fitu
17
dojën,
kills
kështu që bojeni
per
like edhe
unit.
subscribe, hajde.
As it's a team effort that drags the
Masi
Czech
po pritani me
Republic
shkru,
side
bile like edhe subscribe.
closer and closer to picking up their map pick of Dust 2. Still though, not to be overlooked, the Bad News Eagles, as you said,
S'jena kaq, jena apet full buy, kështu që
might have an ace or two up their
mujna me
sleeve.
bo diçka apet.
And you know, the ace is the only thing that's more powerful than the king.
I love that. Cards references. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I was thinking about a Yu-Gi-Oh reference, but I couldn't pierce it up.
I wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Not the biggest watcher of, or the biggest understander of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, I'm not an understander anymore as well, but I mean,
Normal.
when you were a kid, at least.
Tron me fitu.
Nah, not even, man.
Well, I don't understand that.
Me fitu që Tron,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
shkojna 13 me 11.
Man, my day was
Me
like
fitu që Tron,
Club Penguin. And
Sa ata
Oh,
mesin
no.
full like për
Oh,
në dy
no.
tjetër, ose me me du forcë.
mate, don't you dare disrespect Club Penguin. What a
Shite
banger that
synapse.
game was.
A na full like o
Not
do të me
having
du.
to. Not having
Sun
to.
dujna forcë heq.
40 seconds left though, round 23, hyping up a little bit. Synopsy getting dropped early doors. Great flashbang detour. Detour through the smoke for a double, but Rigon's able to hold his own. But now he's going to need to
Mojshme
clutch the
montu
1
bile me
versus
ma
3.
maj pare.
27 seconds to
Problem,
play
te
with.
prit sniper
Time
mot.
is a massive constraint.
Looking for the
Bravo!
Oh, a nice one.
Hade,
Does
gjuj që aty!
realize there is a player in
Gjuj!
the smoke.
Qaja!
Spots and manages to
Plant.
finish off the kill.
Plan. Mo bre, po pse bre zemër, pse bre aty?
From Rigon. I'm not sure if he did that intentionally.
Taj,
but Kipita's gonna get the kill.
bravo.
That was so scary.
Po
Manages
fotja
to see the
plant e
player,
prete.
only if he manages to tuck himself back onto the bomb side, but Kipita doesn't miss the shot.
Taj.
12-11, Dynamo Eclot with another clutch.
Dy rund, dy a tre runda jena ti jo pa lidhje, valla. Pa pik nevojë jena ti.
Yeah, that was massive. That was massive.
Wow,
Lloj Kosovakën s'po di ty
what a
gjë.
crazy game.
Yeah, if only he jumps to once there, like he probably spots
Na i
it,
det
right?
këna me lu.
Now,
Pse kom
lost
marrat
1v3,
verzionin.
losing hope, losing chances. Rigon's going to go for something.
Bravo, bre, Rigon, u qartë Rigoni qëta. Ah,
Now the
mona.
numbers fall in favor of Bad News Eagles. Sure,
Mona
the round
tash.
count doesn't, but Rigon's not happy with losing this game.
Hajde ma shpejt fotja
he
plant
stepped
sener.
up his game massively, just going on his own. The flash was good, but he picked up both kills. In a
Po,
1
do
versus
që
1,
ti
manages to win the fight. So
eliminova.
he's in such a good position.
Nëse
Needs at
open.
least one, and he's going to be able to achieve that. Kipita gets the
Bravo së
retry.
dë.
That's going to be enough to seal the deal.
Mos i bani piko, por
Unless
le
Capsule
gjun,
gets
ky
the
le
great deal,
rën
but at
me
this
këtë
point, I
snipe
don't think
mutet.
that Dynamo Eclot
Bum ja
wanna
montu
risk
që
their
jetë.
money.
Ka me bo save, ses.
The last,
It's not worth
the
it.
last
S'kan
couple rounds were
pare.
so close. Surely you just save it.
They've lost out on so much that you are right. There is no need to send this in, is there? You
Heq
can't.
mos i bani pik. S'ka
You
shka
can't
ban.
rely on winning this round when you're in the 2 versus 3 and that bomb is so far gone already. Like, well, it's
GG.
what,
Do
10
lejt me
seconds
do
away?
lejt.
Not even that now. it's over. You have to save. AK and an AWP scooped up. More importantly, Bad News Eagles to return for a 12.
Yeah, that's the scary factor about this team, right? I mean, this is what you mentioned earlier. It's a team that can just bounce back on the back of individual brilliance. And there is so much, like so many X factors in this lineup. You see Juan Flatro having a monstrosity of a first half. He slowed down massively now. And when they're just down the canvas, looking up, hoping that they're going to be able to stand up and make it through the stand-up count.
Forza
They just have Riggin swinging, throwing handmakers, opening up the A-bomb side, giving them another lifeline. This is why Bad News Eagles is such an exciting team to
Nese kan luaj në prag, kanë me lu. Do me thonë lan.
Towards lower Synopsy, only the one.
Shedione.
4 versus 4 scenario. That's the bomb spotted going towards A. GXX in spawn. Him and Kafida now.
Nese ka me lu taj turnamenti tjetër.
GXX is let him run.
2025.
And this should be an easy punish on shore if he swings, but he does. GXX for one. Rigon gets taken down by the AWP Capson though, and
Okej, janë
then
gjithë në finale do me
run
thonë.
B.
Yeah, they have a
Tash
lot of
duhet
time, right? I mean,
gjithë në
they
finale
have
dhe finalja
minute
nesër nuk e
20.
di.
GXX is going to flash them in. Want to make sure that no one's been aggressing towards top middle. They have a lot of time.
Shedime 13 në duket e
A
kanë
lot of
pas.
things to think about. And
Veç
you
nëse
can
e
see
kanë
Dynamo
bro se
Eclot. They want to rotate back, but in the meantime, they're like, they might as well just be waiting out long. And
3 vs 3.
we don't really want to risk it that much. Capson needs to be really careful.
Me mujt me i bre. Ma bre. Shi qërë
Capson
përson.
goes aggressive. Spots doesn't kill. Now
Do të me
B&E
shku
can make
shpejt
moves
plant.
towards B. They are having a decent look.
GG. Gjuje qatë
Moving
bërme
it
që dhe.
forward.
E hik bume.
Capson
Fuck.
finding one wallbang. Scenario
Ku e
gone.
kapi bre
Bomb
se
dropped
nere
as
bre
well.
na. Edhe bum ja ka ra.
40 seconds left.
Bravo.
To bring back the numbers to a 2 versus
Bravo.
1.
Bumën merë me
Swings up
plant.
for a
Qet.
second. Now it
Mo,
should be
mo,
off
mo,
in the
mo.
clutch. A leg shot is not going to be enough, but the
bere.
flick certainly will. And he draws the USP, thinking Juan Flatro
I
is
klatra,
gonna
i
fall
kik,
with
kik.
the
E
side
ko
up, but he pulls out the
flatra
primary
bre
to
se
make it fall.
snipe.
Capson's a genius.
What's going on with those clutches from Dynamo Eclot?
Po, më
They
shej
can just
zemra
pull
me
it out
hajti pela.
rabbit after rabbit from the Magico hat. What a clutch from Capson. Another 4K. First it was Detour, then it was Valencio, then it was MDQ, and now it's Capson to clutch it up. What a play.
E straho mundësi së tumbla jo.
Look at those shots. Half of them through doors.
Nëse luajnë
leg
bëna e
shots,
ja,
just landing
problem.
attacks As if he was playing with the scout.
Nëse kanë veç një map, mëjna me lu. A nëse është best of 3, zbesoj. Jo zbesoj, po jo. Qaja bre, më nëzej flatra e. Gjatë kur pi mi qaj me snaj për nëzej. Qaja, u barazo, 13 me 13.
2 versus 5, gotta be a safe
Qit
call.
snipe me mujt me e këti muti. Ska pare me ble tani. Hekja, qaja regan. GG, u fitu kja map.
MBQ with an MP9, obviously he's
Ska
gonna be looking
pare e
for
ma
an
me
upgrade.
ble snipe.
If B&E just hold
Përveç
things
nëse shkrim
down,
në vërtaj.
they're gonna get a very
E mor snipin. Oh, hekja bre. Posh bani, posh. Me e ka snipe. Hajtë se kësë zdi me lu me
Yeah,
snipe.
they've seen him. They've seen him pick up the AWP. There's no way MBQ is getting out of here alive. This is such a massive shutdown
Bravo.
here.
U hek
That
snipe
hurts
bob.
so much.
U hek
He pulled out
snipe.
a miraculous round in the previous one. An insane
13 me
clutch with the
13.
AWP.
Dalëm në për
And
si
now
tash.
it's pretty much over. Now you need to go
Ky
for
s'ka
the
pare
first
ma
fight.
për snipe.
You're gonna rely on what?
15.
3 upgraded
Nashta
pistols, a
në
scout
rënd
for
fundit.
Capson, and
Ka pare,
another
ama.
Digo for
15
Valencio.
me 13.
And you have
Na
2
jena.
flashes in total across
Nëse
the
s'du
entire
naj
team.
befasi me altia me
Not a
nëmi.
single diffuse kit. This is all that you have here left on the after everything that you've been able to pull off.
Bëna e të ndëruar mes, që ka blini snipe pull qeni. Hegja o snipe pullën qenit.
He's supposed to scout. He's like, I'm not taking that fight. I'm not giving you a free kill. I don't need that fight.
Bosa të bo poshe.
That's because his teammates have slipped up
Mo,
short.
heke molotovin.
Will this go detective?
Bravo,
He's
bravo,
going to be the
Sene.
first alarm bell, and it rings for
O,
one.
thash do mi dal me
Can't
molotov
find any
për
more.
po.
A flashbang tucked into the back corner. And actually, they give
Hey,
up their
Sene,
possession
shit.
completely.
Bret,
Slipping
is
away,
dat
Valencio wants nothing to do
Ai.
with it. That flashbang is
Gjoj
brilliant,
maar.
though. And this is forcing some form of mid-fight. Juan Flatro has to create some distance with a molly. Smoke drawn as well, should he need it. The right-click one in.
Shaja,
MBQ
bre.
going aggressive.
Edhe një aki.
And that's his life dropped. Valencio going forward. We'll find
Qishve
if he
2 vs
returns.
2, na i
GXX
kanë
is
marrë
ready to
armë.
respond 2 versus 2.
Bumi
There is
auto
a chance
montu.
now. Valencio's picked up an AK. He's already made his way towards long. Capson's going to be able to upgrade his scout. Surely a missed shot from GX nearly cost him his life. No defuse kit though. So
Djenë që
Dynamo
zban mja
Eclot,
hu
they
qava
need to
një herë
think
se
not only
bërlëk
about
bëhat.
getting the kills, but about making it work in time. Synopsis still high on HP.
Qaja Synops.
Manages to get the first boss, the second.
Are Gans be.
There's the refrag.
Gans
Capson,
mos javëq,
another
please.
clutch, another 1v1. GX
Oh,
misses the
Gans.
shot. Capson made it work a couple rounds ago.
Make
Needs to
it hard
do it again.
again.
GX switches to the AK. He's just dancing around the bomb site. He knows there's no kid. He's trying to win time, but there's enough time. Capson.
O, s'ko kit. Kup!
Does he? It's going to be
Cool.
very close.
Surely
Good.
he got it.
No!
Of course he does! How dare I doubt you, Ted?
Kurzu tu?
Picked up 14's on the board, and it was a deagle buy that gives Eclot 14.
That was an elite ear rape from your side, by the way. I raped.
Was it?
Yeah, elite.
Mate, I just went, oh. That's unlucky, bro. Bro, I don't even know what just happened.
For those of
though.
you wondering, that was just the soul of Ryan leaving his body there.
It was.
But now it's
Bro. Ow.
yeah, the amount of clutches they've won is insane.
Eagles, man.
Qif
Eagles.
shana fucking
One
bot.
last chance. Bad news, Eagles. Already dropped
Puh,
down to 4.
motherfucker. Më falni shpreje, po, ja, vlla, ma lujti trunin, Allah.
Recon gonna
Sa
go
sa
down as well.
0.1
Valencia
milisekund su kon.
there to find a kill. Looks like this is finally
Na
gonna be the
fucking-
shutdown coming in from Dynamo
na
Eclot as
shqiptar,
well.
s'kena na
And it's gonna be
fuck,
bad news. Egos on the no money territory unless
Hade
Synops
Synops.
has something to say about it. There's the first headshot.
Bravo, bre Synops.
Okay, they're still in the round. We're still listening. A 2v5, maybe on the cards. That would be painful.
I mean, entertainment value would 100% be there.
Yeah.
I think this is just a step too far to ask, though.
Treba së dina.
Completely with
Bravo,
you,
e
Ted.
kolli
This is-
qeni.
this is-
Qaja be gens, man, fond bre genci të tipo në dora.
Think
Oh,
about
shut
it
up.
again.
Hale, hale ta
Now
nxerëm
there's a
që
real
të ta
chance.
bara
The fact that
zëra.
they've given 1v1s throughout the entire...
Busi, api për
MBQ.
masmit bre
I
kam
mean,
me
depends how
a.
long he spends holding the flank rather than pushing it, but in due
Synops
course,
jo shumë keq.
could run into the flank holder.
O jo, te këshyr?
Happy to round over and done
Ma, bre,
MBQ, he's
bo.
dropped the ball. That's a massive kill. Synops, he wanted to clear it out. GX, he switched onto an AK.
Arrogant.
He's gonna start looking, but MBQ with a lovely
Phew,
repositioning is gonna be able to get
Brennan.
the second kill as well. That went a little bit too risky there for the liking of Bad News Eagles, or rather for the liking of Dynamo Eclot for a second. 5 versus 2 that they were nearly able to lose, but MBQ, thankfully, for the Czech side, manages to fight back. 15-13, 2 map points in a map that they were down 1
Aj,
to
pas
10.
ka pa zolba, o, Synops.
Somehow they've gotten themselves
Po,
here.
me ta
Can they
gens
make
na i
it?
kanë që aty nder kaja bele.
Let's go.
Hale ligan? Heke be
2
ligan?
required consecutive for Bad News Eagles. Otherwise, map 2 will be needed for the Kosovians. 1 kill already in blue.
Bravo, Rigan. Hade.
But they're trying to bring that up.
Ngëte mo
Wild
mutin.
spray from Synopsy. He knows that there's a player behind that smoke. Detour lucky to be alive right
Po,
now.
ma
Rigon
vlla,
trying
farna
to slow
fokë,
him
qërë
down as
farna
well.
fokë me
Captain
4
can
hapa
find
me
a second.
gjall.
And now all of a sudden,
Bon
5
jamën
or
tu.
rather 3 versus 4. 1 man down.
Me myt sniperistin s'ka kit.
Oh, Capita is going to be able to drop Regon.
Bravo.
2 versus 4. Scenari fights back.
Scenar mos e
He
qakryt.
was really close, misses the shots. That's going to give him
2
another
vs 3.
chance, though.
Amon,
Both on
ai
both
mund t'jo
sides,
një
they're
hapa.
gonna press war short. MBQ
Mos i
is
dir,
going
bravo,
up.
mirë
He's
Senar.
on his ground.
Një
Senari's
hapa
gonna
e
win the
ko,
fight, but it's
bre,
still 1
Senar.
versus 2. 22 seconds. Time is running low.
Rriq aty.
He just
O,
has
mos
to
e
run on
qakryt,
both sides, but
bre.
Capita is gonna drop it.
Ka
And
ket,
it's
bre,
only
kë
bad
mot.
news for the Eagles as they drop
Ta
the
hekshëm
map
që ta
that
bre.
they had under lock and key. 16-13 Dynamo
Phew,
Eclot.
bre, no.
What a comeback.
GG.
Brilliantly taken care of. There's no arguing that they deserved it. Matt won their way. Very promising, Ted, to see that. Do you know what?
GG.
They look like the better team. Honestly, that
Tash e
second
kena
half
na
SCT
si janë,
side,
gjatë
they
qysh kena me
looked
këtu.
empowering. And well, I don't think there's any denying this team. 10-1 up, Bad News Eagles. Dynamo Eclot with stellar
Jo mos harani me
recovery.
bë like a subscribe, bo sa
Picking up what? I
hare
mean,
ti bojna 200 like a për banejet se
12
ndrysh
rounds,
s'u ka me
11
fitu
rounds
këtë
out
këta.
of 14. 11 out of 14 on their CT side. That is a massive.
Edhe mos harani me bë
massive.
subscribe ti
That was
bojna
insane,
2000
especially
suba
after
se
the start
YouTube
of the
janë
Eagles
mytit të na
got
hek.
over. It felt like it was enough. Juan Platro had
Prej
an
10
insane
njo
game,
na i
but
kthena.
at the end of the day, the
13,
1,000 damage in
16.
the first half wasn't enough for
Shame
Bad News
though.
Eagles. Ladies and gents, obviously this one is not over yet. That was just the map pick of Dynamo Eclot, so we still have a
Djetë e
to go.
poshtër.
The Bad News
Po,
Eagles
tash
can
është
try
mapa e
to
dytë,
bounce
një
back
me
to the
zero
map
me
pick,
mapa
even though
jena.
Eclot started on the CT side, but all of that is going to get placed after the break.
Ja me zërë jena me mapa bësë, kështu që tash janë njësë mapa e dytë në asjen. Pes minuta po va neka disa pjaneska penali se po na kap ne copyright me kësi muzikë. Ale be, me bo me fitu mapën të në asjentin. Easy, 2-1, Inferno na jena babat. Me fitu asjent, që ma na i shtytin 11 minuta? What the fuck, Allah, hajde se kena me shumë me unger buk. Një 11 minuta po shem shumë bre bor. Po alla dhe një Inferno ata ishin të mirë këgja po, na jena ma të mirë. Ja hojti belana por 10 minuta ma pa dytë. Ja i kena hop një 3 runda pa lidhja. Pa pik nevoj e bajshin pik. Po, shabo. Kanë me full ata është dalin filozofojnë, ata nështë ka minuta e 7 e 6. Se me ty e si dhe versionin ma të mirë shlaj që ka vësap, mos vërdy. Se s'pat bëj ves, jam në të një. Me zirë në i mënyrë. Ama yjet nalt edhe ti nga të botë edhe unë du shumë. E ja Batman e hapëm mapën e parë. Të tregoj dhe sa dek bava. Dhe e patëm mapën e parë në dorë, po el shumë. Sultane Berisha edhe moderator kënena për të spajnë. Is në sarën te për aktiv se ndrysh se s'na vynë. Moj dashnia jeme a je gjallë. A je gjallë. Ta këshyra kolloj nesër bëneja me 13. Bënej. Po. Kena në atëfar ligën SL në ora 7 mramje pasin. Me esër në ora 7 mramje bënejat, më sarane kunder Falcons. Me të 14. Ka mundësi që me të 14-in, nëse fitojna nesër, me të 14-in kena loj. Tani me të 15-in. 15-in e pasur pushim. Da me 16-in pushim. Me të 17-in e pasmi në atjen, Prag. Dhe më thonë mas 5 ditëve këkshmi në Prag. Nesër në ora 7 dhe më thonë kanë melu bënejt kunder Falcons. Na e kena vese një fitore edhe ata Falcons se pas ka një fitore në grupin B. Kështu që najve na vinë mimi 32-it ka kanë rang këta. Po nuk o sanë. Hello Bini. Na të ranë unë qëtu të marrë një banes, vesh në i qiti, se di apo një live. Amo yjet nalt edhe ti në këtë botë edhe unë du shumë. Edhe pak arrogante, me do stila pe i France. Zdo ndeshet baneset e EDMONDchannel granit qelë. Yes. Of course, normal që e një. Ma e mira në klub jem, më stanin. Amo, yjet nalt edhe ti këtë botë edhe unë du shumë. Shëp. Doja me preferume është pa i Valorant pa tham. Valorant jo pëlqen edhe me këqyr edhe me lu. CSGO jam pëlqen veç me këqyr, se me lu s'ja kam habere mbele zdia sa orën të shpemar. Doja Valorant është si CSGO-ja veç aty ka edhe fuqi. Do më thonë 55 është po. I ka dhe dësene ma ekstra. Ka me lu në i dit live me dhe Valorant, po nuk e di jam ban. Qa sniperisin Allah do të me mytë gjithë shysh për me fitur undin, qaj është mot. Qaj ju ka qëtë live këti. Edhe 2 minuta të ndërruar meq. Bëjeni like dhe subscribe. O quna keni bona i like. Unë alta shra keni bona i like. Ani. Hec ma keni bo subscribe se. Jo like. Ani. Veç ma sujtani. A pe këshirni it's my home, ajoa. Nuk e di janë alen si këshum këshyrë live, po sigurët na i fut copyright. Këshum këshyrë it's my home-in. Doja jam e preferuar është Fortnite 2018. Fortnite që atëherë kom baba. O, faleminderit shumë, Sultane Berisha. Edhe 40 sekondat nga fillimi I mapës së dytë. Bad News Eagles. Eclot. Dynamo. Hare për hare. Inshallah s'ja nisin me filozofu tash ata. Mos u shty. Dy prejke të leta të thjeshta. Dës po dina ben. Këpullë është t'i thonë qëto sobe o badi hava s'din. A pjo dhimat, a me pare pe ja qëtë me bëma, qa po di. Nëse fitojna që t'lu jo, na jena këto në grëp. Kjo do me thonë turnament tjetër. Nesër jena në turnamentin që kena lu, një dy javën e kalu me që kena fitu. Nesër kena lu e në dytë. Tani me të 17 e na në gjysmë finale me një turnament tjetër, në Prag. Për momentin, BNA u t'i lu 3 turnamente ndryshme. Kështu që të trijat janë ka $25,000. Mi fitu të trijat, 75,000 kohra. Nesër në ora 7 e kishin lujen me Falcons. Plus tani janë nis majore. Ama mos së që gjesa ki majore. Koku tasha këta të full apeta.
Chaotic map number 1 and an insane comeback from Dynamo Eclot. We are ready to kick things off with map number 2 here of the second game of day number 1 of the Eliza Invitational 4. But Ryan, before we get into business, we have some things that we need to get through. And you know, I'm a really good person. I'm a really decent friend. As every single other decent friend, there's nothing more that I love in this world than watching my friends fail. So, ladies and gents, we're gonna have a quick look at a pretty decent video that I was did for our new partners over at Ludio, telling you a thing or two about how great they are.
Best of trackers.
We've all heard the saying, you know,
Kush je,
practice
Marte?
makes perfect, but that's not good enough anymore. Perfect. Practice makes perfect. And that's why I want to introduce you to Ludio. It's a software that allows you to put yourself in iconic gaming moments and compete against others to win prizes. Now, instead of watching the pros, you can play like the pros in the plays that they made. And with a variety of great prizes like knives, skins, and even cash up for grabs, whilst finally proving that you are better than your friends with the interactive leaderboards. What are you waiting for? To get started, head on over to Ludio website and you can find the Ludios that are live right now. From recent moments of brilliance at the Bars insanely fast clutch in the Elisa Invitational. It is 1 versus 4 to win Pro League. And even a few moments from the community themselves. It's the perfect time to get started.
Wallahi da me kon top 4, qysh lojtëm qëtasht. Alla të rundat e parë, baba tjenë. Amo penal shumë neve gjiza shpejt. E ke parë në futbol. Dhe ka minuta 60 e 70 lunë Kosova. Tani më i lëshojnë komt. Në ketë lojt ne nësë. Na jena për lojt shkurt Allah. Sa me hopa diskvalifikohen.
Being one of the bots, and I'm going to give this
one a go. Let's see
if it makes it a little bit harder. Whew, okay, all right.
Rundat e no me njoa, s'tu okay. No me njoa 10-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, doable. Well, ladies and gents, as you can see, if you compare myself and Simple, I've got a better score. So it's time to hang up the mic and get in the server. Remember to tune into Lisa every day and remember to record your attempts for the Ludio because we want to see how it's done.
Shout out to the guys at Ludio for making Neokai look so good at the game. I think is the thing that I'm getting at here, Ted. No, of course, if you're going to go check out Ludio, you can use !Ludio in the chat and use code Elisa22. Jump straight into the action. I used it before personally, pretty cool stuff. They used to be Edge Gaming, right? That was their name back when. Yeah. So maybe you know them as Edge Gaming. The rebrand as Ludio, though. I'm all here for it, Ted, and maybe I'll go and play later and absolutely smash his score. A little birdie told me as well, Ted, that you did all right at it. So we'll see for the coming days. Hopefully, you at least look to do it justice more than Neo.
You know what? I'm not gonna give away what my score was. I think like my challenge going into this was just do a little bit better than Neo, and then I stopped recording and I just beat his score by 1,000. But you're gonna have to take my word on this one because I can't really prove it. I didn't record it, which you shouldn't be forgetting. You should record all your plays on Ludio, as Neo just told you. But yeah, Ryan, let's get back into the action. Bad News Eagles, Eclot, map number 2. Dust 2 was interesting, I think is one way to describe it. Bad News Eagles, for those of you that missed it, of course, had a 10-1 lead on the CT side of Dust 2, and then Dynamo Eclot managed to go for the full-on comeback and won the map 16-13. Now we're going to be moving onwards to Ancient, though, which is going to be the map pick of, as you put them, the Kings.
Eclot,
they're going to be starting on the CT side. So I feel like this one might not be just going straight out of the window for them, but we're going to be jumping straight into the server. Waste no more time, ladies and gents. We are ready for map number 2.
Let's go, här shit kör. Ne që tha jena gati për mapën e dytë. Pas ka startohë, këta njerëz t'i gjuhë smoke, atë këta të rovë atë. Harë, ta këshyrum, na jena polica, ata... Ja, na jena counter-terrorista. Terrorista, ata jena counter-terrorista.
Yes, we are going to see a 3-mapper, but I'm starting to believe, man. MBQ up close, donut, good for one. Ultimately finding the kill. 4 versus 4, Kafida realizing life too valuable to lose. Decides to back away, and the bomb plants come out from Scenari, leaving things in the 4v4 post plant. Yeah, it's a tough retake. They still have the defuse kit though, but all 4 players need to come through from the same position. And Bad News Eagles, they're actually going to open up the distance. Every single T-side player is going to come in from Donut. This is a good bait. The only problem is that there is a smoke coming in towards that part of the map.
So Bad News Eagles will eventually have to rest. They have 1 left in main. The bomb is going to get tapped. Regan gets out of the smoke. Finds a kill. Capstan and Dieter fight back, and they're just taking the defuse. But Capstan, he's going to take the knife kill. This is complete and utter chaos, but somehow Dynamo Eclot are going to get it. The defuse kit has been victim, and Capstan's even going to drop the 3rd one. What a round.
And he got a knife kill in the mix as well. I'm not sure if you caught that. The old butterfly knife being whipped out for a kill. And that gives him $6,000. He's got M4 armor, full util, and a kit in the second round. And while Bad News Eagles, the luxury of the bomb plant definitely is there.
An anime profile picture as well.
Well, yeah, but the stream can't see that.
Yeah, they can't see that, but it's the bonus points.
Mate, the Valencio profile picture is the one for me. Ralph Wiggum with his finger up.
Oh yeah, by the way, at some point, I think that all of them had the same, like, well, not the same picture, but all of them had Ralph Wiggum.
That is legendary. That is
Pjesa por më kujt gjash për ata sa ka.
Round 2, Czech boys looking to
Tu e
put
di
down
që
some
asë
haste.
jenë të
Synopsy
është
actually
50.
sticking the bomb plant, and so some extra money
Ik
going in the
presin as mos
pockets
i
of
del
B&E,
më.
who, by the
Bu
way,
mi
took
automontu që
a
dy herë.
pretty weird investment in
shkruan
this round.
vojna me
Some people
majt.
bought, some people eco.
Super.
Ultimately, this round will go aside, or at least it should,
DVS2,
unless
Ford
Rigon
Sienna
can deliver
plus.
more like that. It's 3 already in the round for him. A Tech 9 on Scenario as well to try and piggyback him to an equalizer. Spam through the smoke, good damage done. Rigon half health now.
Qysh, Allah peshe.
Through the smoke to make it 3. And also through the smoke to make it 4. But MBQ, he runs away.
Merën ai
He
orë,
wants
mos
to
e
do the round. It's
nerzeza.
over.
Yeah.
It's going to be an equalizer for B&E.
Yeah, they'd already decided on the save
Smart
before
as njall.
he got the kill through the smoke. So
Qaj
this
që
was
ardhe
maybe
pa ta
the only reasoning behind him jumping through. He just
Ja,
gets
pas ka
spam
marrë.
onto Rigon.
Jo.
He's like, there is a kid dropped on the bomb side, so I'm just gonna jump through. If I get the final kill,
Super,
it's pretty
super.
much a 1v1.
Bjørn Zarëm Lundin e
I
dytë.
get the round, but MPQ was already just far away with the M4, making sure that they hold on at least to one of the rifles.
So well played.
Yeah. Taking a look at the cool bet odds as well. I mean,
Ata janë forca.
Eclot are the favorites going into map number
That's
2.
crazy.
Yeah. CT
I
side
would put them
engine.
there. I would, yeah, I would
Po
put
është po
them
bojnë,
there. I think the pressure's
penzojnë midin këta.
too high. I think B&E have a
Do
real
të
good
marrë na
chance of taking
midin
this to
gjithçysh.
third. But then again, the numbers don't lie over at Coolbet. So maybe it is just the case that Dynamo
Po,
Eclot can
fikën,
walk
kena
away
mjak. Thuj
with
kismet,
this
kur
and
dala
make it another
polica.
2-0. Start things off though, Rigon.
Bravo, Regan. Ma,
Do Rigon things
bravo.
really. Just why not? Why not?
Yeah, I was expecting the player towards
Are
bottom
synapse
middle to
hack?
get the kill, and then Rigon just spams the smoke, but
Mas.
a nice headshot from Detour, keeping them honest. A 4 versus 4. Juan Flatro is going to get himself into a decent position, whilst the remaining of his team is going to start making their way towards the B-bomb side. Now, does Kifida clear out Juan Flatro here?
It's the other way around. It's
Hade
Capson.
Flatro!
Yeah,
He
Kör
absolutely
be.
will. MP9 delivers
Säg
3
till kyran
versus
är
4.
alla pappas
Sure,
nu.
the guns don't favour the CT side, but numbers certainly do. Smoke towards short. Detour patiently waits. Synopsy, is he going to swing
Bravo,
into the
Synops.
guillotine? Well, the attempt from Detour is there. Great spam through the smoke. Capson will
Bravo,
actually
så
find
det-
it.
det-
But
så
Rigon
det
bangs
som
him back
ger ena,
through.
mina med
2
marr
versus 2.
citron.
Detour. HE goes
Unknown
astray.
and it's short.
Brilliant spam, nearly finds the
Mira,
kill.
dösen
Kifida
ja,
making
ma.
his way through cave. In the meantime, gonna
Rigon,
drop him.
Rigon,
And now
Rigon,
Rigon on the
skam
back of
dyshe.
the site. Another clutch needed, and Rigon will find it. Nicely taken care of. The
Baba.
1v1, in fact. It's a 4K on the ball for Rigon. 8
Ka
in
lërë
3
na
rounds.
avantage, një me dhe.
Yeah, he just doesn't miss. Half of his kills have been headshots.
Deux
Well,
millions.
there's the replay as well. Some really nice shots coming in from the Dynamo Eclot side. They were really good with the aggressive play towards middle as well, finding some of those kills. But Rigon on the spam through the smoke, on the final shot as well, doesn't crumble, doesn't falter. And it's kind of funny, right? I mean, GX is on 0 kills. Synopsy and Juan Flatro are on 1. Scenario's on 3, and then you have Rigon on 8.
Just carrying his weight, fella, early on. Just
Full lack janë ta
You
bësa.
know that he is the guy, like, there's different kinds of players.
3 me një do
Like,
më thonë.
I am the type of guy, like,
GG.
if I get frustrated in game, I'm just gonna
Hajke,
start
Rigon.
playing poorly.
Ose në zarë më
I'm just
vëtë,
gonna
në
start
qetë.
getting the
Qetë,
Yeah,
Rigon.
worst
E hek.
decisions, and I'm
hek.
not gonna be able to hit anything.
Shaja, ba.
Rigon is that kind of a guy that manages to kind of transition and transform his infuriation into really great CS.
Hare,
It's like,
Synops.
shoot heads more.
Yeah, yeah. If
Tremendo.
you have to compare it, like it's a simple thing, right? Simple is that guy. Like when he gets angry, he just gets insane. And then you have like on the other
Super,
side,
ah.
you have let's say a Nico.
Shumë mirë jena.
That is like when he gets
Si po
out of
let,
his mind,
me kanë
he just
avantage o
stops
super
hitting.
këto.
You know,
Not
there's
yet.
people and people. Rigon is one of those guys. He gets infuriated because they lost map number 1. He's like, I've had enough.
Anger definitely translates to kills at the beginning of this game. It's another
Ne bome fituar
multi-kill for
citron, na i
Rigon.
thanë, kej.
This time a 3-piece that leaves him at 11 kills in 4 rounds. Here, Ted. It's a pretty staggering scoreline to put up. So far, so good. The CT side of Dynamo Eclot, we're really expecting to start to see some results, and quickly here. Otherwise, this map already gets way out of hand.
Yeah, that's T side as well. So every round that you pick up early on is gonna have massive weight going on in the latter
Midin
stages
bă,
of the
tam
half.
dökata. Ana.
A bit of a mid play here. Kifida choosing to play the aggressive
Di
off angle,
capo.
needs to find more than one kill in that scenario though. Flash is gonna be perfect. Not sure if he
Ale
gets
be me
spotted, but
hacknę
Scenario's
tiden
gonna
brava.
clear him out. He's gonna go down. MBQ
Ma bre
bor.
bor.
What a shutdown from MBQ.
Qyrben i mati me arve qashta.
Now it's GXX against 4. That is the response I was looking for from the Dynamo Eclot camp. They really needed that round, Ted. Scoreline, scenario, everything. Kind of rested on the fact that they weren't going to allow Bad News Eagles to just run away with this game. And that they
Po
do
mire
not.
nesam. Qëtëron.
Second posted now, MBQ's hat-trick, more or less the single play that wins them this round. More importantly, Bad News
Inshallah,
Eagles
I don't
money, I
believe
mean,
Star
sure,
Market.
despite winning 3 rounds consecutively, money isn't bad to rebuy in the next, but how quickly does money leave their pocket if they lose here? It is drastic.
Yeah, he's gonna hold on to
Njëm
the
10
MVP.
killa
By the way,
rigoni për 4 runda.
a fun thing that I actually noticed, because you know
Yeah,
this
don't
Dynamo
care.
Eclot, I feel like post the break has looked like maybe the most dangerous one we've seen in a long time. They've played 42 maps in the past 30 days.
It's not bad.
That's a crazy amount. That's great. Like for comparison, Bad News Eagles have played 12.
Dela
Dynamo
nes
Eclot
pra
have
ik.
played
Mos më rrekta.
42, and they won 25 out. I mean that's more than half of them, which is
Ja, mirë jena, nuk
fair
kena
stat,
kaq.
you know. Not a lot of them have been on Ancient, to be fair. They played it only 3 times. I think you touched upon that earlier. They did manage to beat
Kja ma
SC
po
and
let
Big
ma mirë.
Academy 16-5 and 16-8. Lost
që
to
na jena të
Enterprise
fitu.
in a 12-16 fashion. Of
Si
course,
terroristos.
compared
Kolo
to Bad News Eagles'
terrorista.
5 maps, it's not such a big difference.
Midin
Good
të na
chance
në zonë,
that
la.
Dynamo
Do
Eclot can
midin na me
continue
në
to put
zonë.
up numbers here on Ancient. Start that gives Feeder access towards middle. Valencio's going to be waiting for the jump up. HE lobbed in. Synopsy takes a bit of damage. More crucially, the cave player doesn't go swinging here, Ted, and so a real surprise factor could be inbound for Bad News Eagles. They don't clear out Valencio, who goes aggressive, finds one. Decent damage to a second. Flashbang forcing
Water
Feeder
versus
away.
water.
4 versus 4, but they're more than happy to walk away with the information.
Rigoni Allah.
Yeah,
Hade
he's
häckna befiden.
not happy
Brava,
enough.
qa
He's gonna go
Hallå, jag kan
looking for another, and oh, that's a disaster for
flattro.
MBQ. He needed at least
GG
one
Coulter
kill
med
here.
Dutch på
That's
shit.
going to make his teammates rotate away from the B-bomb side, which is going to be perfect for Bad News Eagles. You can see Juan Flatro, he's going on a
Boom
bit of a
ja,
scouting mission
oh.
towards A. He probably goes down here, but it's not really going to make that big of a difference. I believe the gun barrel gets spotted, and actually Dynamo
Super.
Eclot lose every single fight that they get into here in the latter stages of round number 6. So this one is going to go for the T side of Bad News Eagles.
Allah
Money, once
nese
again,
di.
not really looking
Nästan
forward
sitta
for the
in
CT
dörren
side.
då med
I feel like now
Jön.
we're starting to
Så han
we're
tror
starting
här
to see
alltså.
why Dynamo Eclot had to step up on Dust 2.
Ja, men nog är det sagt.
I mean, it's only been 6 rounds, but I feel
Yeah,
like this is the pattern that we're gonna follow.
It's really
Yeah,
disappointing to see that
Sean
Dynamo
starts
Eclot made some very silly choices in that round.
Well, I wouldn't say silly choices.
Ja,
I'd
det är en
say
pass
you
combination
just
execute, it's my
weren't
home
able to
kan jag
hit the
vilja.
shots.
Bara nu, Giorgio.
I mean, the mid push was unnecessary. I'll
Och har
still stick
bilar
on
så
my
att den
point
it's
that
my
that was-
home.
maybe not all of them were silly.
Sa med det.
but yeah, I
En
don't know.
kater ora och choto bara fitness.
It's not ideal. It's not ideal to say the least that they lose out on that round, and subsequently they are on the
Här
missions
fladdrar,
here. While damage
bravo.
is good, you know
Kater
Bad News
alltså det.
Eagles aren't going to get punished in this round.
Yeah, I was actually about to comment on
Har du
Flatter's
prövat?
skin choices. He's chosen some nice combos.
Nej, säkert det är jävla. Men
What
så
do you
alla
think about
satsar
the new
mål
ult?
suna
Like
hus.
the purple one that GX is using?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Puma vad fuck. Check up.
Nice shot. I think Valencia will get taken down.
Och sen är
Yes.
bara till.
Did they lose out?
Basmedi.
No, they're all right. So yeah, I like it, man. I'm a big fan. I think a lot of the new skins actually look pretty cool.
I
don't know. Like
blir
I was never a fan
perfekt,
of like the
nej.
really
Hon är
old
avstånd.
skins, you know, like your graphites and your booms and
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like maybe the Dragon Lore and the Medusa are kind of separate because they are.
I think that's the Generation Z problem.
What, my problem?
Yeah. No,
I didn't like the graphites of the boom.
I wouldn't say it's a problem. I'm just like...
Mate, are you
So
telling
very
me you
natural.
take a graphite over like
Që të
Neo
map
Noir
easy
or
vend po
like,
mdo.
Oh, no, the Neo
Mos
Noir
zbukutëm
is
se
an OG,
po
like,
bojna
really
mod
good
tama.
oh, like I don't think it's
Nëse
that
vazhdojmë
new
qështu,
anymore,
nëse s'na lëshën gjiza si
years
gjë.
old,
Yeah.
years old, like 4 or 5.
Dhe vetë rundat e parë pa jena në top form tani
Like, there's
mo.
some sick ones, but I prefer the OG ones.
Ti shkon si se goja dhe në lejt.
Yeah.
Feeder.
Ai.
Oh, it's great from Feeder to find 2. Third kill comes in, but it's
Bravo,
Synapse's name on the
Synaps.
left-hand
Do
side.
se
In
tref.
fact, he goes for a double as well, but it's a great trade. Feeder, he'll find himself one more. 3 versus
Më konë që e
2.
klatra, që të
And
në
this is looking
bëbët
pretty
që
promising
që
that
edhe më
Dynamo
le.
Eclot will be able to convert a
Bravo!
unless they
Chaja
can
Bob.
like that.
What a headshot from Juan Flatro. He's been having a really good game so far. Slowed down a little bit on the T side of Dust 2, but looks like now he's back to his spidey senses. Kefita is gonna go re-aggressing towards A main, the exact same area where his teammate got taken down a couple seconds ago, which is gonna actually allow Valencia to stick towards the B-bomb side. That's all right.
Keni bo like o
These
quna,
Eagles are
like
gonna
ha
make their
subscribe.
way up the side.
Hare
Maybe
se
second
150
now, and Valencia's
like, a
gonna be in
shkojna
a
për
prime
200, që si bojna
position
200
to
sen
try
s'kena
and
bo.
fight back.
Marrë për neve se si bojna
Essentially
200
starting
like.
to make his way out of cave. He's gonna tuck himself towards Cubby. At least
Ik,
one
ik,
kill
hep,
here, and
hep
he's
Sonny,
still
hep,
unsure.
hep,
He's gonna commit
hep.
to cave, but Kefita's really close as well. So Valencia can actually play maximum damage. That's gonna save the fake perfect.
Bremo.
Valencia with 1, GXX 17 seconds on the clock, doesn't hit the no-scope.
GG,
All will be
Sachara.
retrieved by Valencia, and it will be another round for Dynamo Eclot. Still 2 rounds behind though here, Ted.
Yeah.
So, work to be done.
Oh yeah, there. I think a serious statement should be made right now by Dynamo Eclot. Like, if we have to be honest, I feel like we can commend Dynamo Eclot on their good CT side if they get at least
Ta
9
heke
or 10
gen,
rounds
se qatë
here.
ma mirë shkon bële
Like, and
flatra
even 6
kishin.
rounds
GG
T side
e
for Bad
plejt
News
i
Eagles is
thik
gonna
pak.
be alright. Like, it's still doable.
Bravo.
Yeah. Let's see if they can extrapolate any more rounds from this T half here. Flashbang is really good. GXX finding 1, Synopsia second. Kefita will swing in. That nade is going to finish the job. No questions asked.
Midin i natu lupa
Oh,
mlet
really?
shumë keq. Bravo
Just
Berigan.
stuck away.
Okay.
And with 1
Mo,
point of health, finds
qaja be
Captain
flatra.
misses lines. And that's it.
And
MBQ
Zaram
against
qëta.
3. What's just happened there?
Bravo se gjatë.
That's a really awkward round to be losing if her Dynamo Eclot.
Edhe
Bad News
rigoni
Eagles
një
once
hapa
again
ka e
just
gjallë. S'po
Getting
diktohet
it
kur
done.
po janë një hapa, po më ne që
How
kanë
they
dek,
make
se
it
qërë
work,
pi del
I have
shkevija
no
për të
clue.
kallë.
A couple
Shto anash.
A couple unfortunate moments maybe. Kefita not being able to finish off that kill onto Regun. Just 1 HP.
Ka me
The
rukë
missed
të
shot from
to.
Capstan as well. He gets punished for it. And MBQ once again doesn't really get to participate in the rounds. He hasn't been really able to help out his teammates that much in the previous couple rounds, right? But that's not his fault. So far, he's just been made to save every single time or just go into unwinnable scenarios.
It's very much like that. It's the A anchor, right? It's like you either hold down the site or you're saving most of the time. If you lose B, especially, it can be really difficult. And well, ultimately, it's a 6 on the board for the Bad News Eagles. They continue to make wind here on their T side, and starting to show maybe now, Ted, that this is no joke for B&E, and they really want this second map. Starting to show their values, and it is definitely paying off. I'm surprised that Dynamo Eclot haven't gone for attack timeout yet, if I'm honest. I would have liked to have seen one by now.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it has been because of them just missing their shots. So I guess like even a tactical timeout, I'm not sure if there is anything that you can say about it. You're just like, yeah,
Maybe.
we're not able to kill our
Bravo,
opponents,
bre
you know,
flatra.
the basic of CS.
I mean, personally, I'd be saying here, like, how many times have we done like something gimmicky and something silly and got the man advantage? You know, like go aggressive.
Har du det
go
gone?
cave.
Shaja.
All of
E
these
heka
different
tjetrin?
things have been resulting in rounds, and so why don't we give it another go? Why don't we double push ramp on B, or why don't we double up on A and just try and get aggressive? I'd like to see something like that from Dynamo Eclot personally, but I do agree they're just struggling to shoot back right now.
I think
That is
they've
the
been
biggest
doing that,
issue.
to be fair, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
no, of course. I'm just saying, like, what's the next step? What is going to win us the round?
I guess you just
they need to plan for the next step.
Yeah, I guess you just continue and you hope that you start hitting your shots, because it's like the idea right now is all right. You're getting mid control. Kefita is running over middle. You're going aggressive towards A, towards B. You're trying some kind of like mid-round aggressive
Mapa
plays
fred
on
kan
the
man
CT
komma
side. You
ta
don't
det
really
bra.
want to be that
Som det är
static.
fort kan man komma mappen
But in
rätt.
the
Så
meantime,
även
whenever you
klappar
push
du
like you
sin
gave
mer
a really
plus
good
na
example, like 2
gärna
rounds ago, I think it was
baba.
when they double pushed middle in the middle of the round, right? And just both of them with their shots completely and
Két
weren't
juures
able
vaja
to pick
meitä
up a
tack
single
med
kill.
bara
This
ni
is the
like
thing
och
that
ni
you need to
subscribe.
like
Med
realize
tja
in a game like that.
babolojk, med
Sometimes
tja.
you're just gonna get out aimed, and it's unfortunate because no matter what you change from in the tactical
Nëse jo se
aspect, as
qani
soon as
lojkin,
you're
kush
just
ka me
losing
qa
the
tjetër?
fights, it's not gonna be any good.
All right. Change of pace required. Got a full buy. Another chance. There we go. Detour. Solo aggression on ramp. One flat throw. Oh, red into, but Detour pulls the trigger. If he had a molly, it would be a very different story. But now he has to drop a smoke and give himself a bit of space. One flat throw will lob a Molotov of his own behind it and actually slip under the crosshair of Detour. He still thinks he's up
Flatrak,
there.
kör knäna.
One flat throw. He's already zipped away, and
GG.
unluckily for MBQ,
Me gick
he's
flatrat
caught out in
så
donut.
päällä
So
punat,
right
kan
now,
mycket ett
5
rädd.
versus 4.
Bravo, Flatro!
People on the other side.
Kurstasi kan
Dynamo
me gick ett
Eclot,
rädd.
Even this round, they go
Låt
for
mig
something
pass.
gimmicky, but they just struggle to even get the numbers. Never
Best
mind
kanske.
anything.
Yeah, Kefita on the rotation though is going to be able to drop one. Bomb is going to go down. GX has been able to get rid of Valencio. Kefita goes aggressive for double kill, looking for a third now. The USB in hand doesn't really land the shots, but Capson is going to be able to drop Scenario in the meantime.
Also
One
god,
versus
bom
one
jag
now.
man tog.
Synopsy, the only one standing between Capson in the 4th round. For Dynamo Eclot doesn't have a kid. I wonder if there's one on the ground. Unless there is, he needs to be really quick with this one. Synopsy, he's just holding the line.
No!
He's just holding the
Nice.
angle. The timing is perfect, but Synopsy manages to repeat with the insta-headshot. 8 rounds on the T side. Bad news.
Fast
Eagles
cat
just
demon
continue
shape
bringing
as
bad news
paketas.
to the Dynamo Eclot side.
And it's starting to get a little bit worrying for Dynamo Eclot. On your CT side, the plays that you're making is just, I don't know. Like, we're getting the right ideas, Ted, but we're just not executing them well enough. That's honestly my issue right now with Dynamo Eclot's CT side, is like, the ramp push in that round was fine, but it's the fact that we don't have enough pressure as numbers to clear out the angle. That's a very easy kill. One Molotov, that forces one flatcher out into the open, and 9 times out of 10, he goes down without finding a single kill there.
Yeah, Bad News Eagles. They've been. I feel like we've been just taken away a little bit from the fact that Bad News Eagles have been landing some really crisp shots. That's the thing, right? It's really devastating when you know that tactically you're doing what you're supposed to. But you know the good old saying, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. This is what's happening right now to Dynamo Eclot. No matter what kind of an approach they have, what kind of a plan they have,
Mä vaan kryttää med dum
they
vet.
just get absolutely
Fyrje.
destroyed.
Piesapar.
Bad News Eagles seeming to have too many counters to the ideas of Dynamo Eclot. CT side will resume. Will anything come of this round? Well, you're on a half buy, so categorically speaking, no. But a couple of kills could be seen as a mini victory. That's probably what they're going to be looking for here. First off, it's Valencio and Kefita that hit the deck. 0 kills between them. The 5 versus 3 established. Already looking pretty good right now for Ted to say that this round indeed will be going the way of Bad News Eagles. Nice double kill with the 5-7 by the way, but other than
Mapan är
that,
dyrt så
it is,
mapan är parkerna
yeah,
ihop.
done, dusted.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna go to a third. I know it's too early, right? It's been only 12 rounds. Well, I wouldn't say it's too early. 9 rounds already on the T side. I know we already saw a huge comeback from Dynamo Eclot on map number 1. I just feel like this is a lot different right now. Different circumstances, different map. Everything's different. The only thing that is the same is the fact that Bad News Eagles once again have one player that's just having fun in the server. This time around, though, was Regon, 18 and 7. As Kefita goes aggressive once again. He's actually been fairly successful in his middle endeavors so far, so maybe looking to make the difference once again. But Regon is going to drop another one in the meantime. Kefita manages to get the better out of one flash. Roll scenarios on the other side. He's low on HP, though, which makes him an easy target.
They're gone. Gonna slip in towards Cave as the bomb goes down. Synopsy just relying on his teammates to hold as Regon makes it a second. GXX spots the gun barrel. Missed shot though, so the ramp flank definitely in. This is where Synopsy needs to rise up. It's a 1 versus 3 for him. Smoke starts to fade off bomb, and a great shot from Capson to close the show.
Yeah, needed to react properly, and he does. 2 alive for Dynamo Eclot. That's going to be a 4th round on the city side. At this point, I guess you're just hoping for 6, and then you're looking at the T side pistol, thinking, okay, if I get the pistol, if I get the conversions, maybe. But yeah, those are a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes. To be fair, you need to take it step by step. It's a long way, a long road, and not a pleasant road. There's the deep ram smoke, the deep door smoke for all of you at home. Dearly brought to you by Capson.
Learning.
Nice.
Enjoy that.
And
Ale
that's how you
Dragonka
run through it.
pożdżukasz?
Yeah, I was going to say, will I be using it? I don't know. We'll see how
Vou
they
acțiune
react.
informações composto.
Detour.
Wow.
Really good damage, but just can't finish his dinner. That nade? Definitely will, though. Brilliant nade. Oh my god, the damage.
Yeah. Making the dinner analogy, that's when you have like the biggest pizza in the world in front of you and you don't know how to eat it. You're just like, there's so many pieces.
Pull a Neokai, mate, and just eat it crust to crust.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Valencio's double. MBQ's nade to find another.
A
And now
pewno
it's
näpez do
Synopsy,
mokolidega
left in another
piesava.
clutch. This time, a little closer to home in the 1 versus 2.
Myślisz,
Yeah,
olla se
your
hopp.
filter usage has been pretty much insane so far for Dynamo Eclot in this round. Synopsy needs to make it work in the clutch. He knows that one player was previously towards CT, but they're just gonna double up and play together. He's heard the AWP once again, so has a confirmation on MBQ's whereabouts, but Kifida, he is the dangerous aspect.
Nem
He
volt
is
ne będę ci
Mr.
inaczej
Problem
dawał
in
motyw.
this one. At least Synopsy has the time to kind of slow it down for now. He's going to start looking for a gap here any moment. If he gets the right timing, this could actually be a free kill onto MBQ. He's going to be looking for it, but Synopsy, he's going to walk him down. NBQ misses the shot, and Synopsy, with the insta headshot, is going to be able to get the bomb down. Now, is he going to be ready for Kifida to be so quick towards CT?
Ty Koment się merał
Good
menee.
question. He's looking that way at least. Seems to have the inkling that he's there. Timing is not going to be his friend though. Seeing in this corner certainly will, but Kafida reads into it. Unluckily done by Synopsy. Did the smart thing, tried to isolate the angles, took the fight. Kafida quicker to the trigger. Now be a 5th on the board for Dynamo Eclot. Nonetheless though, Ted, I look at the scoreline and I look at the scenario. 9-5. 9 is plenty on the T side. Plenty.
Oh, yeah. At this point, we're just looking at Dynamo Eclot trying to make it a little bit less worse for them. I mean, less bad, maybe. Because I feel like a lot of teams would be happy on 6 rounds to the side, especially when it's their map pick. We're speaking about 9 here. I mean, it doesn't really make that big of a difference, but it's all right for the confidence, right? I mean, if you pick up a 6th round here, you're gonna be able to hold your head a little bit higher going into that second half and potentially just come back. But Synopsy, he doesn't think like it. He's had enough.
Har Synaps.
And it's the headshot. Opens things up. MBQ, he's been hurt. Synopsy's looking for another one. MBQ just gonna smoke him off. Doesn't really get into a fight. Kifida once again towards middle though. He's been absolutely insane towards that part of the map, picking up kills left, right, and center. MBQ, does he really want to push through the smoke here? Wow.
Buzzy.
Yep.
Well, tries it. Detour finding a double dub, and actually that's bringing the numbers in favor of Dynamo Eclot. Synopsy finding a 3rd kill in the round. GXX going forward for the bomb, and as the lone survivor now, he's going to have to try and find something outrageous, and this one I just don't see happening. Detour's hat
No me żartwie sapor. No kokać.
Bad news Eagles 9.
Yeah, Detour stepping up massively in this round. That was a bit of an awkward one for the big part of it, but once again, Dynamo Eclot, they managed to end the half on a strong note, on a high note as well. 3 in a row, 2 of them with the defuses. Really close rounds, by the way. All 3 of those rounds, they lost at least 3 players in. So Dynamo Eclot really doing their absolute best to try and make this somewhat respectful. Regon slowed down a little bit as well in the previous couple rounds. I guess that has a lot to do with the success of the Dynamo Eclot boys, but now they're on the T side. Now it's supposed to be a little bit tougher. A lot of utility invested into this one. Double smoke, double flash, Molotov for Kifida. This one has a B execute written all over it. Or maybe no. Maybe just a smoke middle, you run out, and you split A. Yeah.
I don't know what the game plan is here.
Yep, split A.
All right, let's see it. GXX.
Okay, Tom.
GSP needs to find a few. Well, there's your first. Looking for a second. Going to be messy, but he does indeed find it. One flatter at the third. And a pistol round that was very much required for Dynamo Eclot. Seems to fall in between the fingertips of themselves. Great shots coming out for Kafida, but 2 is enough. GXX and Rigon will put a stamp down and make it B&E double digits.
Yeah, what a lovely hold coming in from the Bad News Eagles. They're just not giving
Jag visst mån in mente Inferno bara. In Inferno dot me fito. Just shush. Come on.
Just get completely shut down. Kifida's been the only one
No,
individually that's been able to
percene
step up
fito
to
ma.
this game and fight toe to toe with the Bad News Eagles boys. 10-6. Well, I think at this point I shouldn't even be asking you whether you believe or no, because I don't think I believe.
Yeah, agreed. I don't know.
Ma.
If they eco them. If they eco
Atrás,
them, I
atrás.
Well, 2 for 2.
Ma Borme kommer vi tog samma. Tja jävla. Tja against. Chard ma bor.
Bit on the fence there,
Chard
Ted,
ma
I hear ya,
against.
but it's all right. Understandable.
I feel like
11-6.
I feel like the Bulgarian weather this year. I just changed my mind
What
like
kill
20,000
against?
times
So
in a
bad.
matter of 3 seconds.
Mr. ne killar
Don't
igår.
even, man. UK weather's been so horrific. We had like a weekend of 40-degree heat or like something ridiculously hot.
Ja, fast kan inte
And then the
ihop
next weekend it was like
något
raining.
kan
It was
inte
like
där.
absolutely hammering it down.
Yeah,
It's like,
same here, by
knappt
the way.
igen.
Same here.
give me one or the other.
Yeah. Global warming and that.
Super, Julia Molotov štypar mas. Eller rätt här, vet du Louis Miden? Louis Miden,
Difficult times.
kan
Dynamo
komma hit.
Eclot in a position where everything rests on this round, really. Limited utility, 5 AKs, one real good chance at winning this round. But if they don't, it could definitely hurt them. Lets him buy. Detour will pick up the first.
Henan taas, henan jääkö ei vielä. Dot makes in up sit down easy. Mas.
Rigon manages to pick up another kill. Kifida is going to go down on 3 versus 3 though, and MBQ is actually going to capitalize on the middle being widely open. Eclot, they have the time to slow it down. The only problem is that they don't really have control of the bomb.
Visst var med boppik. Se kan montu boomon chat, rani chat. Brava GC, super. Se kan montu reni vla prytni. Skåne var ju med boppik. Richard, sen är mobre, sen är Richard. Bravo. Charge då.
You can see Bad News Eagles, they're just playing this one really passively. They're just holding every
En
single
zero,
position
no
right
kan tro en
now.
zero.
The only thing that you want from Snare is information. You don't really want him to get into a fight right now. He's low on HP and he needs to focus on
kan
staying
isen
alive
ner
and
det.
just calling for help.
Bravo, måste köra såhär. Tjaja! Måste gå, ska skaban. Måste lära näs med montu. Dinni, måste hjälpa mig på det bilden. Måste bara lag. Ma, bravo! Det går ner.
And that indeed will be
Super.
a 12th on the board. Bad News Eagles making it work just about, Ted. Got close though, way too close for my liking.
Yeah. What a nice attempt of a clutch. Well, in the end of the day though, I mean,
GG.
we had
Watchuna like, 997 lajka och Kinga.
It's fair.
Bravo, bossal. Let's go, alla trembot lajka për 200. Gjithashtu mos harroni me bos subscribe, qëti bojna 2000 suba, ose kena bonja 100 herë 2000 suba, po. Bo YouTube ja pana hek.
Even though he's 23 and 11, I
Rigoni
believe
që tron
he got
9-0.
he had like 20 kills, maybe 2-3
Tre
rounds
killa
before
mo.
the end of the first half. So he's picked up actually only 3 kills in the last 6, but still he's had a really good showing here on Engine. Another buy round going on for the Dynamo Eclot boys. At least they get the bomb plant. At least they keep these ones competitive. But at some point you're gonna start
që të runden
winning
mos
those
e
rounds, and things are not looking great for you. You've already lost Detour. GX is gonna be a little bit fortunate.
njerëz sot të luftu.
Mid-spam
Hajde
through the
bori
smoke.
play atje.
It's a 4v5. One glue in the mix as well. Not a lot of utility. You need to make it work only with the bullets and the shots.
Mos u lap.
Let's see.
Quba në goti.
5v4 in favor of Bad News Eagles, already starting to be constructed as the 13th on the board
Mos
for
tanin,
themselves.
këtë lojë të fitu me kena.
Teammates.
Mos u
always
bë
in
marat.
play.
Hade sen är
Painful stuff.
Brava Senar.
Close.
Här kan vara tjetren. Ni var i pack.
With one.
Tja.
Capson looking for a trade, and he does find one Flatro, so the trade is there, and the low HP player is still alive. There we have it. Looking good now. Bad News Eagles going to be
Brava
contested.
Satramo. Ktajan.
Yeah,
Hop
the
HP
flash is
du
good.
vet.
Synops is going to give away his position here with the spam. They're going to be able to get the bomb down. There's no one to deny.
Had bom
3
ja.
versus 3 retake coming in. The attack through the smoke.
Flash
MBQ is going to
yeah.
get attacked low. There's
Let's
the flash.
go,
Synops
baby.
swings through, manages to find the
Let's
first one.
go,
No, there's second
Synops
player towards the
baba.
back of the side. He's going to collect his soul as well.
Hen är riktigt emot
The
ett
Undertaker
skit
taking
på
down
den
another one.
kärnen.
And now it's just Capson, a 1 versus 3 clutch for the Oper on an AK. He's going to hear the steps. Needs to line up the spray, but they're just gonna stick it. Synopsy doesn't really get troubled all that much. Capson's gonna hold on to his AK-47, but that's gonna be about it. 13 Bad News Eagles.
Close to the goal of
Det var
16.
trälunda och Kinga. Jag var på att balansera upp resultatet i den Jemenien.
Can't argue with the numbers. It is looking really good now for that CT side to take us to a third map, Ted. I mean, it's deserved, to be quite honest with you. They deserved to win map 1, they didn't. Map 2, definitely looking to be theirs.
Oh yeah, yeah. If that was a 2-0 for Dynamo Eclot, it wouldn't be 100%. A point could be made about Bad News Eagles being extremely unlucky because they played some good CS, especially here on Ancient. It's just been a really massive difference between the two teams. Juan Flatcher was actually crazy. It's either this or he is the best mathematician in the history
Tja,
of
jag
CS:GO.
Senar. Uderzony tego talakta. Let's go, baby. 4
You know,
meczów.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're just delivering, man.
Yeah.
Just watch the show. That's all I have to say right now. Really killing it, aren't they, this Bad News Eagles side on Ancient. You can see why they picked it. They're looking really good.
Yeah.
Got to be scared of them.
You can just lay back and enjoy.
I remember when they used to play under Blink, they used to be so good at this map as well. Like, insanely good at this map. So, do you know what? It doesn't surprise me that they're doing well here as well. MBQ. Giving it a good go here, Ted.
Hatar vässen, ja. Ska back. Nerwich.
1v5. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Really got to hope this map.
I've seen clips like that on
I
Reddit.
don't know.
No, that was a lie. Actually,
Same.
I've never been on Reddit looking for CSGO clips, to be fair.
It is a good place, I will give it that. 2 kills for
15
MBQ
seconds,
here.
though.
But as you said, and as I was about to point out, time is a serious constraint here. And, well, there we have it.
Oh.
8 seconds left. You try and plant the bomb. Rigon peeks in. Oh, MBQ's able to find it. And he's got enough time to plant the bomb. Sineri should just be able to swing out and deny it. And he will indeed. 3 kills and a bomb plant. Fair play to MBQ.
Yeah, that was alright. That was a sick play, you know. Even though at this
Som
point you
najbliżej
really
punkt
care only
kliemata.
about the rounds, you're still gonna be able to get a buy because of that bomb plant. Everyone's gonna have money. It was a really nice try.
Pass,
1
pass,
versus
pass.
5 manages to isolate 3 separate 1v1s. We're gonna see it on the replay as well. An absolute demolition that Eclot are going through right now. I believe the team names are switched on the HUD, by the way. Yeah, we're gonna, we apologize for that.
How have we only just clocked that as well?
Yeah, same.
To be,
That's because
when you pointed it out.
we're watching the game through, okay, they're right here. It apparently it's just
Yeah, it's just the replays.
Yeah,
it's just the
okay,
replays
okay,
that the HUD switched the wrong way.
Yeah, that's because we were in the server, like we were watching in GoTV, and we're like, we just look at the, we look at a clean feed only for the replays, and I was just like, oh, okay. I'm pretty sure Dynamo Eclot are losing this one. NBQ's warmed up though.
I mean, I would be as well. 2 maps against Bad News Eagles, you need to be prepped for the absolute worst. And it is looking like a third, unless MBQ could deliver more like that. Let's see. 4 versus 3. Dynamo Eclot moving forward. It's a great shot coming in. Valencio tries to plant.
Bravo,
Synopsy will deny. Just spamming through the smoke. Seen that all too often. I think it's safe to say this round, it should be going the way of Bad News Eagles, even though it does boil down to the post plant.
Yeah, bomb gonna go down. Kifida's position is absolutely massive here.
Flash Kenny, Smoke Kenny, Boom Kenny. Super.
It's gonna be a lot more doable. The thing is that the Oper is gonna slow down. He's gonna wait for his teammates.
Bra vad vegant.
GX wants to lead the charge into the retake, and He's going to get the initial kill. MBQ, I believe they spotted him. Well, never mind, they didn't, but Synops is going to be quick enough.
Ja, men jag
On
tunderoar
the
med
flick, manages to get the
skakdom.
kill. Plenty of time, plenty of money, plenty of rounds, and plenty of maps to be played. Well, plenty of rounds to be played out on map number 3 as Bad News Eagles get on to 15.
Mopa tret na Inferno, nëse si bojnë atë 200 lojka deri sa t'ja nis mopa tret sem
Your
puna jo.
Kings, Ryan.
I know.
Që vazhdo më varani me kliku butonin subscribe aty offer
They
like.
are great people, to be fair, you know.
Yeah, I love.
Really
I love.
energetic.
Yeah, of course, man. It's the passion, right?
It's
Like
the-
when they were
yeah,
unorbed.
that's the Balkan blood, you know.
It's like everyone. You can't not love them. You know, like
Yeah.
the run they make as a team from like LAN cafes to majors. It's crazy. They're looking pretty good now as well. A couple of kills going the way of the T side, but Bad News Eagles still with a really good chance of being able to make this game work. 4v4 scenario now as well. Ted, don't want to say that this one's over just yet. Dynamo Eclot in a 4 versus 3, but we know what the CT side is like. Very prevalent here, and ultimately, 1-for-1, still a 2v3 though.
Yeah, the HE gonna do some bonus damage. Juan Flatro in the gap. Through the smoke manages to get Detour. It's a 2 versus 2 retake in scenario. He's just now started the lurk towards CT, which is gonna be, that's surely a free kill. Capson misses the shot scenario, is gonna take him down, and now it's just defeated. 27 HP, we've highlighted him. He's been really good so far on Ancient, but he's been the only one, and he's so low on HP. The bomb is gonna get tapped. He needs to go for a peek. They're gonna spot him. Now they know where he is. They can just stick the defuse, and Juan Flatro is gonna take him down. That's gonna be 16-6. Bad News Eagles, they answer back. After a disappointing dust 2, they managed to pick up the victory here on Ancient Ryan. A decider is going to be required. Bad News Eagles, they refuse to go down in a no-2 fashion, and they bounce back with style.
Fair play to them. Really well played for the Bad News Eagles boys. I mean, it got a bit slow at the beginning. Dynamo Eclot started to put some rounds up against them, and then ultimately things just switched. As soon as they got onto the CT side, the prevalence was too much. 9 rounds on the CT side was good for them, and life was good. They're able to close out the show, and of course that poses one big question for us, Ted. It's who's taking map 3? A decider between Dynamo Eclot and Bad News Eagles required. We're going to head to a quick break. When we are back, though, of course, Ted, it's our third and final map to determine who goes 1-0 in the main Swiss to kickstart their campaign in Elisa well, or who's left with a sour taste in their mouth. Let's find out after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Täältä ei saa startaa. Aipa skönt, det var så. Becos. Oha, ela 5 minuta. Vetëm 5 minutë. Dhe jo më shqyve si bana 200 lojka. Pse be gjemot, pse? Përse? Plotso ma dëshirën të jesh të kun. Morala di shka me hangër shta. Olha as bolsas de escalonalho. A 3 minuta. Dy minuta. Fshinat i njela na. Me milisekunda. Pleja full idea. Kena plaka, kena milfa, kena treja. Akull po hec puna e flak po shkon CMC. Mari, moj Maria, valla s'kisha i ban. Best videos. Shpot het kanali, o bruda. Kom një qupi bleni, a unë original. Do vjetu bo. Komet si kon. Qa da jena qurma. Zdojnë rahat me mlam, valla kena mbojt me fitu atë dhe dos dyshin pa. Shajzemit blumen. Bosa edhe 3 lojka e, o gjemot edhe 3 lojka 200. Edhe një minut keni kom i bolla 3 lojka, që si bane edhe 3 lojka. Marju qoft. Kështë që thërni shok. Edhe 2 lojka, edhe 2 lojka. Qëni shok, thërni. Thuni hajde një bajnë like që të live stream. Tani the qafën ku dush. Që ja linke thuj, hajde shpejt, një abo like qëtina. Se o të këshyr bëna e janë. Edhe hajde me këshyr bashk. Banja like e subscribe. Edhe 2 lojka o djem, edhe 2 bre. Mos u kërret një bre për pak. Djem dhe vajza. Vetëm 2 lajka. Mari, o Mari. O si të lashe mas të pash, ma theve zemrën i ke dash. 13 sekunda, edhe një like, edhe një, hajde, agallare pashallar, son të nata baba sars pasha. Te unë pare fluturojnë, nuk ka pazar, e terat e kam pe me e ka $1 për zar. Pa starton edhe mapa tretë në ndëruar meq. Let's go! Edhe një like na vynë ma shpejt, derisa të kryejnë reklamat. Një like për 200. DJ! Edhe një like o bosa mos o karetni. Qeni shokve, shpërndane live-in, shpërndane! Gjuni mërë like-a, gjuni! 2, 1. Tik-tak. Po starton aty mapa e tretë dhe e fundit. A do të arri bëna e që të vitaj. Natyrisht që po. Qysh be djema dhe një like së më përbani. Fer nebe na i shoqe, na i teze, na i halle, ta ba like.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. One final map here, Ted, to determine who goes 1-0 here in the main Swiss stage. Bad News Eagles, despite losing out on the first map, which, I mean, should have been theirs of Dust too, bounced back brilliantly on Ancient. And that tees us up quite nicely for Inferno, which is all where good best of threes end. Anyway, I'm Retro, joined by Ted, running you through the action here today. Thoughts of Ancient? If I'm honest with you, Eclot looks a little bit disappointing on that second map.
Yeah, I guess that was always going to be a punishment pick veto if, of course, Bad News Eagles were to lose map number 1. I think Ancient was a done deal. We spoke about it before the start of the series as well. I guess even from the get-go, we didn't really give that much credit to Dynamo Eclot on Ancient. We know that it's not their greatest map, especially like not to the extent where they're going to be able to challenge a team like Bad News Eagles. But, you know, the comeback on Dust 2 has won them the chance to play Inferno. Historically, going into Inferno, those two teams, they did a couple times. Obviously, the last time that they played was in the middle of July. We spoke about it. It was an ESO Challenger game, and they managed to actually, Bad News Eagles did manage to win 2-1, but back then the map that actually Eclot did pick up was Inferno. That was the first map of the game back then, is the last one here. It was a 16-6 victory as well. It was a really convincing one, I believe, back then, or a 16-7, excuse me. I believe back then Bad News Eagles managed to pick up only 1 round on their T side. They got 6 rounds on the CT side, and then on the T side they just got 1 and got absolutely destroyed. Both Capson and Dieter had really good games as well in that matchup. So I guess for Bad News Eagles, if you're looking at Inferno, obviously the morale is going to be high after such a convincing victory on Ancient. But in the meantime, I think that Dynamo Eclot realized that they have a chance here, and we could be in for a tough fight again.
I think so. I don't think Eclot are going to give out without a chance. You know, they are going to try and bring some stats with them and bring some rounds down off the side of Bad News Eagles, but I'm very much leaning in favor of the Kosovians at this point in time, Ted. I don't think I have any reason not to. I'm just looking at recent history and stuff like that as well, and although technically a better map for Dynamo Eclot, maybe you look to the history that Bad News Eagles have been playing, you know, you have Heat and Finest in the mix, and obviously with Finest, that was a few months ago when they were sort of peaking top 20. Enterprise, a loss to them is actually, honestly, I wouldn't say that's surprising. Enterprise are a really good team on Inferno. The fact that they take 13 rounds off them there, They've lost to Eclot in the past on this map, though. And so I guess that's just going to be something we'll keep in the back of our minds. But Eclot's history has been pretty decent as well. You know, in the last 6 games, they've won 5 of them. The only loss they had was against Prospect, but they've beaten Jano, SC, Titans, and Movistar Riders, and Cryptova, which is a local team, to get themselves here. So the opponent hasn't been as good, but Eclot have been putting in decent results.
You were the one that actually casted the Movistar Rider game as well, so...
yes.
I'm actually curious. I'm actually curious because I couldn't watch that game, but then I saw the result. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that. I know that obviously Senpeias now isn't in Movistar either, so apparently they're not going to be as good, but still, didn't really expect that result. Is there something significant that you saw on that Inferno game that we might be looking forward to? Because we know that Dieter loves Inferno. We know that Capsule loves Inferno as well.
If I'm honest, that matchup was purely just Movistar Riders making mistakes and Eclot knowing how to capitalize upon them. Something I would throw out there is maybe that they got 9 rounds on the CT side and the game went full 30. They got obviously the 7 required on the T side. It was Detour that put in a big shift. Kafida also put in a pretty decent job. Valencia had a terrible day in the office as well. So, you know, if you're winning the map off of Movistar Riders, where Valencia is having a bad day, and it's not like the greatest of performances from Detour and Kafida, if they're on a good day and they're shooting back like we saw maybe on glimpses of Dust 2 in that comeback, Eclot could smack them silly, like seriously put some pressure down. But I just don't see Bad News Eagles crumbling to the pressure that Eclot could give.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the momentum, I guess. Like, if Inferno was map number 2 after the Dust 2, we could be giving a little bit more of a credit to Dynamo Eclot. But I guess like mentally, you're not going to be in that place where you believe that you're going to be able to take down Bad News Eagles as easily at this point. And if you're BNE, you're feeling quite good. I mean, you just 16-6 them on Ancient. Obviously, Regan had a really good showing. Before that, obviously, we had Juan Flatro with massive play on Dust 2, massive first half on Dust 2. So you know that he's feeling it today as well. This is the direction I'm trying to go. So I guess at this point, it's a bit more of a question whether the individuals on the side of the
Tony Bosa a povedojnë banet për movën e drejtë 98% ka votu po 2% jo. Kush janë ata 2% bre.
The shots weren't just connecting.
Ku guxojnë me net këto.
It wasn't the idea, it was just the execution that wasn't there on that map number 2. Bad News Eagles didn't really give them a lot of chances. So I guess going into this map, you'd be looking towards the Dynamo Eclot side, thinking that they need everyone to pop over, at least like you pointed out, like Detour or Caps, and obviously Kifid has been doing all right today as well. You'd want a couple of those names to perform to the extent that they can, to the highest of their ceiling, and then if the rest are just doing all right, something might go in their favor. Obviously, the knife round is going to be important as well to see which team is going to start on which side, but I guess we should be able to jump into the server. We should be ready to jump into the server any moment now. Now we're getting information that we're going to have a bit of a delay, apparently some technical issues on the side of one of the players. We hope that nothing is actually going to go that wrong, because, you know, sometimes I actually have a really fun story from yesterday. I did cast, I told you I did the coverage, like the coverage of a tournament. It was like the Clash of Leagues, I think. It's like domestic like champions, like Skate played Blink. Obviously, you're familiar with both teams, so in the previous, I think it was the lower bracket guys. After map number 1, there was a 30-minute delay. Do you know why? One of the Blink players' electricity just went off, and they needed like 30 minutes to get into an internet cafe to play the second map from there. And that was an interesting one. He was just texting us, just sending a picture to the admins.
Te internet kafës kanë ardhur këto tash. Vlla shko. Na jena njerëz punë so bosi, na punoj. Jena gjallë. Presim hazard.
So hopefully nothing like that happens.
If you know, bro, nuk presim hazard. If you know.
Ping issues, apparently.
All right, ping issues. We love it. We love it, man. Can't get enough of them.
Absolutely.
That's all right.
By the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the weirdest tech delay I personally have had. I don't know. I had someone break their monitor. I guess that's like, like probably the big one. Like, you know, monitor's broken. Nice, GG. Trying to think like what else. Don't think there's like many, if I'm honest with you, that I've had that are interesting.
I've had a funny one. I've had a funny technical.
Go on.
I think it was it was a UK team as well. I think it was. Oh, I can't remember. It was Vexed. It was someone from Vexed, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it was. It was like a year ago. Someone needed a pause to feed their fish.
It has to be done, man. Has to be done.
Yeah, that was fun.
Vexed a year ago. Wow. You're testing my UK Counter-Strike knowledge here.
Well,
I don't even think Vexed were here a year ago.
Oh, they. I think they were. I think they were.
Vexed a year ago.
Yeah,
maybe. It would have been Docs, Leaf, Volt, Isk, Acer. Zaren's Jeans, they were called.
I think it was.
It
might have been Shine instead of Shine and Shatir instead of Isk and Acer.
Yeah. Acer was on the team. I remember Acer was.
Oh, okay. Maybe Volt wasn't playing then. I don't know.
Yeah, someone had to feed their fish. Someone had to feed their fish, and that was a technical timeout. Actually, as we have the time right now, and apparently we're not going to be getting into the game anytime soon. Well, we should be getting into the game soon, but we have the time to run a bit of a survey. So, Ryan, let me know. Okay, we're going to run this survey in the chat. Do you want to speak CS? Or you want to speak about
Barcelona Bayana.
I have like different topics.
Baraze
Right?
muito dizer Barcelona a minha. Po como se ela me fitou.
Or we can start a war in chat.
Për ndresh.
Do you know what?
Baraze
Yeah, let's do that. Dogs
ose.
versus cats. Go on.
Okay, are you a dog person or are you a cat person?
To be honest, I'm neither. Like, I like both. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, don't say you're neither. Say you're both. Because when you say you're neither, you're pretty much just.
Oh no, I like pets. I like pets. I like
Domo
pets. But I like both of them. Like, I think if
Barcelona me
I could
nxerr.
have like a very
Baraze
well-behaved cat, I'd choose the cat over the dog.
me fitu si
You
dy
know?
njo.
But
Për ndresh Bayern
if
ka
I'm gonna
mundësi.
get like clawed at, then I just much rather a
Shansa
dog
më të
because they're,
mëdha
like,
ka
a lot more
Bayern me
loving,
fitu
so,
1-0.
I don't know. Cats are higher maintenance, but I feel like the reward is higher.
Yeah. I'm actually curious to see what people in chat think about this one. Guys, type 1 if you're a dog person, type 2 if you're a cat person. I really want to see. I want to see the conversation, you know. I want to see people going for each other's heads in this one.
Oh, I don't know. You've given the mods a pretty hard choice. There you go. What was it? 1 for dogs, 2 for cats?
Yeah.
There you go. Bang. Done and dusted. Speaking of done and dusted, I think ping issues over, net issues aside, we are going to be ready to jump into our third and final map. It's Bad News Eagles 1, Dynamo Eclot 1. Winner takes all on Inferno. Never mind. No, we've done the knife. We're ready. We're in game. We're going. I think.
Me plotësova venin që ka lënë Lewandowski.
We'll wait. Apparently we are ready. I'll try again. Don't you worry. Let's go.
Do të mja këtë kitë që ashtë të këtë vërtë. Ja, Allah. Hajde, startoj rumi tret. Mapa tret. Ferizaj janë katon. Bash Ferizaj valla. Me dis sherit.
We love it. We don't mind it here. It was complete panic. We were told the knife round wasn't done. I thought it was. Then the admin paused the match.
Jena polica, kështu që ka
But it's fine.
shans.
Ted, listen. Better late than never. Map 3. Bad News Eagles. Dynamo Eclot.
Yeah, Bad News Eagles going to be starting on the
Sheri
secret
është
side.
Prishtinë,
Dynamo
Allah shko Ferizaj o kryqëtet.
from the get-go, really quickly going out towards middle, smoke short. They're going to
Me
run through it.
vizak
Only
ne
two players
keni
on the
jo të
CT side towards the
Prishtinës.
bomb site. Juan Patro going to be first contact. Taps away, not really finding a kill. Sinopsido finds 1 and 2, looking for a third.
Bravo Sinat,
Valencia
3
is
vs
going to shut
3.
him down with the
Po,
bullet into the
Valencia
head.
shumë
Scenario
love.
making his way into the
Bravo,
bomb site
Senar.
already.
Bravo,
Valencia
Senar.
picks up another kill. Scenario tries to
Bravo,
equal things
bravo.
up, but it's not going to be possible. Kipita with the double, and the first round goes in favor of Dynamo Eclot.
GG. Malti, ja hopa.
How messy was that round? From beginning to end, that was absolute carnage. But we do walk away with a round in favor of that T side of Dynamo Eclot. And obviously coming from that as well, Ted, I think the alarming factor is, well, now, look at the money for the CT side. Kind of like half by territory, well, forced by territory, but it's pistols, majoritively speaking.
Vamos, ska shot.
Yeah.
Så Bayern kena me do.
A couple D-Eagles, a couple 5-7s, the Scout for GX. Obviously Inferno is a good map for those, you know. You can get over to the apartments, hope for the best. A couple tags, Valencio is going to think about it the second time before coming back into those apps. Not really sure if he can afford the rent here. Dieter is going to be able to afford the rent towards Banana though. Takes down Regun. Synopsis is gonna get
Nese,
aggressive. Oh,
Bayern,
that's over.
Barcelona.
Manages to land a couple of tags. Not quite the frag though, and he's gonna
Nese
pull back.
prin
He
nome,
is the solo
taman si
defender
po
of
kry
that
ka
deep
Beneja në
offside, so doesn't
7
really wanna
direkt
throw his
me
life
qyrë
away for
Barcelona.
free.
Në 7 lumë Beneja, në
Definitely.
8 e gjys kryet. Beneja të më.
A decent look into
Ja, dhe ko mundësi që edhe
this 4v5. Bad News Eagles
No.
definitely will try and put up as much of a fight as they can.
në me gjys në është ta
Issue
kryet
is,
Beneja.
personally at least, Ted, that, well, Bad
Nëse
News
fitoj,
Eagles aren't really
nëse
in a
mesin
position
2-1, nëse e
to
kryet
be able to go
2-0,
aggressive. They just need to catch
Rash,
Dynamo Eclot when they're most
non
off
po
guard.
krika. Nëse fitoj 2-0.
Yeah, everything's about the timing right now. They have the perfect stack. Dynamo Eclot, they're gonna walk into a stacked bomb site any
No,
moment
nëse
now. Do they realize
kryet
that
e
Scenario,
2-1,
his HE is gonna be massive.
No,
Oh, that's
gjys.
gonna do so much damage there.
Bravo, e që të punë me
Feeder
Senar.
12 points of health. Scenari caught blind though. Has to jump into the mini pit. His teammate with a deagle of Synopsy trying to bail him
Yes,
out.
I do.
And he does so. It gives Scenari a
Arrogant.
chance. The crossfires are set. MBQ
Një
with
hapa,
4
me
points of
Altigans,
health.
leje snajpin.
And they are going to go on the run. MBQ, oh my god, bring out your
Ah,
gun.
bravo,
Here
Megali.
and step in. Oh
Mo,
my god,
bre, bur, 4 HP,
You gave me a
bre.
heart attack, but Dynamo Eclot do find themselves a second.
He
Oh
wanted
my
to go for
word.
the long grab. He realized he doesn't
4
really have the
HP,
time.
bre.
He was like, nope, nope.
O vlo, këta farna fok janë të
I need to
pos.
get the kill. I don't have the time to go. I
Ketë
don't
mo,
have
pa
the
të
time
shtë të
to
me
press
gjo,
long.
ka 1 HP, ka 2
He had to
HP.
pick up the fight. Bad News Eagles almost making it work with the
Hallelujah,
pistols,
Allah.
almost making it work with the crossfire. Synopsis and Scenario doing all the job, all the work. GX with some lovely tags.
Sa e
on the
drejt,
scout,
Allah,
needed the
ja.
kill in the end and just couldn't find it. Another pistol
Push
round
medium
here for
too.
Bad News Eagles. A bit of a mid push here. Throwing the HEs. rush
Bravo,
middle, hope for the
Senar.
best.
Mas,
This is the best.
bravo Seneri.
Nice. Really nice
Bravo,
damage done
Soder.
by both parties, I feel like. It's looking pretty good.
3-0.
The old
Scheiße.
Dynamo Eclot magic. Just need those Mac 10s to pick up the remaining kills and actually get yourself into a pretty solid place.
Harder.
Ted, I do have the
Senar.
results, by the way. Your poll is currently ongoing in the Twitch chat. I can tell you,
GG.
I feel like I've seen a lot more 2s than 1s. So
I forgot which one.
Mirë
was
bene,
which.
së më
it's
dyja u
God's
hekon.
1, Cats 2.
Zdi
Okay,
shkall
yeah.
po.
I have a cat as well, so yeah. Rise up Cat Kings. I actually love dogs, by the way. I
I
actually
love them both.
Ja,
Do
beka
you
se
know why I
vakte.
think
Pa,
cats
lo,
are like
gjot,
both
ka një
better
moj.
for me
Që
personally?
kjo kap
Because I'm
sen, që
like,
snajperisë,
I
që
think
gjot
my
me ka një
cat is
pa
as
ka me
lazy
gjot.
as I am. I'm not sure if I would have the energy to go out with a dog.
Po
like
sa më
3
sarani me
times a
ball
day
like
every day
edhe
or 2 times a
subscribe
day every day.
kanalin.
Whereas
Is
I
that
have
the
the
only reason?
I think so, yeah.
You don't want to
Maybe the-
exercise, Ted. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well,
You go to the gym though, no? So
I do, but yeah, I want to sleep when I'm not at the gym.
Nesër Benejet e
Okay,
kena
yeah.
pe orës
Fair
7,
enough.
mos harroni.
I like my peace.
Jena live.
I respect it. Rigon certainly does not like peace on Banana. He wants war. Trying to bring the fight to Dynamo Eclot, unfortunately for him, through a molly. That'll be his
Hadi
life
jetna
taken away quite
shokta.
quickly. And well, Dynamo
Shokta
Eclot
ma
will
pa
tuck
tani.
into a man
Veç mos e te
advantage.
për
3-0
shans.
up. And already, at 4v5, the caveat to this round, Ted, is that they are currently sitting at the man deficit.
Yeah, walking back into a crossfire though. Juan Flatro with a really good position. Question is, how much damage can Scenario do? That HE needs to be perfectly timed. There's the smoke towards pit. Valencia gonna get
Bravo, bre, hajde.
Scenario with
Bravo së
another.
dy.
And this is a little bit more like it. Bad News Eagles looking like a tough team now. Towards the bomb side capsule left.
Bravo.
He should be going down to the AWP of GX
Nice.
any moment
Tak që mu
now.
pas shtron.
What an insane
Bravo.
hold from the CTs.
Kish po.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're 4v5 and you only have the one casualty on A and you dismiss of the entirety of that Bad News Eagles side. Like, Detour is the only man to get the kill on the headshot angle and then everyone else just gets gutted. So, brilliantly done. Bad News Eagles will take their first. Money for Dynamo Eclot in a pretty strange position. Some people can only afford pistols, others have AKs. So,
No,
it's
it's
the
gonna
pick
look
and
like
mix
it, though.
buy heading into round 5.
Ale balazujna 3-3.
Yeah, GX gonna get aggressive towards second middle with the AWP. Well, not really aggressive, just holding an aggressive line there. Decides to fall back. Knows that there could be rather a couple pistols, a couple lesser weaponaries on the other side. So just wants to open up the space. More than happy with just holding and waiting for Dynamo Eclot to walk into them. Regun
Veç
lined
më
up the
zvani
flash.
pika burë, zip se po bojna
Does he
poshtë
wait
pa
for Synopsis
nevoj.
to take
Bravo
first contact, though?
Synopsi.
Yes, he does.
Orre,
There's the
loq,
first
sa
kill.
për
Flash will
mastash.
follow up. He
Pse
should get the
s'kthesh,
second.
më njerë do
That's
të më kthy
actually
për
not
mas.
good
Mit
for
një
Caps.
kthesh për mas.
He's not blinded at all, and the refrag is gonna go through. Regan decides to re-peek. This is dangerous.
Shajze
Caps is gonna
burë,
double up and
15
double
HP.
down.
15 HP me gjallë
Routes
muti.
through the smoke, not going to find much right now. 3 versus 4. Bad News Eagles, despite having won the previous round,
Czuj!
find a man deficit. Oh my god, how
Brawo!
is that?
Yep.
GXX, Spidey senses tingle,
No
pulls the
scope.
trigger straight to the chest of Kafida. And now MBQ responds with 1-1 flat throw. That's the A site gone. And look, this might bait out some form of rotate. And if it does, oh man,
Är det
it's a
Senar?
good scenario edging in.
Bravo Senar! Hallå boom ja!
Drop though.
Knä i king!
Will they
Senar!
expect a second player on site?
Senar!
This should be completely overlooked by the CT side captain. Who'll be able
Are
to
det
drop
Gans?
the rifler all on the
Please,
order.
Gans.
GXX with already one to his name,
Dobre.
but it will remain only at 1. Dynamo Eclot up to
Trembla
4
ih
and a
nese
4K
gjashta
for
pobo.
captain.
Yeah, started
Pani
the round
fuska na
4-2-4,
fok.
finished
Full
the
na
round
fok, ja.
4-2-4.
Full.
What an insane play for Capson. There's the replay as well. Jim, I believe he heard Kafida jumping on top of the coffins. That's why he was holding for it. And in the end, he was just like, YOLO, just fired a shot. Went a little bit messy there for a second. As Scenari dropped the bomb, but a lovely sequence coming in from Capson. The Oper stepping up on the AK.
I na to
Dynamo
wód
Eclot,
szamo,
they
bo
bounce back
papik nie wyjdzie
immediately,
na
and
to
now
wód.
it's roles reversed. How have the turns tabled? Bad News Eagles, they're the ones with the AWP, the M4 and the
Po
pistols.
gotëm se ne Balmira, smoke ca 4-shin edhe këtha, olla.
There's a lot of work to be done. The Mac 10-1 blind does considerable damage.
Si me opsi po me njerë trade.
Trade though, 4 versus 4.
Are
Orb
flatër,
is
ka
on the
headshot
other side
flatër.
of the map right now, so if they do
Some
elect to go
copper.
towards B,
Ah.
it'll be that M4A1S that they very much know about now. They've got to face into. Detour takes 1 bullet through the smoke. Now be him done. He's happy to
Sërani
walk
shuna
away.
subscribe,
Well,
klikoni
join the rest
butoni
of this team,
subscribe
by the looks
dhe
of
like.
things, this is
Nesër
gonna be an
në ora
A play for
7
Dynamo
bënë
Eclot.
jetë për sëri do luajnë kundër
I tell a lie,
Falcons,
it's a
një
B
ekip
play for
tjetër.
Dynamo Eclot.
Inshallah po fitojnë asad.
Yeah, they just slow it down for now, though. It's a 4v4, you know there's not going to be a lot of utility on the CT side. Actually, you're going onto the only bomb side with the Molotov, but Rigon is all alone with the Desert Eagle, so there shouldn't be a lot of things that he's going to be able to do here. At least delay for the AWP to arrive and have something to say about it. The execute comes through, though.
Oh,
GX is going to
brilliant.
get isolated. Rigon needs to step up with the
Saka
Deagle. He's found
Molotov,
himself a bit of a
ja,
gap in the
kopie,
Molotov.
oj.
Oh, never mind, he's going to burn alive.
Pse hi me
Unlucky,
beri ka.
GXX with the orb, I think realizing if I could have helped my teammate, I would have. I don't want to rush through this smoke, though. And for that, the bomb plant to come in. He's going to try for it, at least. The wallbang
Shot,
attempted,
shot.
you've got to respect it. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's any unsettling this post plant. Bad News Eagles, 3v4. Sure, you got 2 weapons. But if I'm honest with you, I think this is all just going to be better used in the next round. But even then, they might not get a chance. This is GXX against 4. Or, I mean, it'll be good for 1.
Kurse
but the
dolën
trade
të
from MBQ
dytë,
too
bile
strong.
mini plan
All picked
është
up for
ai kishte.
Capsen already. And Dynamo Eclot up to 5.
Lëm.
Yeah, that's starting to look a little bit scary there, right? I mean, last time around when those two faced each other, Bad News Eagles were able to
Si
pick up
dihet,
6
sa dhe
rounds
na
on the CT side. Now,
mapën e parë kem të fitu 10-1,
it's 1
po
in 5, potentially 1
ja
in 6.
na i
because now they
kthena.
just
Na
have the
është thava na
pistols
ja
to work
kthejme
with.
edhe.
What I'm looking forward to as well is seeing who's going to
Ka
be able to
nevoj
step up
mu
because
dëshpëro.
MBQ's on a 7 and 1 star. Now, something interesting actually to put into numbers. When they played Inferno in July,
Na
Detour
mos
finished
shumë jena të
on
gupa.
27 and 15. Capson finished on 26 and 10.
Pa pik nevojë.
Capson was 13 and 1 on the CT side, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not really too optimistic for that second half here. Bad News Eagles, they need to start picking up rounds, but apparently it's not going to be the pistols to give him those rounds.
Valencio giving it a good spam. 1 flat throw. Caught through the boiler skirting.
Oh, we might be in for an Agent Bond.
Oh, Rigon.
Agent Bond? Yeah.
He said it. He is
Welcome
now.
to the Secret Agent Club.
It's alright, Ted. I've seen you do that many a times before. Don't worry.
What?
What? Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, alright, dude. Synopsy, 1 versus 5.
Some
High
casual
7,
like
half armor. All of this, well, at least the half armor would be really
Boom,
useful in the
cash,
next.
yeah.
Only the $350 upgrade to full Kevlar. I think that's something it'll be looking for. At the same
Shumë jena të
time,
bo poshtë, pa
you
pik
could
nevojë.
go
Po,
for
na
the
jena
human
polica.
dozier and
Thjesht
just
do të na
run
prit.
out the end of apartments and tag up everyone trying to save a
Human
pit.
Dozier.
It is.
I
it
love
is.
that.
It's the
Yeah.
human dozier. He's going for it way too soon, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, just the kamikaze play.
I think he's been spotted.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Capson knows, and there you have it. 6-1, Dynamo Eclot lead.
Yeah, things are looking great for the Czech side right now. What a recovery that is. After a really disappointing Ancient Truth Code and a really harsh Dust 2, this is the first map that they actually start that well. Let me remind you, ladies and gents, both Dust 2 and Ancient started with a 7-2 lead, if I'm not mistaken, for the side of Bad News Eagles. So Dynamo Eclot finally actually getting a good start onto a map. And finally, we don't see a Bad News Eagles player just dominating the first 10 rounds and being 20-10, right? Because like on map number 1, we had Juan Flatro do something like that. On map number 2, it was Regon. Right now, Juan Flatro is 2-7, Regon is 0-7. Who steps up now when they went to sleep? Are we looking towards GX on the AWP? Is it Scenario that we want to see that from, or Synopsy? I mean, at this point, you just need someone to step up.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I don't think they care who at this point, Ted. Like, they really need someone to up the ante. Hasn't been, like, the worst performance from them as individuals, but we just need someone to do it justice.
Yeah.
Question is who? Well, your 30-second pause is over. Your time to deliberate is done. Now back to the action. Those 30 seconds, let's see if they've been put to good use.
Yeah, an early setup. 4 people towards that banana area, expecting maybe a fast B play. Dropping a lot of util as well to those B players, making sure that the hold is going to be a lot easier for them. Regan thinking about going aggressive. Oh, that was dangerous. Detour just decides to swing through the smoke, catches the right timing, but that's just going to be creating diversions. GX, though, prepared for the swing through the smoke from Kefida, manages to drop him. NBQ looking like he's thinking about Juan Flatro. Doesn't manage to get the kill, though, and GX, oh, that's a massive risk that he didn't really have to take there.
Giving up the man advantage. GX has just ran right at him. Unfortunately, not going to find the kills. Now Scenario left in the mini pit. He's going to have to do massive from the mini pit. Already emptying half the magazine. Good for the first. Switches to the USP, although good damage. 2 versus 3, now turn 2v2. Do they know Juan Flatro's in on the site? Absolutely not. Valencio, clutch required from him. One
Flash, ja, vad är ni på?
Flashbang goes high, he tucks away. Rigon trying to take the fight. Got to
Jedźmy sobie bari pika, jedźmy sobie bari
Juan
pika.
Flatro also giving it some. Rigon's going to reposition. This is perfect timing for Valencio to move forward. Rigon from short's able to catch him out on the cross though, and with that, so a good timeout used. Now let's see if consistency is something they're good at.
Yeah, Rigon was quick enough there. If he takes his time, probably Valencia is going to have the time to walk down the player on the bomb side, and then he gets a fair 1 versus 1. So I feel like Valencia realized that Rigon is going to try the repositioning because he wasn't really taking wrong into account, but timing was just not good enough. Bad News Eagles, they managed to answer back. Nice Scenario and Synopsy. Well, we mentioned them, they've been the ones stepping up so far. Scenario 9 kills. GX once again on the AWP though.
Superbot. Minamy balansu rezultatem. George.
Quick fight towards Banana. Dynamo Eclot not really contested in this round.
Banana control is theirs, Ted. Retake util chucked in. Flashbang over the top. Kefida isolated from his homies. Fortunately, the molly I don't think landed correctly. So for that,
Wiesz, måste gå. Måste överrätta en lag, måste överrätta en position.
Players on B. Dynamo Eclot 100% are going to go for something fast here.
Jivina like gates med all. Börja.
Towards CT, Nace towards the B bomb side. Synopsy needs to be
Bra,
careful,
Rigon.
needs the right timing, finds 1.
Čaja. Hade Maltibre, super. Tred 22, super jena. Čet, måste gå gans prete flatrarna sen nere. Måste gå Kiko.
For the Bad News Eagles side. GX hopes that he gets a peek from the AWP of the enemy. No one overextending, no one over-aggressing. Valencia and MBQ.
Čet måste gå till Kiko.
MBQ, he's got himself into the elevated position. This is a really dangerous angle.
Opts against it though, electing to play for the crossfire post-plant. Valencia.
Bravo, hade henne push. Måste mer. Bravo. Hade flattrat ner. Bravo, Guns.
But just standing in the open is NBQ.
Defos?
What a blunder
Yes.
that is. Honestly, if NBQ sits behind the pillar, that is an easy round. Very easy round. Instead, Dynamo Eclot conceded 6. Really disappointing stuff there.
Flatran.
What a blunder.
Ta mycket
Big
gent sen jag
Henry
mycket flattrar
Shout
easy.
out to
Yep, that's
Så
what I
kanske
thought
de
about. Yep. You saw the video that they made.
Of course,
about
man. It was
that
such a
was,
sick video.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. That's the first thing that comes to mind when you said what a blunder. I'm just like Henry G.
It has to be the big man himself.
Yeah. A lot of
Ajde.
blunders.
Ja, që të rëndën vera mizi. Vesh mos më gut bella.
No money now for Dynamo Eclot.
Rene
No money if
qashta.
they lose this
Po
round. We
zi.
have enough to go for a couple hero AKs. Half by pistols surrounding the
Arrogant.
rifle. GX gonna be up close
Aj.
with the AWP. Warning
Easy.
shot. Not gonna
Målet med
connect.
gick ni av nu?
Decides to go for more. A bit of a risk though. MBQ's already out of mid.
Bravo Gun!
He might not realize how
Nej,
quick that
nej,
refrag is
flyttar
going to
där.
be, and MBQ is going to capitalize on it. The refrag comes through,
Bra
Detour
sekunder.
finds a P250 kill on
Flater
Shot
målet
City.
med kly,
Now
Katran.
things become a little bit
Qaj!
interesting.
Qyre bur! Tani thoni s'ka na fok me të hap up shtel muti. Këtë të qëta jalla vlla.
Mate, E-code, Keck W.
Qid!
Dynamo Eclot provides
Lojna
7.
bur.
You said traditionally it was 7-2. This time around it's 7-3, but in favour of the Czech
Tema vlla
side.
gjysa kvirin
Posting up
krya
massive numbers
shpraze.
so far. Rigon has to save the big green into the next, and for that, they forfeit the 7th round. The T side looking so scary right now. May I say, Ted, I said there was an opportunity that Dynamo
Sa
Eclot ripped the
drejt
heads
kja
off of
vlla,
B&E.
sa drejt.
And as much as I love the B&E lads, this is like the perfect setting to do so, honestly.
Djem
They
dhe
are,
vajza, mos harani të
they
klikoni
are
butonin
really
subscribe
putting down
edhe
the
like. E
pain.
di që ju
GXX
shëllohet
with
ju
a
konë
couple
shto
of missed
po.
shots here and there. You know, Rigon's 3K towards B nearly ends in disaster.
Që të punë e kjena
Like,
na.
there's so
Ju
many
kalzu.
close, narrow moments, even though B&E are shooting back.
Gjithashtu
Dynamo
nese
Eclot
prej
just seems
orës
to be a level
7
above
bëne
right now.
jetë kundër Falcons. Kanë melu, jena live.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Shumë të
Tactical timeout as well for Dynamo Eclot. They know what's going on. They know that the money on the Bad News Eagle side isn't enough. Look at that. All of the kills from the pistols. Absolutely insane. None of this should be happening for Bad News Eagles
205
right now, and they
like
realize it. They
let's
know
go
it.
baby.
They've been tested. They
Gigonda
continue
jeni
getting tested
pasharë.
time and time again. Dynamo
Me
Eclot.
mujt
It
mi
feels
fitu
like
një
that
3
plus
unë
two
da i
is
shon
just a map that
super.
they need to convert in order for them to just unleash their full potential right now. And it feels like Genshin didn't happen, right?
Hajde
Mentally, it
Marcelina, ja
hasn't,
me vanezo la ma pa
it
3 të
hasn't
lusa.
changed anything for them.
Një
It feels
piktofi
like
dy
now they're the best
sua.
Dynamo Eclot that we've seen so far
Po
in
i
the series,
shallas na
right?
heqin
And this is
tu,
map
ja,
number
po
3. It's been such a long
Po
time.
di
It's
se
been
pi
such a
heq
long
YouTube,
series,
ja
such
s'po
an
kam shami
exhausting
bo.
game for both these teams, and Dynamo Eclot are able
Prova
to
një
play up to that high
1822.
pace, high tempo,
1880
and
kena pas.
deliver so
Pre
much,
kena një slojve.
even
Më konë që
against
s'na
the
heq
odds.
YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, to
I
think this could
bojna
have been 2-0
2
as
suba
well.
pet për
Yeah,
100 i her.
easily.
Oh, Rigon, that is
Bravo
filthy.
Rigon.
Straight through the G2 smoke. Gonna find
Hare.
a kill. Second mid flash.
Oh,
Rigon
Eclot.
has to try and
Super.
escape with his life. Fortunately, no one's in
Hare
front of
Flatro.
him to take him.
Qaja
The
Flatro.
5-7 of 1 Flatro for a second.
Hare Flatro,
And it's
stop.
because we're
Hey.
able to say the pistol silence B&E.
Scheiße.
There's a chance as well
Hoffentlich.
that B&E can win this round. The dust settles to a 3 versus 3
He
scenario.
doesn't push apartments with the AWP, does he? Oh, he's
Hare
a
Rigon,
crazy man.
qëta do të me hek?
Such good timing.
Do they realize that Valencia is alone? This is the question. I don't think
Wow.
they do.
Që të Valencia
They
me
have
hek,
another player.
menjar do të me
That's
shku.
massive gamble.
Rotate.
Oh my god, and he goes through the smoke. Who in
Yeah.
their right mind
No
does
fear.
this?
No fear.
Oh my god.
Hare Rigon!
Timing.
Bravo!
Rigon, it's on his
Qaja
side.
Bob.
He's just so cool.
Super.
So insane
Going,
to just
Gans,
do that, and it
Gans,
just
Rigon,
makes it
going
look
janë
too
ena
easy.
Bob. Se s'ka shka ban
Synopsy, Eagle on
synopsi.
B, now has to find both T players. Fires off the first shot, knows Detour's there, but he
Mos
doesn't
i
know
ba
that the
pi
bomb's
ktheu
joining him in
Synops,
just a
ktheu për
second.
mas, lele ta
Now
montoj,
Synopsy
lele
starts
ta
to land the
montoj.
damage. Kafida, 63 points of health.
Lele ta montoj.
I think will be obtained
Ma
shortly.
bre Synops,
Detour
lele ta
able to catch
montoj,
one.
bre
Flashbang
pretile.
came from
Bravo,
Know about it.
Gensi!
GXX through the smoke, no Ted. Now it's all down to Detour. 1 versus 2.
Yeah, he knows where both players are. He's heard the scope of the AWP.
Hare Rigon!
He'll need Rigon to miss a shot.
Baba,
He's not
qënën
gonna
kom,
miss a
qënën
shot.
kom.
The triple
Qënën
kill
kom,
from
bo për
Rigon, the
Rigoni.
AWP
Pufa
hero
ka bo me
is not even
sniper,
in
sa
the hands of the
normal.
main openers. Rigon, the game
Rigoni, pja.
maker, the difference maker. I want to see a replay of that, to be fair. This is sometimes when
Yeah.
you start struggling, this is what you need.
Kuku
Right? You need to
shahambo,
get the manual, look at it, throw it into the trash can, set it on fire, play as you wish. Be an absolute crazy
Allah
man
fokus, okay.
and make it work.
Right,
Super. Ah, no, mo shumë.
7-4.
Yeah.
Rita theo fix.
Massive start for Eclot. Sure, they let the penny drop at the end
Game
of...
master.
Kör det bort!
Yeah, that was looking
Det
for it,
tog
no.
upp sig
Yeah,
nog
You know the
det,
Hunger
sen
game,
nog
like, the game
det.
master always wins. It's just unfair.
Yeah, it's true.
A
It
per
is
Nina
true.
la kjo të thonë nuk
Regular
është e
game
drejtë
master.
që kjo. Që thotë me gjallë. Po flatrat të i lem pal. Flatrat!
Gets the reload off, jiggles out. M4 prime for
Pop
another,
says
but he
no.
does get taken down. Detour a second.
GG.
Few expects an area here though.
Mo, mos e bani
Absolutely
mat,
not.
mos e bani
Detour,
mat.
very
That's
snappy
hot.
responses, but it's another 1 versus 2. Bomb plant.
Hare Regan.
Back of the site. This needs
Prete
to be a
Regan, prete synopsin.
Kenny-esque round.
Prete synopsin.
Flashbacks. Flashbang.
Fik prej
Top
Regan.
line,
Koja bine.
slips into the smoke. Rigon, do you expect this? I mean, he's giving it a go.
There
Miss no
is
scope
going,
from
GG.
Detour. That could have been the one.
Pass
But
meshed
instead,
off.
Synopsy will stick the defuse, picks up the orb, and Bad News Eagles pick up a 5th.
Yeah, that was a
Po
really
Armenia,
good
ha?
from
Vish
Regan
po
also
Armenia që
realizing
8
that
me
the
7
offer needs to
kena
move
me
away
kry
from
pjesën e
one
parë
side.
për
He's
neve.
like, I deployed the smoke. He's gonna start feeling a little bit
Shajbe
relaxed about it.
flatro,
Go for
baba
aggressive
flatro,
play.
baba.
Unless
Që
he
to
makes
ka
his
mujt
way
mos me
out
nxerr,
forward,
hit smoke-in I kish marrë
just
atë
pushing
dit.
towards middle and trying to
Esa.
contest my teammate. He's gonna be in the smoke, so Regan absolutely prepared about this one. Bad News Eagles. I think it's safe to say that they're on their way of bouncing back here.
8 me
It's still
7
gonna be
pjesa
a
po
tough
për
one
neve.
because at best you
Sigurt.
get 8 rounds on the CT side, but that could be good
Sigurt.
enough. Especially
75%.
considering how things were going at one point. I feel like
6 me
right now,
7 sigurt. Tani nëse e
there
barazojna,
is a possibility for them to still be fighting.
Pjesa
They're
por
not
kryet
out of
8 me
this
7.
game just yet, but they will need a
Arrogance.
couple more rounds.
Paleja.
It's just the pistols now.
Myte
on the side of
pulën.
Dynamo Eclot, so Bad
Gjuj.
News Eagles.
Oh,
Convert another one here.
bravo,
Spam through
bravo,
damage,
qaja po
Lateral
lipot.
Scenario gonna finish
Love
it off.
është, se nërë që e kryt,
Now it's
super,
11
shumë love e
HP,
kalon,
and
qëre
Niki's
lo,
gonna
6
be able to take him down, but it's
6
still
so
a 4-3 retake.
e
That
ka
should be
fotin
going
e
in favor of
asajna.
the CTs.
A bomb plant would be really
Bravo,
massive here for the T
Molotov,
side.
super.
Capsule just going to go into the safe corner. It
So
will be mollied
qëre
out
dhe se
and he
ka
will
ka
fall to the
Molotov
flames, or at
bre,
least
no.
he should.
E kopja? Ja, pas ka një të to.
But they know exactly where he is. There is so many heads jumping round corners. Capsule wasn't winning that one. And it's a 6 on the ball for Bad News Eagles. What a recovery,
Let's
by
go,
the way.
let's
for
go,
BNE.
let's go, remontanda.
7-2, I said. Now it's 7-6, 4 on the trot. Still a
Ah,
chance
det
to make
är
it
med
even better as
startpjesa
well.
bort
There's
och
2 more rounds for them to
haha, då
capitalize
sen
upon.
är det står.
And ultimate, the first half consists of a Dynamo Eclot 4-5.
Phew,
No
where
MVP,
they
but 5
going,
AKs. Gotta be careful here.
Rigoni me
you can
snipe
get
top
away
form.
with playing without
Nërsa
an
i shkon
ADP
mirë
on
mjalon
the
Rigonit
side.
pak.
You've slowed down just a little bit, and all of that actually, we spoke about like one player having to step up. Regan was 0-0-7. Now he's
Quna dhe
9-8.
goca më zarani me ball like
This is the
edhe
thing that
subscribe.
it's like a switch,
Se
right?
bëna e
You just
po
flip it.
kthehen
Regan wakes
baba.
up, gets a couple rounds,
Po
fires
kthehen
up the entire
gjigandat.
team. Bad News Eagles start winning
Dela
rounds, and
të
now it's
baba
looking
senera
up.
të
Now with a
masakër.
double capsule,
Rigoni në anën tjetër
Regan
me
gets
AVP,
through.
AVM,
Is back
AVP
towards
si të
banana,
doni.
jumping
AVM
ADB,
pop.
just looking for everything that he can go for.
4
He's
vs
full of
2,
confidence
7
right now.
me
He's
7
just
barazot
feeling
zil
the game.
shkallë, 8 me 7 pjesa par kuft kismet.
Oh, man.
Don't
But
you want to
bad
see
news
this
Eagle.
guy in tier 1? I really want to see this guy in tier 1.
Hargens, paleja gen.
Chance.
Jo, po ja palon sinopsi. Dhe Rigoni atë.
Someday.
Post major, there might be more.
Ka ju kena boj, pe
So,
6 një,
I really want to see him play tier 1 CS one day. I just wanna enjoy because I'm not really questioning whether his crazy style is gonna work on tier 1. I think like essentially sometimes it's gonna work.
8 me 7
If
për
Furia
5
can
në
make
zilja.
their game plan work
O,
sometimes,
laç
he's
këtu
gonna be able
drop
to make
ava
it
maja
work as well.
këtu. AVP-ja si
But
gjanja.
I really wanna lay back and just enjoy some madness.
Shpërndohen e mër live-in, hare mërë ti bojna 100 shikus, o djem. Shpërndohen e live-in ti kapëm 100 shikus. Për bëna jetë këto mësë mi pas 100 shikus në këtë fitore të madhe. Qërë se nere shka të bo për juve. Qërë po pësë nërë baba. E s'lene se nere në kaja bina. 8 me 7 për bëna jetë në pjesën e parë. GG Giganda.
8-7 here, Ted, at the half time.
Shpërndohen e mër live-in, le ta shojnë mër këtë gjemati, këtë masakër të madhe.
Here in the first half, a lovely recovery. I have that started in a pretty convincing way as well. For the Dynamo Eclot guys, they were really good at getting the opening kills, really good at converting as well. Post plans were looking quite sick, but apparently all that Bad News Eagles needed was just for someone to wake up. Scenari's been having a really good game. Juan Flatcher's been performing. Regan had a phenomenal recovery. We already said that after being 0-0-7 in the start. Now 11-8. He's picked up 11 kills and died only once.
Edhe 3 vallçik për 100.
And Bad News Eagles, they're gonna kick things off here.
Mos
with
deli
tactical
pe live-it,
timeout.
ti bojna
Apparently, they just
100
wanna make
watt
sure that
qing.
the streak continues, right?
Hajde
You won
bossa,
5 rounds to
shpërndone.
win the first half with.
Ta
If
kapëm
you get
100
things
watt
rolling
qingve.
here on the D side, especially after the struggles that you had last
Nah,
time
don't
when you
know
faced
what to do.
Dynamo Eclot, this is gonna be your chance.
Shpërndone
You
live-in
need
në
to kind
bossa.
of try and transfer that
Na lip
momentum
time
that
out,
you had in
super.
the first half into the second one here.
Hare banaj. Ti mund t'ja dalesh.
I mean, underlying tone is 7 rounds on the T side.
No,
for
të
Dynamo
trashikus
Eclot.
edhe 7 janë.
Statistically,
Shpërndone
it's enough
live-in.
10. I was
Shpërndone
having a look at
live-in.
the old stat sheets.
Bojeni like,
I'm not sure if
shpërndone
you saw, but
live-in.
HLTV had a little stat sheet out
Ti
for the
kapëm
maps, right?
100
And I was pretty
watt
interested,
për
pretty
banajet
intrigued.
këto.
Inferno, you'd be surprised to see how CT-sided this map can be. Not even just top 30. It's
It
genuinely
really depends on what time period we're speaking about, right?
It's true.
So far in 2022, I'm pretty sure, like I'm
Hajde,
99%
do t'mi
positive
fitu
on
veç
the
ta
top three of
2
the most CT-sided
runda
maps.
me Altia.
The most CT-sided maps this year have been Ancient, Nuke, and Mirage. I'm pretty sure, and then number 4 is Overpass.
In 2022,
Yeah,
actually, I'll deliver the stat in a minute because we are currently in a round.
yeah.
Ma biti
Tapping
rinore
away,
që të me
beats
Altia,
off.
më së mbujtë
Having a
një
good
që
look. Already finding the first kill, opting to back away.
Full echo të
electing
dy,
to
ja, këta
keep
pas...
that 5 versus
Ma
4,
pas
which
një
is something
blame,
that
smoke
Dynamo
edhe
Eclot had struggled with at the end of that
Do
first
më
half.
hon full save. Jo full echo.
Yeah, there's the apps pop coming in. Only one
GG
holder.
kolli Molotove,
towards fifth.
super,
He's gonna
Fener
go
baba,
down, he's gonna
flatra
get over
aty,
run scenario,
do të më rupe
Black will pick
Shtina.
up a quick double. NBQ though is gonna be able to bounce back.
3
with
ose
one.
3?
Still alive towards the back of the side. A
Mas.
lovely one tap. There's one
Tu
more.
no,
There's
okay,
plenty. Where
Bravo.
that came from. NBQ
Bravo,
the another one
Synopsis.
finally is gonna get overwhelmed.
Hajde,
He's
këta
done
në
enough.
shton.
He slowed them
Ah,
down
që
for his
ka me
teammates
prish
to
këmë
arrive.
që mu
T-Tor
të.
in a really good position. They can't really grow unless they
Gens
down.
baba aty.
Elimination
Jash
is
kun
the name of the
siguresën,
game.
montohet bumja.
Hitman
Rundi
after
par.
hitman,
Ma
and it's
se bani për
full
lag.
in the server. Kefida tags down one. Gets rid of the second and he's heard.
Se naps mos del, ktheu për mas, ktheu për mas, please.
Ktheu
për mas,
Never mind.
Bravo.
What a one tap. Last bullet.
One tepi Synopsit aty.
Only one bullet in the
Kë?
50.
E, vish një plum e ka pas.
One bullet. One.
Vish një plum e ka pas
Insane,
e.
man.
If you
Insane.
have the headshot with it.
That
Në
is
të në
crispy.
shvatëqin. Tjemë rrëne edhe ti bojna një qenë bësa.
Wonder, are we going to see this from Synopsis POV?
Qëti që ato, qëta, ke për i me Synopsi vish një pluma
I'm
qysh.
intrigued
Qëtë të
now.
Synopsi. 2 pluma i ka pas.
2 bullets.
Një vla. Me
Oh,
2
mate.
pluma e
2 bullets
gjigante.
at a B250 and he does it. Unreal. Anyway,
2
little stat
pluma
line
e
for
ka
you, Mr.
pas
Ted.
e.
What do you think the most... Okay,
I ke
I
bo
don't know
një
why
qenë.
Tuscan's in the list.
Vëlloj mu,
but-
98
Because
automatik.
there was a show match on it. But we
Edhe
we-
dy,
Ah,
edhe dy
okay,
watching.
true. Okay.
Bosa,
Other
rreni
than
sa ma shumë.
Tuscan, right?
Yeah.
Inferno is
Dhe me edhe një
statistically
2-3
the
shok,
second
ma
most
dhe 7
T-sided
ra.
map.
Yeah.
So it is the most T-sided map in the pool.
No, ma qëtë
It's still
shikuste një
CT-sided
fashëm,
overall. It's
99,
51-49
hajde,
split.
edhe një.
Yeah.
It's the closest margin we have on all the maps. The next
Yeah.
up,
99
next
mua,
to that is actually
shikuste
Vertigo.
97
Yeah.
ra.
Vertigo is the most.
Ane,
decent,
ane,
right?
luni me ndjenja
No,
jo.
no.
I know.
Hajde,
Inferno is
me dhe si
49%
bëne jam e
of
vitu,
rounds
bravo
won on the
Synopsi,
C-side.
hajde.
Vertigo 47.5%.
Is that
Niçin
top
i ke
30 or
bërë
top 20 teams though?
No,
Allah
this is all teams.
Jo lojka, jo
Oh,
lojka,
okay. The
shikus.
stat that I gave you for the most
Na,
CT-sided
vate
maps was like top 30 teams.
Alright, I can tell you
Watching.
top 30. It is
100 watching po dhe.
Inferno is
Se lojka për
51.48.
di.
Well,
Yeah.
51.2, 48.8. There you go.
4 ose 3, hajde.
Still the most T-sided map of the lot.
102.
Yeah. That,
Let's
that's
go!
yeah.
Gjigant, ave myt në lajkin edhe
That's the thing,
subin.
like, memorized it. Proud of myself.
Well,
Synopsi kur e mytë
Gjona
me
me-
një plëm
Gjona
i pote një qivasi. E, se kom këqyrë që atëherë se
Yeah,
ka shtë
I'd love
këqyrë
one.
Synopsi.
Haven't won one, but I'd love one.
GG, 102 i banu.
Alright. I hope you have.
103.
Nice
5v
stack for Dynamo.
Hajde
Eclot,
4 ose
Yeah,
3,
I was going
let's
to
go,
say the
let's go.
5v5 is boiled somewhat down.
Are bosa klikoni butonin
respectable
like atë
4
ti bëjmë
versus 3.
300 like atje.
Clot gambled correctly here.
T'ja dhim racër.
Over the top of the
Ma,
smoke,
bravo.
that's Rigon caught out an MBQ.
Bravo, Sotrano,
Spared his
kena
life.
catch.
3v3, moving
Ma,
in, 1 kill with the MP9.
Miro.
It's a messy transfer for Capson. And
Hare
MBQ's got the
flatra, flatra.
second.
Mos na
Where
dëshpëra.
is one flat throw in all of
O,
this?
ku jemër flatra kështu.
He's an A, chilling.
105 Washington dëruar meq. Mos harani nesër bëna janë ora 7 kam ilu përsëri. Shtatë mbrëmje. Are flatra? Mama, please, flatra këshit! Shojo! Ua, flatra zë që kalëzëja kryto, bob. 10 me 7. 11 me 7 koft kismet. Qa janë këta headshot, Allah.
Nice ride here on the T side. Not only they pick up the pistol round, but they get the conversion. A half by coming up for the Dynamo Eclot fellas now. A scout for MBQ. He's been filling it apparently. 16 and 10. Top frac of the... Well, not on the server. I was about to say on the server. Scenario's actually on 17. Top frac on his side though.
Number one man for
Bravo, Gibson, är igår innan till Tjölbome.
GXX
Easy to göra läka, vet shit snide med Timotet.
And well, I think it's safe to say that this sort of weird half-buy slash eco slash whatever you want to call it, Dynamo Eclot will be second best in easy pickups for the Mac 10 as well. GXX one earlier on, it was Scenari's Galil to pick up the kill there though. And ultimately it's Valencia against 5.
Çatan për mes e banëm klip me një plëm që e minti.
Yeah, Regan is going to drop the final one, farming the kills on the Mac 10. Actually, the team ace here for Bad News Eagles. Team effort. That's nice to see. We pointed out that every single map so far had been just Bad News Eagles having one player to step up and carry on the gang, but...
Som kalëzëshi me bo klip që aton harrova se unë zejta keq. E kësha bo klip, e kësha qit nga tje.
I keep on just looking at Regon's stats and thinking how he was
Oh,
0-0
sick
and 7.
baba.
I'm not going to forget that. 11-7 though. Dynamo Eclot with their first buy round here on
Kör
the
ben,
AWP
no,
for
kështu
Captain.
kështu
Early leg shot.
E kapi
Regon
Allah naja.
wanted to just run down.
Mirë jena, në
now
mblejt
he's
shtot super jena pasha,
downgraded
në bojmë
himself
shtu
into a
që
little
tron
bit more of a
e
supporting
thena.
role in the round after he gets
Qa
tagged
bo
down.
ben?
GX really quickly into CT spawn. That's going to be one of the most rapid B splits we've seen in
Are
a long
t'jam bëjeni
time.
like shkojna për
You heard
250
the
ja
orcs,
kojna
so the
bile.
play was made. Feeder already in spawn,
No,
basically waiting
bravo.
for a double. And Bad News Eagles, the attempts bad. The idea was good. And Capson will find his eventual kill with the orb, confirming the damage from earlier on as well.
Kena
And it
pole,
is
nuk
now
kena
a
keq
2
po.
versus 5.
Ma mira mos mira me video
Yeah,
lot.
Peter,
Ke
he's
qas
going
në
to go
rënë.
pressing towards Banana. Oh, nearly catches the timing.
Mas.
In the end of the day, he's going to be able to
Ruje,
finish
ruje
off
armën,
Snary
këta
and potentially Synopsis.
Unë në ho për valli.
Wow.
Banged
Bang.
through the wall.
Yeah, no cover. You can't escape. You can hide, but you
Scheiße mit
can't hide.
Blumen.
Is that
That's
the
the new
same?
way of saying it.
Is it you can run but you can't hide? Is that
No,
what you're
no,
getting
no,
at?
no, no, no. You can hide, but you can't hide.
All right.
He tried to hide behind the wall. He wasn't running, but he couldn't hide.
Sure, I'll let you have it.
Get it? Yeah. Okay.
I'll allow it for now, Ted.
We're evolving.
Yeah.
The world is changing, Ryan. Either
Yeah.
change with it or get left
Ja,
behind.
shu
Your
se te
choice.
kokën. Dhe startoj prit kam kur e
My bad,
proces
dude,
për jetë
sorry.
kam.
Round 20, HE
Ah,
and a
damn.
brilliant
Pascal
spam from
Beck
Red
like
towards
it.
top banana. That gives Bad News Eagles a very, very nice 5v4.
Yeah, man advantage. Raygun with another entry. Juan Flatro already lurking his way into
Ti
apartments.
ka
He's been
kon të
really
shku
aggressive. Capson though thinking
nja
about
shi
going back
njerës,
towards the B-bomb
lejtarëve të
side
eska
here.
shpia.
It's not like Bad News Eagles haven't been abusing that B execute
Are
so
50
far.
sekota.
So a three-man stack could be a nice idea. The only problem with it, well, not necessarily a problem, if it plays out well, they need to be
Shit.
aggressive. They can't really hold on with 3 towards B and not really take the initiative here. There's going to be the flash. Synopsy on the other side should be going down any moment now.
Hade synaps.
Unless he does something like that. What a crazy play. And this has dismantled the entire
Tha
setup.
Synaps, mos
The
i va
entire play
pikma.
is just in the bin right now. And Valencia,
Bravo,
he's all
bravo
over the game.
Roteti.
Onside. Needs to
Qaja,
find one
heni
kill, and
plant,
he's not
alla
gonna be
GG.
able to find more than the one.
Bravo
And this is
Sadu.
the save. This should be the round.
Nxeni pozicionet,
Not to
mos
be.
leveret
Bad
një
News
bot.
Eagles looking for 12.
Save janë të bot, GG. 12.
Confidently done as well. GXX with the AWP one, Flatro and Scenari both with rifles. I don't think it's the best idea for Dynamo Eclot to try and run it into them here. Especially when money, I mean, isn't bad. Like, saving these weapons, they probably have a decent full buy behind them in the next tier, Ted. So, it's not over yet.
Yeah, 12-8. Bad News Eagles really close to getting the victory in the end. You know what? That wouldn't be an impressive victory for Bad News Eagles in terms of
Bad
like
News
taking
Eagles
down a team
po' fitojnë
of
të
the
ndërruar
name of
meç.
Dynamo Eclot,
Me
because, like, on
remontanda.
paper, we said that
S'ka
if you
konkurrencë.
want to
Sa
have
sa
any
kemë opi
success
2, 6 me 6 majtë
at
po
the
dhe.
RMR and potentially
Bia
make
na
major, you
fejnë
should
se
be able to win games like that, right? But it would be a relief to win such a tough
Si
game,
na
because
spava.
sometimes you get a really, really difficult opponent. And I'd argue that Dynamo Eclot is one of those teams that, you know, they're not necessarily going to make it into like deeper stages of the playoffs of tournaments like that, not necessarily going to make it out of open qualifiers and into big tournaments, but they're always going to be a really tough team to deal with, right? They're always going to, most of the time, they're going to take 2 or 3 maps and make you work for your money.
Super jem. Sotin në janë
100%.
qëta që jenë
They love doing that, don't they?
Loj ka gjonat
Yeah,
kanë.
they're a really tough team. A
30
really-
e dishka kanë.
100%.
They've been on the
36
grind. I
ndërko.
mean, we pointed out they played like 42
Too
maps
many
so far.
maps. Too many maps.
Yeah, that's only in 1 month as well. Like that's more than a map per day. Which
Mos
is,
harroni,
like, combined
nesër
with
në
all
ora
the
7
ECA
bëna
games
jetë
and
kanë
the
miru.
cracks and stuff,
Me
that's a lot.
Falcons.
Yeah, for sure.
Jena
Crazy.
live. Bëna
One
jetë
more attempt here
28.
for Dynamo
Duket mos
Eclot.
kena rot.
Full buy, everything. Chips in the middle of the felt. B-Smoke's lobbed in. B-Tor patiently waits between them, expecting some sort of push. They're vacant for the time being, but an
No,
M4 spam from Kafida gives them the opening kill.
Yeah, once again, it's Kafida and Regon to get into an early engagement. This time, though,
Na vim që
Swiss
këron me
player not
fitu
going to be
bre.
able to get the better out of it. Capson still has the AWP posted towards middle,
But
just
to
waiting
Lincoln
for people
scope.
to walk into his crosshair. And
Mos I
they're
del
thinking
besëna.
about it. Not a lot of U2 on the side of the T, so they will eventually have to take the raw fight. And
Shit.
oh, they managed to bait out the shot. A miss from
Shit.
Capson. He's
Shit.
going to get forced back. That's going to give him some space to work with. But with the time running
Tra.
low, Bad News Eagles, they'll start to make a
Nas
move
janë
now.
s'ka ma të fort. Valla, masakër këna ba nas janë.
Flash, blinding Juan Flatro, 20
Nee,
seconds
praten
left
best
here.
dat hier
They've got to get a
63.
move on here. Dynamo Eclot take a second life, and they've left this way too late.
Just
Bad News Eagles saving.
63 të
Done.
qëta.
Yeah,
What a sour way to end the round.
yeah. Actually, that's the better
A na
decision
shtaj
right
këmë
now.
qyra ta
Kafira's
që kanë
gonna
me
go
du
down.
dje.
I feel like Synopsy,
Diva
yeah, Synopsy can drop over an AK. Juan
Check on
Flatro is
Middle
gonna
Nese,
have
buddy.
he's gonna have the money to go for a Galil and utility or an AK with the armor. So you're gonna be able to reinvest into this round. And potentially, you could be just going down and around like that if you just decide to run
Ja, we
into
moesten
the
ook
ball
afwachten,
side
die
last
ze
second. So you're gonna have a good tie round. We're getting a confirmation by the way in
besoj
chat
bane
that
kur
Kafida
jes, tash
getting
me
that
me këshy.
spray through the smoke was just
Po
completely
vallaj
random.
bëna 35 pas kanë ro shumë bre. 28, 7 vene pas mira.
You know, who doesn't love some
Me
nice
5 shtator pas ka
randomness in
bërë
their
kjeri.
games?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's part of the game,
Ta
though, isn't it, really?
63-it. Po.
We've all died to the dude that like decides to tap once through a smoke and like insta headshot you.
E
Or
nesër që këna me lu,
whatever.
Suleiman ka kanë qëta tjerë.
9 for Dynamo Eclot right now. 4 players alive for Bad News Eagles already. Valencia found the opening kill, Ted.
E nesër
And
pas
so
me lu,
already
me
setting
qëta
that negative
Falcons,
precedent
venin e
here.
32 ka kanë ata.
This is going to be a very, very
Stanno
close
pas ka
best of
përsi.
3.
Nesër kena me lu me venin e 32 e.
Regon finds the first one.
Majori kanë
Turns
thonë
around,
që
knows that there's a player
ka
on the
fundi
other side of
shtatorit
this smoke.
nis.
Feeling the pressure, MPQ is going to open up the distance just a little bit. Re-smokes, wants to make sure he stays alive, but we need to
Domethënë
eventually
Bonaet
support
janë
Valencia, who's going to get
në
pressure.
invite, janë të lu ata ekipe tjera që mu kualifiku.
BQ giving it a
Duket
good
që
run
dio
in
në
while
Bonaet janë në
Scenari's
invite.
taking his teammate down. 4 on the back of the site is unlikely. Well, there's your first and only the one.
Brava së
Bomb
dëves,
drop with
flatra
50
rizoni
seconds
shumë
to
bap.
go. Plenty of
Flash
time for
era
Regon to go running
Briari.
for it and to chuck in the digits. Kafida spotted on long. Tagged up to 40 points of health. He's moving away.
Is this
He's
Bumi ja u montu,
I don't
qëtë.
know. Is this
It
the
is.
human dozier? It's gotta be.
Një
Well, they can't even
shqiptar
save there, so
Minnesota.
he's just gonna go for the kills, I reckon.
Kumër, te ekipa nesër që kanë me lua.
Yeah, that's awkward. Kafida is just holding right now in Detour. He's hoping that he
Qëto,
gets
shumë
something out
Minnesota
of this.
s'pas.
He's going to try and do the damage to the economy. Regan's probably a dead man there. The rest as well might go down.
Flatro,
Detour is in
mo.
a really good position. Juan Flatro going to try and exit towards
Ja,
Acer. That's actually a
va.
free AWP. That's perfect for the CT
Moj,
side.
penja thaj.
Well, on Flatro tries to go running with it. The big man of Detour will have nothing to
Nesër
do
do
with
më
it.
kundër një
But that
shqiptarit
gives
e
Bad
pas
News
një,
Eagles 13. They're
opa.
3 away from victory here.
Nesër
Taking
kish me
that
konë e
first
forse,
victory in the main
32 ka
Swiss
kanë ata na
stage.
35.
An opening day that has delivered,
Nesër,
Ted,
derbi.
massively.
Manibel om
has.
son
It's
ett
been a really
topp, det kan
exciting
han
couple
näsa
of games.
Manibel.
A really exciting couple maps. should I
Gjaldat
say,
med
because
han kan
there's
ha
been
förstått
only
du
two
zära.
games, but the Sprout Hotspurs game did deliver. This one so far has been absolutely
Nesar
insane.
derby kaka.
Without a
Shai
doubt,
Conte
one of the
Vital.
games of the tournament.
Täytyy
Dynamo
vähän
Eclot being able to push the runner-ups from the previous edition of the Elite.
Până e la mat
They're
fort o
absolutely
na skena
lit. Bad News
konkurrens,
Eagles
skena
lost
kundërshtar.
the final of
Na
the
jena
Elite
bëna e
Invitational
o
spring,
vlaçka.
all due to heat. Now struggling
Si në
to
gjendje
get
të
their
ti, alo
first
se ke
victory
pori
here, but
gunin.
looks like they might be able to just close
Me
it out
von
in the
tepat
end.
e ti,
Capson
alo se ke
gonna
po
get
flatrën.
Dolphin is gonna be the surprise play coming out of
Alo se
Apartments
ke
here
po
for
senerin
Eagles.
kur t'ju hin. Me gjyks. Gensin në avata.
Synopsy, opening kill for the
Synopsy
BNE side, but they're already
Tomares.
deducted to 3. Bringing Dynamo Eclot
They
to
can
the
go back
similar
deep.
scenario.
It's clear.
You're dead right, they really could. Synopsy's just going to wait. Rotates are coming thick and fast for Dynamo Eclot.
Daniels me
Kafida,
zemër,
he's
bënë
running.
me zemër.
He's
Let him
got a
run.
godlike
Oh.
timing.
Oh!
Mo bre!
No
Knife
way.
kills
Tak,
out,
nie
because
wiem,
why
no,
not?
ja,
Synopsy,
ja.
smiley faces, but he baits his teammate
Tylko
by
dy
doing
hemaj
so.
prejtën Synopsy,
Kafida letting us know how much
Synops,
he loves
që short është me mo
But it's
rejs,
a
mi au
2
palu
versus
një
2.
herë. Thikna prejtët, po bumën hajde
That
që
was one of
shpontane.
the- that was one of the funniest moments I've seen so far in this game. But
Këta valla,
the
për i
retake
vdekan me
is on
qëto
MBQ
thika, se
Valencia
këto
or nothing.
vojës
Money,
janë të
not
bë.
in plenty of the CT side.
Hare,
They
Flatro,
need to make
one
it
tape
work.
aty.
The elevated angle could be
Valencias,
enough.
po t'jap
Flatro
Flatro,
tries to be
qaja
correct.
Flatro,
He can have that kill.
qaja
He's gonna
Flatro,
get back down.
let's
They're
go
gonna
Flatro,
go
hare,
They're gonna
hare,
finish it off, though.
hare, defuzon, hare.
14-9 lead.
s'po
Bad
moj
News
shi.
Eagles
Se
looking
pas njas në
like a
dejtor
really
gjall,
tough team now. Final buy round
paket.
coming in for Dynamo Eclot, and it's not gonna be a good one. It's not gonna be a comfortable one.
Two more to the finish
Get into
line.
the replay.
Yeah, I wonder if they have got it. I think it's a bit late.
Edhe
for us
dy
now.
runda në ndojnë nga
maybe
fitoria.
it's a bit late, but
Nga
I'm
remontanda.
sure we're gonna be seeing a lot of that in like clips and videos. because
Remontanda
that was something.
Shit mop.
Mate, we've had 2 crazy knife kills
Da dhe
now.
kështu pe një
Yeah.
zarën, dy një
One
në ashta
attempted
pja
knife
këthej.
kill.
There's been a lot of
Jo, në ashta po pu.
somethings so far.
Që
today,
atar
you know
sinopsit
what I
e
mean?
gjëks.
Yes.
Like, a
Hini
lot of
sinops
funny
të dët
things.
pa leja që atë. Pëllujo sinops! Pëllujo sinops! Qo jo në një kursho. Mos unë zej sinops.
They shouldn't really
Qa
go
është
for
ka
the
dalal
right?
shko
Yeah,
qit.
they shouldn't.
Merë në
It's
bumën,
14-9.
plant,
You're gonna concede
15
15 anyway. You
ish
have no
lebedesh
kit,
babë.
no B site, no idea what the Dynamo or what the BNE side are up to. It's got to be over.
Yeah. For sure. That's going to be 15.
Ku i
You
keni
wanna make sure
thik
that
ato
you have at least
muta,
something to
hajde.
work with in the final round. Those two
Vet me
M4s,
thik.
The MP9, they're essential. And
Mama,
I can
mos
say
bani
for sure,
pik, thana
as
për
soon as
mas
Bad
bab,
News Eagles
thana për
realize
mas.
that there is a save on the cars, they're going to go hunting. They don't really care how many people they lose, and you can see it already.
to boss
They're
safe.
just wrapping it up. No one is even going to stay with the bomb here. Synops is thinking about it because he's the low HP member, but everyone else is just on the hunt right now. They want to take down those rifles. They want to take down those guns.
Ja, një thik bile leta prejna ka e vëllon, se dy janë
That's cool
prejta.
craft on the Fire Serpent, by the way.
Qyra
Props to
prejna.
Koment.
I knew you were going to come out with that.
O këqyra flatra bëna.
Well, they go hunting for these kills. They know that the round is won. Now they're just making it expensive for the CT side.
Bravo.
Scenario
Fake,
goes
fake,
exactly
Brainer.
as he swings in, and what a beautiful
Bravo,
angle.
shit.
Observer,
Ja,
round
här
of
kom
applause
Ketan.
to you, because that
Dit
was
kan jag hoppa av
yeah,
now.
yeah, well done. That was a sick way to watch that one unfold. Bad News Eagles clear the
super,
guts
super.
of that A site.
Just
And
make
now
my
look at
mom to the
Dynamo
one
Eclot's guns. What was 3 M4s now is
Që
3
ti thez mos i
MP9s.
mujshëm, unë kam e thonë që bënejet
That's not
filmin
necessarily the upgrade that you would want. Well, if you can call
Downgrade.
it an upgrade.
Asnjë që kanë këto 6 me 6.
Valencio with the FAMAS. That's going to be the only rifle. Well, they do have the sniper rifle, even though it's not the premium one. It's just the scout for MBQ. Although he's been doing quite well with the scout, but
Putja
you
ka
need
shti
to
bumën goj.
do a little bit better than quite well in this round. Already landing a tag onto Rick.
Shaja besenar baba.
No fear whatsoever. Insta headshot
O,
taking down
s'ka
the
lidhje
scout.
thika
Peter
o
is
bab.
gonna find
Me
another
thik
one,
sens
though.
fitan.
A 1-for-1 refrag. Capson needs to go
Ta
back
eliminohen,
through
na
the smoke.
vazhdojnë
Does
agarën,
manage to
ta
tag down Rigon, but again, no
let
kills.
gëzohen me
Somehow he's
thik.
still alive by some
Na i
miracle.
shtina
Even
25
finds
min
the kill
gjep.
on low HP. But
Ta e
look at
kanë
Kipiri
klipin e
and
thikës.
Valencio, they've stepped up
Ashta me
massively.
të fitojnë
If the
ajsen.
MVP of GX, a 1 vs 3 clutch finds the first one, he's gonna
I fitojnë do followova. Këta fitojnë
isolated
followa në
here.
Instagram.
One's
Na
already
25.000
wrapping
kokra në
the
gjep.
wall. Kipiri should have the kill. A triple kill for him, and Dynamo Eclot, they survive.
Just about.
Do you want to ask me how this happened?
How did this happen?
I have no clue.
Okay. Classic Ted moment.
But thank you for asking.
هذا غني راند ياما ما صنعداش فراني.
No worries, man. Glad I could help out. Glad I could set you up. Anyways, time to get into round 26, Chieftain. Bad News Eagles only need 1 out of 5 to secure the 1-0 score in the main Swiss stage. And I just feel like that is very, very doable for them.
Nu kommer att göra start på.
Nice idea with the flash. Dieter though, gonna be able to find the kill even though he was fully blinded. The MP9s, they just continue spamming through the smokes. Scenario's gonna be able to pick up the AK, but he's been tagged down massively. A lot of damage done to that T side.
Maroni, ksa jo Rigan Ruja që atë I he, 2G edhe hajt.
Flash, feeder. Gets 1. Dropping B&E down
Mos
to
jo jep
3.
një para burheq.
Down to 2, down to 1. Brilliant job from Feeder. And Detour will close the show. 11 now for Dynamo Eclot.
Yeah, no money for the T side as well, so potentially we're going to be looking at 15-12. 3 more chances. Well, 4 more chances on paper for Bad News Eagles to close it out. Essentially it's going to be 3. It's just the clocks now. They're going to get a moment to think about it. Might have a bit of a Frenchie timeout. You know, stay AFK in the spawn for a couple seconds. Talk about the round. Make sure you're not letting them back into the action because I can see the overtime coming in if Dynamo Eclot are able to pick up another buy round here.
Mos jo jep një para.
If they win one more buy round, yeah.
I
believe so. I mean, why not?
Wow.
That would be fun. Not a fan?
I
don't see it happening, if I'm honest with you, fella.
Yeah, it's highly unlikely, but I'd love it.
Jo jam s'kam pare, do të me lu 2 runda full eco, tash jena full buy.
This round's done and dusted. It is very much
Tash
in
që
favor
rund do të me
of
fitu,
that.
do më thon. Që kjo rund I vendimtare,
Dynamo
do të me
Eclot
fitu.
side, They are up massively right now, so expected that it was going to happen this way. In terms of money, now
Që rund me bo me
Bad News
hop,
Eagles,
ka mundësi
they've
që
got
na
all the
vërtajnë.
extra trimmings to a 4-buy.
Tani apet jena eco. Kështu që rund do të me fitu gjithë
Yeah,
qysh.
back with the premium
Zvan
ones,
më gut,
AKs all
qep,
over the
ka
board.
dal,
It is not
s'jena
gonna be
tash
perfect,
eco,
but
jena
it's
me
good
orë.
enough. GX with the spawn for Banana. Gonna try and get into an early fight. There's the flash. There's
Ma,
the peek. Detour
bragant.
is there with the first kill, shutting GX down. Gonna be able to go back. No one close enough to try and go for a refrag, but one
Apo
flash
nëse
throw is
uvëm
gonna
që
try
rund
and
apet na bjem me lu
compensate
eco.
towards Boiler. We have the double setup towards apartments from Dynamo Eclot.
Kështu
I
që
think
na
that's the first
ngushtojnë
time we've
5
seen
majt
it.
14.
Changing things. I mean, it can be healthy, you know? If
Sena
done in
ryzyko.
moderation, the change definitely can be good. Just try and catch B&E off guard. 15-12. These rifles already deducted down to 4. Does get a little bit worried.
Konë që kovën të apare Rigan, zamar. Mos.
Yeah, Regan is gonna go down.
Bra,
MBQ,
Sceneri
oh,
veç
even
shumë
takes down
vare, da,
Sceneri.
no,
That's
no, no.
massive from him. That's the bump as well. Making
Sener,
City
këshër
spawn
knena,
detour.
Sener.
If he gets that kill, the round is over. Sceneri doesn't really push too much, and this might be the intelligent decision. Timing not gonna be on his side. Dieter gets the kill, and that should be the round done and dusted. Sinopsi, a 1 versus 4.
Pse be vlla kena
Elevated
qështu me nal
Eclot
shumë
defeated
buka.
13
Ma
to
be s'pan me
15.
nal shumë buka qështu.
Should I ask you again whether the overtime is a possibility or not?
Do you want me to give you the answer?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Are vediam, are
I
vediam.
believe, honestly, I don't think B&E are gonna make the same mistakes. There was a slight issue with that full buy, and that is that utility was
E kena
not
edhe një
present
shans,
for
edhe
them.
një shans e kena me fitu.
So
Mas
they've got an
këtij
eco here. The next round, they're gonna have max loss bonus. They're gonna have all the money in the world where they can afford the mollies, afford the
Kështu
smokes,
që
afford the flashes.
mas këtij rundi
I think
e
that's
kena
where it's a bit
shansën e fundit me fitu.
I mean, Eclot are very
Pa
capable
overtime.
of getting an
Tani në
overtime.
overtime.
I just think in a
Si
neutral
dia.
environment, Rigon's gonna kill 3, or like Synopsy's gonna go huge, or you know, it's just bound to happen, isn't it?
Yeah. Or maybe they make it work now with the set piece on the half buy-in.
Also doable.
Just
Also
proves-
very doable.
Yeah. You
Sa
know,
këtën. Këta
all you
ishin
need is just
63.
one quicker play
Nesër kena me lu me
One
venin e
kill.
32.
to kick things off with. One recovered rifle, and
Nesër e
Everything could
shloj e
work
fort
out
ka
for you.
kalla. Gjithë
Dynamo
qysh do të
Eclot,
më
though,
qyrë.
they've been
Nesër më
putting
sarani
out
në ora 7.
pretty decent fight so
Dynamo
far,
Eclot
picking up
kundër
13
Falcon.
rounds after getting absolutely annihilated on Ancient. They haven't been able to deliver on
Më
that
sarani
map in
klikoni
recent
like ose
history,
subscribe
but
gjithashtu.
well, it
Vëzën
doesn't
e
really shake
zilën.
in their mental.
Vëzën notifikacionin
We
aty
can
në
give them
jollë.
that. They've been able to recover here in Inferno as well and put on a pretty decent fight. Bad
Put
News
me
Eagles,
like.
they have to fight for their
Yes,
money right now. A
but
lot of
I-
utility invested, a lot of it already
Se sa të fiton.
utilized towards the A-bomb side, and you can see the rotations
Para me
being
me
thrown
fituar.
away towards A.
Smart. Very smart. Detour maybe realising this mistake.
strike
How feed has
ball.
been dinked.
Let's go.
Crazy shot.
Për mas
No
senar.
chance to come in. Massive
Brava,
gap
i
in the
Senere,
CT
super.
smoke, though.
Wo këshoni për
Don't
mas ka
overplay
morë
that
rrëmpa.
ABA. And of course, we're just going to have kills galore through it. Scenario good for one. Picks up the AK. 2 versus 4. Ricon's actually got a bit of a flank out middle here.
super
And
e
he
shumë.
should have
Hale
some
Rigon.
timing onto Valencio, but he fires off a shot.
Cool.
And he can't connect the dots. So now it is just Scenario
Më kanë me
against
që te
4.
ke mirë shkon.
Yeah,
Vaj ka
no
pore
reason
po,
for them
pse
to
mos
pick
me
him as
ru.
well. They can just hold.
Me hek na e ke,
Spotted.
super e shkon.
Detour is actually
Bravo.
going to peek into him, giving him a chance.
Bravo. Hades. Hades.
Has been recovered. He's
Hades.
Oh!
Hajde, Senar.
The
Musik,
one versus
musik,
five
valla
Scenario.
provaje. A, rotate. Shuni.
He's afraid to move right now. He
Let's
has
go,
so
Coco.
much respect for him. Scenario's going to be able to get the
Scenar
ball
baba.
down. A 1 versus 5, 4 kills under his belt right now. Scenario. Surely,
And there's
like
Scenario.
that. Surely you don't close it out
Yeah.
like that. His best
Cause
map
smoke,
so far
flash,
in
I
the series,
multi.
28 and 21. In the 29
E nxerr Senere.
could be it. It could be enough. He's heard him. He knows exactly.
O, vetë me nejtë në Balkan,
The
bre,
shift
na
is
shta
not
ma
gonna
mirë.
change anything. The position is everything.
Edhe mos me bo
The
pik desa ta
final
kish ko.
boss. It's Valencio against Scenario.
Scenario,
For the
please.
ace For BNE.
Senere!
Scenario with ice in his veins, soars like the eagle.
Ace, okay, ace.
And Bad News Eagles have themselves a victory.
Scenario,
What
baba.
a way to end the game, Scenario. You absolute
FPS
beast.
blade, baba.
Oh my goodness gracious! What a showing from Scenario when he's the.
Kjo, që të vëllot, va leja e sjente në vëllot që të që të Senere shka boni.
But what a play! The 1 versus 4. 1v5.
Sa normale.
Didn't really do anything to help him out in that scenario. Scenario just isolating 1v1s, winning every single one. Insta headshot after insta headshot after insta headshot. What a recovery and what
Kate
a way
headshot
to
apo
close
thot i
it out.
garë.
This is the difference. Bad News Eagles. We spoke about it so much. Even when things are like
Nuk ka overtime të ndruar mes. Mos harani nesër në ora 7.
You cannot stop the Eagles. They go 1-0 in the main
Nesër në
Swiss.
ora
A
7,
very
Bad News
respectful
Eagles
effort from
kundër
Dynamo
Falcon.
Eclot. We'll probably talk about it in just a
Që të
moment
beqat
here.
esash. Abone e bre se
We are
se
gonna
djaj
head to a
myti
quick break.
5
When we
a
come back, though,
kota.
the breakdown. Let's talk tomorrow.
Se
Let's talk a
ndukët
little
si
bit
në
more
opsi ma se
Counter-Strike.
kam mit njone. Në fillem kur hinin smok. Ase qëtë ka bo. Let prejnë ata thika. Këtë let prejnë. Let bojnë video për TikTok. Se s'kena vakna video TikTok baba. Na 25
Wow.
k
And that's
në
supposed,
gjep.
that's supposed to be only day number
Let
1.
bojnë
by the
video
way,
në
to be
TikTok ata.
honest. I mean, for me,
Se
it
për
feels
qatë si
like we're
punë,
just
s'janë për ma
into
shumë.
semifinals,
S'kan
man. Those
kapacitet.
games are absolutely insane.
Përshëndetje,
First of all, of
Bram
course, for
Gema.
those of you that missed it, I'm really sorry if someone is joining in right now because that's been an insane day.
Yeah.
First of all, Sprout taking a 2-0 victory
Gjikona
against
jam
Hotspurs, but it was
pasharate.
nothing.
160
Nothing
vota
like
kam votu.
an easy showing.
160
It
vota,
was
93%
a
po kam
battle of
votu.
ice and fire in the first one. And the
Ej,
same
sa
here.
bone
I mean,
sigurt,
Dynamo Eclot, they
Se
made
më duk
Bad
që
News
si në opsi
Eagles
amor një kill në
work,
fillim
Ryan.
kur hini.
From coming back
Yeah.
from a 1-10 deficit.
Sener,
their
a
map
thash
taking us
ma
to
herët
getting
se njeti
absolutely
alo se njeri kur të
annihilated by the
banejs.
Eagles on Ancient, to
I
having a
di
really
Senet
comfortable
vone.
lead here on Inferno, and
Po
then
quq
in
kjo pak
the
të
end,
gjumit ju
not
qenë
being
nësë se
able
që
to
shqipat
bounce
në fillim
back.
kë.
That was
Ish
a
pas në
series
zonë
and a
kaps,
half,
bo.
man. Wow. Props to all teams. I mean, that was one hell of a first day here at the main Swiss.
Of course. Yeah, and there's plenty more Counter-Strike
do
to
me thonë se
offer,
nere
right?
pas
I
kam
think
mit
if
me
we look at the
Teknaj,
main
se
Swiss stage as a whole,
e di që njoni e
16
miti me
teams,
Teknaj,
4
po më
weeks,
duk si se
or
në
5
opsi.
weeks, excuse me, of Counter-Strike action. Like, if that's the first day that we have, well, what does tomorrow have in store for us? Blue Jays take on Sashi, and then, of
Dy me
course,
nja
it's
për
Sword
Bad
taking on
News
Eyeballers.
Eagle.
All again tomorrow. More
Bojmë
Counter-Strike,
palimin e
more
ekipeve
fun,
në
more
mënyrë
laughs,
horizontale
and
vertikale
more
dhe
chances
pjerta
to see
ze.
the teams through to that 1-0 stage. As you can see, Sprout and
Apo
Bad
den
News
samer,
Eagles
ja,
are two
bre,
invited
flasë jam
teams.
dhe
The
valla.
first two to
Qara,
make it through
Bad
to
News
that
Eagle
1-0.
venin e dytë e kam për
Hotspurs and
momentin.
Eclot really respectful efforts from both teams
Milo
in their own rights.
Çto janë këtë ekip, me çto ekipe këtë ka me lumera.
You fight for 3 wins or 3 losses though, so plenty more chances here, Ted. Things only just starting here in the main Swiss stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately though, that's going to be everything for today. Ryan, thank you for joining me on the cast. Thank you for everyone. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone over at production.
GG. Diamo sarane nesër në ora 7 jena live Bad News Eagles kundër Falcons. Do më thonë nesër e kena venin e 32 kena me do. Eska GG. Veria e kena në kanë live-us. Spasme. Që spritani bosa kam një video qëto që spritani me shku me ban një like e një sub ma këshini mu që spritani, që pritani shnash me kam nesër në ora 7 do më thonë ne vësë 5 do të me ban për me kanë Ace a i keni vësë 4 po të parin e kam itë ma herë të Vinex në duket më zga bëvshë nuk mojna me këtu stream këta parin e kam itë fillim kur hinin smoke me Tech 9 do këtash nuk e di sigur për sa ta dhe jo veta juve se di e miti senere asin ëpsi të parin e miti ata me Tech 9 tani t'ju hini e kej bam s'ka kilimeli Oj qëto Vinex më dëk që të parit i hini Tech 9 Kosova Kingi po thot Tech 9 i hini të parit a mo edhe one e parit dikan që e myti Tech 9 e mora i kejen po tash a ke seneri nuk e di veç shka të raj bosa nesër bëna e vësë Falcons ora 19 po se këthejva seneri me es nesër më sarani në ora 7 bëna e vësë Falcons venin e 32 kundër 35 bëna e në 35 këta ishin 32 në ora 7 jena live falenderit këtë që ishit shihemi nesër po që keni
Okay, po driva toka, kur vim me dosa, fet në qëm bosa, si naske po driva toka, kur vim me dosa, fet në qëm bosa, si na nuko, driva toka tërmet, qive ka 27 kejt njejt, kej për njo e njo për kejt, jo be met nuk mojna hejt, qipe gjakun në strejt, halop të driva toka, fet me qëm nuk ta falin, prejhet jeta si torta, ju këto si pes ka lojna, se na në pak se lojna, jeta o shumë shkur, kejt lek me t'mitin dojna, jeta o zema zi, s'kom shok kejti kom lazni, respekt zdo ven ku hi, se kejt e zin që s'ka ma gji, kusha e flegi bir, halo ta mojna tregin, kush ka menu që zvim, na vim bil prap ta dekim, dash bin dash rrug ju presim, qojt fola nëse vesin, halo nuk jena shpraz, këta leta mu shqinthesin, po driva toka, kur vim me dosa, fet në qëm bosa, si naske po driva toka, kur vim me dosa, fet në qëm bosa, si na nuko